It is.
Dude, sex is funny.
Like weird
Nobody talks about how
noises
weird and funny sex is.
Just
Like-
funny shit happens. How many times have you just like stopped and just laughed?
Usually I don't stop, but like, yeah,
Not stop, but-
I laugh a lot. I mean,
Yeah, that moment.
how can you not laugh, right? Like, it's weird, funny
Yep.
noises and just ridiculousness. People are ridiculous. Parts are ridiculous.
On that note, welcome to Lights Camera Cocktails.
Cocktails.
We talking about sex today.
Aren't we always?
Well, you know.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
My name is Jason,
And I am Zenobia.
and we have our very special guest, recurring guest,
Howdy, y'all. This is Seth Rogers.
Mr. Seth Rogers. How you
Brr,
doing,
brr,
buddy?
brr.
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me back, guys.
Oh, we love having you here.
Thank
It's always
you.
a fun
It's
time
one
when
of my
Seth is
favorite
in town.
things to do.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we have Mr. Seth back, specifically, one, because we love him, two,
Yep.
because we have such a great movie and a great drink. Seth, you specifically requested this drink.
It's funny, the movie we're doing, it doesn't really lend itself to anything specific. So I requested / recommended two different things, right? One on the low end and one on the high end, because for me this movie is a lot of endings and beginnings and lows and highs, and it does take place in Texas, which is very dear to my heart. I'm from Texas.
Texas boy.
Dude,
Yes, he is.
takes place in Austin, which is where I went to school, and it's where I had my first drink. So I've got really great connections to both of these things.
Okay.
And I requested / recommended a Cadillac margarita.
Yes.
Yes, we're having Cadillac margaritas tonight, as
I'm
well
so
as
Yeehaw!
some Lone Star beer. I mean,
Well, yeah, I'm sorry.
we looked far and wide, but
We did,
apparently
actually.
you can't get Lone Star
It
beer
is
in
not
California.
something.
Well, that's the thing. You can. I have a place I go when I want it, and
Uh-huh.
they didn't have it today. I mean,
That's okay.
that's on me. I should have looked a lot harder.
No,
but
it's fine.
if you, I have a
And
Shiner
now I'm on
Bock.
the lookout.
You've
got
got
the
to be on the
Shiner
lookout.
Bock.
Yeah.
Do you have a bottle opener? I probably should
No,
have
you don't need
checked
one.
that. Oh, it's a twist
It's
off?
a twist off.
Well, I
Let
was
me
gonna
see.
say this.
Babe,
one.
do you need one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You twisted
I
hard.
got you.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Thank
we
you.
start?
You're welcome.
where do you guys want to start in this drink journey we're about to do?
Oh man.
I mean, I guess we should... I want to drink the Cadillac, so
Yeah,
can
yeah.
we start there?
Okay.
Yeah, let's start there.
So a Cadillac margarita is 1 ounce tequila, 2 ounce. You can use like simple syrup. We use margarita mix. Half ounce of lime juice. Shake it, and then you're gonna put it in. Look at our little cute fancy
Ooh.
glass.
Zenobia got us some new margarita glasses.
Cheers, y'all.
We will have many more margaritas on this
Yes.
podcast.
And then you put it in a glass of ice, and you're gonna top it with Grand Marnier,
Grand
Grand
Marnier.
Marnier.
And that's what makes it the Cadillac.
and that's what makes it.
Another
Cadillac.
Paris liqueur.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an
okay.
orange liqueur.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get real fancy.
We get
over
real
here.
fancy.
All
I
right,
like that a lot.
salt that rim.
They know
The lime
they
on
know
it.
the movie we're doing, right? At this point.
No, they don't.
Okay, cool. I'm
They
not
still
gonna say
don't.
anything then. Good.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay,
Can
so
we?
Cheers, you
let's
guys.
cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that salted rim.
I love that song.
That's really nice.
That's really nice.
Oh my god.
Good on you.
Zen, excellent job.
Thank you, Seth, for coming up with. I was just like, you can whatever you want, Seth.
I appreciate
I
it.
would
man.
like to say that you are a hell of a bartender.
You are a hell of a
You have
bartender.
made many a drinks on this podcast, and my mind only one sticks out that I didn't like. You
That's
shoot
good.
98% from the
I'm
field.
killing it.
Because we're coming up on 50 episodes.
Yes.
Or have we hit 50 yet?
We have around. This will be 53.
53 episodes.
You guys keep talking. I'm just
Oh.
gonna.
Yes. Don't worry, there's more over here.
Oh my god.
Seth is getting wasted tonight.
You kidding me? I'm wasted all the time.
Nice. Not.
No, Zen, you were telling me
Is
you
this why we
don't
never see
like
you?
tequila. Exactly. I don't drive too much.
I don't like tequila.
Right. So how is this working for you? Usually the Grand Marnier softens that tequila
It
bite.
totally did.
Totally does, right?
Totally did.
Totally does.
Now I'm gonna have to spend the extra bucks when I see it on the menu
That's worth it.
instead of the $5
That's
margaritas that They'd be popping up.
Nothing wrong with a $5 margarita, I gotta say.
But
this is a special occasion with special friends. I thought, hey,
oof.
We're running out of real estate. I got to make room for Zenobia's notebook.
It's okay.
Otherwise, this podcast is
Johnny,
going
need to
nowhere.
push some stuff over here. What can I do?
Oh, no, you're good.
All right.
I just need to make a better table that isn't, lumpy.
But you made it, though.
I know.
That's true.
With his hand.
If y'all didn't know, Jason is a real man. He makes shit out of other shit.
Yep.
That's,
famous
useful.
for my woodwork.
Yes,
Like
it is.
this table and this bar.
Which is now on sale on the Lights Camera Cocktail
Lights, Camera,
website
Cocktail
that
bars.
doesn't exist.
Yet.
So Zen, what's did you do some history on the margarita, or what do we got going on here?
Well, I feel like we're gonna be drinking margaritas again. So
Absolutely.
I didn't do anything
Held off
it.
on that.
We have already drank a margarita, but it was a white Christmas margarita.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So this is. But I thought that we were gonna have the Lone Star, which is fine that we didn't.
Sorry.
But I learned a lot about this, and now I'm ready to
Tell us about Lone Star.
to tell you about Lone Star and to find it now and drink it. So Lone Star Brewing Company started back in 1884, 135 years,
That's
in
old,
Texas, San Antonio, and it has always been a Texas beer.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 70s, that's when that shit started really popping off, and they started reaching out to people in the Austin music scene, including Willie Nelson.
Yeah, Willie.
And Willie, he had a problem. So his crew's bar tab was how much is $90,000 for the year.
Holy shit.
And so he was like, well, shit, how the fuck am I going to lower this? And so he went to Lone Star and was like, hey girl, you know, it would be really great is if you let me you sponsor me and I drink. So they supplied the whole crew with beer. Plus he would drink the beer on stage.
So cross promotion,
drinking that Lone Star.
yeah,
So that he
Let me
could
make you some money in another way because I'm not paying no $90,000 tab.
right, exactly.
Yeah. And
How the fuck did you rack that up?
I don't know.
It's
Ask
not
Johnny
just him,
Depp.
it's his whole crew.
Right.
It's the band.
He's
it's
like
the
the
guys
band,
who
it's
do
the
lights,
roadies,
the
it's
The
roadies,
roadies,
yeah.
the girls.
the bitches, yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're drinking too much beer, but
So, so that went on, and he ended up being one of the spokespersons, and they ended up in the 90s starting to promote music and stuff like that, and they became known as the national beer of Texas. And they are the inspiration.
The Lone Star State.
the great nation of Texas, yes.
Yeah. They are the inspiration for Alamo Beer in King of the Hill.
Oh,
If
they
you watch-
really?
Yeah, if you watch King of the
Nice.
Hill, that's the inspiration.
They just sit there, yep.
So remember, Mike Judge is a Texan, and he based
Yep.
King of the Hill in, I think, Arlen, which was loosely based on an area outside of Dallas or something.
Okay.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
selling propane and propane accessories.
Damn it, Seth.
There you go.
You're the
Can
damn
you?
dumbest smart kid I know. Oh, wait, that's Varsity Blues.
Well, we can mix them up. It's fine.
Oh, I love it.
Varsity,
Yeah, because
yeah.
you got to come back for that movie.
Oh yeah, man.
One of the great football movies of all time.
I can't wait. I love that one. So
that's
Seth,
Lone
I don't
Star,
want
right?
your
that's
laugh.
Lone Star, which
That's
we're
Lone
not
Star,
drinking.
which we're not drinking.
But tell us what this is, and let me
All
get
right.
one
Maybe
second.
we'll
So-
bring it back for that movie.
Maybe we will.
That would be a good
I would
one.
love that, man.
Okay,
If I just
okay.
become the go-to Texas guy, that's kind of my goal in
All
life.
right. Okay.
You are. I would say you're my favorite Texan, but I do have family in Texas.
Okay, well, that's
You're my favorite
I don't,
non-relative
so you're my
Texan.
favorite.
I'm your favorite LA-based Texan.
No, just non-relative
All right,
Texan.
fair
Yeah. So what is the beer that you are drinking
So
right now?
I think they can
We're not
see
related
this is
yet.
this is called Shiner Bock.
Okay.
It is a beer brewed at the Spatzel Brewing Company in
Okay.
Shiner, Texas.
Mm,
This
okay.
is a brewery that's not quite as old as Lone Star, but almost. It was founded in 1902, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. And originally, this specific beer was only brewed during Lent, which is an interesting thing. There's a whole...
Yeah.
So Shiner is home to a lot of German immigrants, and
Okay.
there's a specific sect of whatever religion they practice, and during Lent, you can't drink X, you can only drink Y, and holiday type stuff. basically this brewery does a lot of German style ales, and this is a dark lager called a Bock. And it was so popular that this became their like main beer, right? And for the longest time, you could only find it in and around Shiner, which is near Austin, Texas, and that's going to be very important later. But as you can see, it's a little bit darker. It's got a little bit of a sweetness to it, but it's not super high alcohol content, so it's very drinkable. You just gotta try it.
we all should have one.
If you want one, I got it right here.
Yeah, let me get one.
Yeah. Seth has an ice chest.
Well,
I have an ice chest right by me.
I wanted to
that's
taste
how we
it
do it.
before I was like,
Try before you buy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to waste that whole one.
Anyway, this is a really cool beer, and it's really dear to my heart. This is what I drink when I can find it. It's what I drink back home in Texas. And what's really fun is this is the beer that, like, my dad, who's from, San Angelo, Texas, when he was a kid I guess when he was drinking, it would have been the late 70s, early 80s. You couldn't find this beer anywhere except Austin, Texas. That's like the only place you could find it. And they would do road trips to Austin, Texas to get like cases of this beer, and they would go around town and collect money and be like, all right, we're getting cases. Like, how many how many beers do you want? So they would drive back from Austin after a road trip with like 100 6-packs of, Shiner beer for the town of
clear
San
out the
Angelo.
town.
Exactly. And,
Like some bootlegger just like.
oh yeah,
supplying
exactly.
town.
Which is great because Shiner started during Prohibition. And they were still brewing.
Okay.
I mean, they can't legally say that, but
Of course.
during Prohibition, they stayed afloat, and a lot of other breweries didn't. So
Yeah.
who knows?
So how far is Austin from
San Angelo,
San Angelo?
it's like 5 hours.
Shit. That's a
Yeah.
night
Like-
run.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like here to
That's
Phoenix
a whole
and
thing.
back.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, he remembers that very
I don't know.
fondly, and it's one of those.
I guess
It's one
when
of
I
those
was young,
things.
I would do it.
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
like
So you got nothing else
Yeah.
to do?
Like if we need something specifically and only my uncle in Phoenix has it and we have to do
Right.
a night run,
yeah.
Let's do
you
it.
know,
Well, it's like
let's do it.
it's like one of those things where it's amazing that we live in this world where everything is so readily available. Like, I thought I was going to be able to get Lone Star, but I was able to get Shiner, When my dad was a kid, you had to drive 5 hours and endure traffic and do all the thing and collect the money. And for him, it's like at the time, maybe it was kind of shitty that you only could have it occasionally, but it was this special thing. And now it's this memory for him. And I think that's really cool. I just think that it's really awesome to be able to look back on something that was exclusive
For real.
and special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I do like that a lot.
Isn't it cool?
We were talking about
Yeah.
me and Seth were talking earlier about How I Met Your Mother. That reminds me of them and their pizza.
Their pizza when they drive,
They
They
drive down.
all
Truly
the way
all the
terrible
way down.
pizza, but
but makes
we're
them like
going.
do the shits and they still
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
let's do it.
Tantrum!
Oh yeah, he was
just ripping the foam
He
from
was
the
going
part.
crazy off of that shit. All right, so that's a little bit of our
Yeah. A little alcohol history.
history.
I love it.
On the Lone Star.
On the Lone
Lone
Star.
Star.
beer as well as the Lone Star State. So Seth, how about you tell everybody what movie we're doing tonight?
All right, y'all. Tonight we're doing one of my favorite movies of all time, Richard Linklater's Dazed and Confused.
Dazed
Slow
and
ride.
Confused.
Take
it easy.
Take it easy. That first fucking scene, as soon as it opens up. So
There's nothing like it.
before we even get started, the music, the
music.
atmosphere, the fucking cars in
my
this
gosh.
movie.
Oh my gosh,
Can I tell you
man.
something?
I'm hard.
Um,
Just thinking about these cars.
I don't know how to.
You don't know how to equate to that, but
Okay,
anyway,
so,
moving on.
They spent a third of their fucking budget on the
On
music.
And what was their
It's
budget?
incredibly important.
Oh, are you ready
Yeah.
for the stamps?
Stamps.
Okay, so Dazed and Confused came out June 4th, 1993.
Mm-hmm.
And the budget was $6.9 million.
And they spent a third of that on music.
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
No, that's not. That's
$2 million.
$2 million
2.3.
on getting all these bangers in this movie.
Bangers.
In today's money, that would be about $12 million.
Fuck.
So the
Just
movie,
on songs.
Yeah.
I think it was well spent.
I agree.
I think it was well
I
spent.
absolutely agree.
It made $8 million,
Made money.
Barely
which
made
today's
packets.
money. Today's money is 14 million.
Right.
So yeah, it did make a little money. So it showed that
Mhm.
for it being an indie film, sorta.
Right.
Sure.
It was.
Now, is that its box office or is that everything?
I think that was just a
That was
box
just
office.
box
That's
office
just
because
box office.
I remember it was a little bit of a it wasn't a flop, but it barely made its money
It
back in the
barely
box
made
office.
its money
Mhm.
back.
But then, obviously, I mean,
Over
we're-
time,
over
you
time,
got your
it's
money.
made. Well, and the album went double platinum,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
which doesn't happen anymore.
And
No.
there's 2 volumes of it.
Yeah, there are.
So it is.
Jesus.
Okay, so are you ready
I'm already getting drunk.
For
Yeah, I'm
the
past
rot-
ready.
for the Rotten Tomatoes?
Hit me
Okay.
with it.
Critics,
Critics.
91%.
Okay.
There you go, critics.
Audience,
Okay.
90%.
Interesting.
Wow.
Critics and audience pretty close on this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
surprising.
Zenobia, 93. 'Cause
Okay,
I like
okay.
it. And like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said, the music.
The
It's a
music.
great
is
story.
great.
The music.
It kind of reminds you of kind of what it's like to be in high school,
Yeah.
even though we weren't in high school in the 70s. We were
Right.
No.
thought of in the 70s, but everybody has that, like,
Everybody has that nostalgia.
yes,
Yeah,
nostalgia.
yeah,
That stoner
absolutely.
friend, that date
Mhm.
dude who, like,
Dude, I knew
it's been there
so
too
many
long.
guys that were
Right.
just like Slater.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
knew a Slater.
Everybody
Yeah.
knew a Slater.
Everybody knew a Slater.
Everybody loved a Slater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
MC Slater.
He never got laid, but
No, but that wasn't the point.
that wasn't his goal, really.
Yeah, that
Check
really
your
wasn't his goal.
leader.
Are you cool, man?
Hey, man.
Okay.
Okay. Hey.
Oh my
Do we
god.
have
So
chemistry together?
Yeah,
I know you.
I know you. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it chemistry or
Geography.
Geography.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Man.
So, are you guys ready
Ready?
Yes.
for the completely made up drinking game? Okay, so here's the drinking game.
All right.
Be ready.
I'm ready.
So you take 1 sip
One sip.
when senior or freshman is said.
Senior or freshman. Starting now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Air raid freshman.
what a bitch.
I know, she's such a bitch.
We'll get to her. Okay,
At
so
the same time,
But is she,
she's
though?
fucking great.
she is fucking good.
And yes, I know.
I can't wait to talk about the hazing stuff.
Okay, so take a sip every time. Where am I? Darla says an insult. So
Okay.
that is Parker Posey.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking wipe that face off your head. Get that face off your head, bitch.
Bitch.
She's not gonna
She's
say
such a
Oh
I
my
bitch.
love her.
This movie.
You
is
love
just-
us.
This movie
Smile, you
has
love
so
us.
many amazing characters.
They
in it.
do.
Dude.
So you take 1 sip when the letter is brought up.
Oh.
So
That
when they
fucking
talk
letter.
about it, someone picks it up,
Yeah.
pass it
What are you
on.
doing? Picking up trash?
Picking up trash, telling them to sign it, you take a sip.
Okay.
Okay.
And everybody
Okay.
thinks that's improv. Nope.
Nope.
That shit is in the script.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you take 1 sip when someone drinks a beer.
Nice.
So we about to get real.
So we're about to get ripped.
ripped.
What do you got there? Sixer.
Like,
No big deal.
what?
Fucking
big
8th
deal.
grader.
Fucking So you take 1 sip when someone smokes weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love where he's like trying to show
Wow.
him how to do the bong. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, you gotta put gum
do
around
that.
it. It's gotta be
gotta-
tight.
Yeah. He's like, you see? There's no
There's
section
air. There's
there.
air escaping.
Air
Yeah, yeah.
escape.
Very scientific.
He
Yeah,
was.
they
Yeah,
always are.
He
They
was.
always are.
They always,
Hey.
when it comes to
They
weed,
know a
they
lot.
get very
That's
specific.
Very specific. Yeah.
I am a
Don't fuck with
fellow
the high.
stoner
Sure. Connoisseur.
connoisseur, and I do know how to make a pipe. When you
Out of
don't have a
anything?
pi- almost out of anything. I wouldn't call
All right,
myself a
give me
MacGyver.
some tin foil,
Sure.
a
Yeah.
roll of toilet paper, and my snorkel.
I made
Oh,
it
yeah,
with
you
Let's
can
Go.
Hurry up.
A stick of gum, a wicker chair,
Like,
and my report card.
yes. So yeah, but yeah, you can find a way to smoke
Yeah,
weed
you
if you
can
got
find
to.
Mhm.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There is a way. So when Wooderson says, "All right,
All right.
all right, all right, all right,"
That's the first thing that he says in the entire movie.
Yep.
You don't before you even see his face, you hear him. All right.
Mhm. Yeah, so he says all right and other...
Yeah. And I finally know what you were talking about when you texted me saying it'd be a lot cooler if you
I didn't know you'd never seen this movie. I did not know that.
Can I
how
tell
much
the story
did you just like fall in love with just the sound of it? Just like
everything.
Oh.
Absolutely everything.
So last week when we decided to do this movie, I was told Jason, I was like, well, ask Seth if he wants to do it, because I know he wants to do this movie.
He's a Texan.
And so he asked him, and you told him what, you're going to make barbecue? Or...
Yeah, we had some barbecue today.
Earlier.
It's becoming a thing where we make dinner before the podcast for one, but we kind of try, if we can, to pair it with whatever movie we're doing.
Yep.
Sure.
You know? Texas is famous for their barbecue.
That's true.
I've never tried Texas barbecue, but I did
sure,
what I could.
Yours was good.
It was
Yeah,
all right.
dude. Yeah, passable.
But Seth said a line that said he'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I know.
And
it went over my head.
It went over, but
it didn't go over your head.
It totally did not, because he read the text message to me, and I was like, "Oh, I fucking love Seth. You need to watch this movie," because he's literally quoting the movie to me right now.
Yeah. And I watched the movie, and now I get it.
No,
Yay!
Yeah.
You love it now, don't you?
By the
Hey,
way,
man,
Seth, you
you
got a
got a
joint?
No, not on me. Be a lot cooler if you did. All right, that's right. We're drinking game.
Back to the drinking game.
Okay, so
The
you
drinking
take
game.
a sip when the football is said.
Mm.
They've been talking about it. I do love the scene where
Coach?
where they're talking about coaches. They're comparing her size and how much she can like bench press and stuff between Wooderson and like the kids. He's like, oh yeah, you know, she can only bench press like 275 in my day.
She was only 6'2",
Oh, yeah, you're talking about
290 in my
grandma?
day. Yeah.
But she still had that match.
6'4", 250.
Still had that match.
No.
Yeah, and I love when
10,
he's like,
40, and 4.5 or some shit like that.
I love where he's like pretending that everyone's like tackling him as he's catching the ball. He does such a good job.
Oh man.
So
He
yeah,
really does.
So-
Really does.
you take one simp for every mailbox that's knocked down.
I don't know exactly how many simps that is.
How many simps?
I'm not going to say.
Okay, well, simp it. So, you finish your drink when the new freshmen get out of school.
Oh.
School's out for hero. And they're like sliding down the
They're
slides.
sliding down the slide.
Getting their
Scooper.
fucking bikes.
Dude, they're
Stealing their
booking
brother's
it.
cars.
Would you run or would you just stand there and take the licks?
You know, it's funny. I like to think that I would have just stood there and taken it. But you know, there's something respectful. Like I can respect somebody who runs as well. Like they're not going to make it easy.
No, I'm not gonna make it easy.
Yeah. Like either way, I think it's respectable. I think either way is valid, right? Because you know, one of the main characters is running.
Yeah.
And he becomes, you know, the most like looped in of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say this: in my high school, I was really excited for the hazing ritual, but it was discontinued about 3 years before I got there.
Time out.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's read that back. So this shit is real.
This shit's real.
Okay, because I'm
100%.
I'm from here,
Sure.
Southern California.
So it
Is
don't
this a
fly.
Texas thing in every school?
Everybody
Or it used to be?
It used to be. I don't know if it
Okay.
flies much anymore.
I totally doubt
Because I love the way the teacher fucks with them.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
absolutely. You're gonna get your.
My
Like, it's
captain
like every
said-
second that you give
Yeah.
us is just that much more time that we have. He's like, tell you what my commanding officer told us. Nah. Man,
50 men. 50.
we're
of
going
you
on a
guys are
mission.
going in.
50 of you were leaving.
Only 20.
Only half, 25 of you coming back.
But yeah, this
I'd
is,
be like, so does that mean that I can go? Like, that's what I'd be like, so what?
classically, this is very much a thing.
Okay, so-
being hazed is very much a thing, and
So what was like? What kind of hazing was it? Like this? Like
so
I'm
it
getting
was
spanked?
pretty much that was pretty routine.
Well, I'm not getting. You're getting spanked. I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
shit thrown.
I think I
on
would have
me.
done well in Texas.
I think
I don't think I would.
I think I would have enjoyed it. Or just the lifestyle of Texas, that is.
Certainly there's like a, you know, if you're an incoming freshman, you're not going to like it, but you're not supposed to. That's not the point.
Sure.
And I know that the reason they discontinued it is that one year they were making kids roll down a hill, like in their underwear.
They
was
took it a
flat
little
text.
too far.
Well, they took it a little too far. The problem was one of the kids was allergic and didn't know, and he ended up dying, so they had to stop. And there are stories like that I've heard all over different high schools.
Sure.
So I think overall hazing is over. I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah.
Probably at, like, military schools and stuff.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
Nowadays it's like frats and even that stuff.
Even that stuff's
down.
a little.
they're not supposed
cracking
to do
down
it
on
either.
it.
I have to say though, watching Benny in woodshop,
right,
making his
fucking
paddle. So much
dude.
detail and care into this paddle.
When they're
Do you
talking
want to
about
fun
it,
fact
they're
or
like
do you want to wait?
I mean, let's knock out the drinking game.
Yeah. Sorry, we keep tangenting.
No, it's gonna happen.
So, you finish your drink when Ben Affleck's character, what's his name, O'Brien or whatever,
O'Brien
gets his.
Yeah.
He deserves his.
He does.
Yes, he
What
does.
the fuck are you looking at, huh? What the fuck? He's not pushing people.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a one shot. No, it's not.
No.
It cuts.
There's a cut,
It cuts to when he's walking over.
But he is pissed. He would push me because I would
It's
have been
definitely
laughing
probably
at
a
him.
one take.
That fool,
I don't think they would have given him a second take with all that mess.
No, not like that.
dude, that fool popped the fucking curve. He could have took out a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Just pissed. We'll talk about that fucking anger management, kid.
Yeah.
Alright, so you finish your drink when the keg is tapped.
Oh, yes, that's my favorite one. Zen. Yes. See, we
That's
can't
such a
stop
great
going
shot.
off
You're
into
pumping and
music.
it's like
yeah.
nothing.
And I actually
man.
timed the finish your drinks out
That's nice.
this time.
Dude,
There you go. Way
That's
to think
smart.
of the
That's
people.
smart.
I did. And that
I
is
appreciate
the
that.
completely made up drinking game.
The completely made up drinking game.
Ooh. Remix.
Why not?
All right. So let's do this.
I'm
Dazed and
already
motherfucking
feeling very
confused.
dazed and confused.
I'm
Right.
already like eyeballing another margarita.
These
But
are so tasty, right?
They're so fucking.
I told you,
They're
man.
really good.
And you know what? Margarita and beer go together
do.
so well.
They do.
it's
I
just-
I find myself jumping
you
from
jump
one
back.
to the other.
You jump back and forth because it's like it's a whole thing. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, because they have like.
I knew what I was doing. Let's just let's
You know
leave it
they have
there.
the Corona Ritas or whatever, where
mhm.
they put the little Coronas. In
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Seth from our Death at a Funeral
Yes,
episode,
yes.
Seth is a bartender.
Yes.
He knows his way around.
I know my
the
way around a cocktail.
liqueurs.
You are the only person, besides Jason,
Sure.
because I had no choice, to allow pick the drink for the show.
Thank
I was
you.
gonna say, let's see where this is going.
I thought it was in a lost episode, but he did make me,
Sure.
What did I make you? I made you something.
yeah, for the Up in Smoke.
Oh.
What'd y'all do for Up and Smoke?
We're gonna have to redo it.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
But I would like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
redo it because it was.
We gotta redo it
Yeah.
because that episode got lost when the hard drive died.
Oh, the hard drive.
I was in the middle of editing it and the hard drive died.
That was my
Death of the
birthday
hard drive.
episode.
I'm sorry, I love you. I'm excited to
Anyway.
redo Up in Smoke though because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had such a good time.
Nice.
We did. But yeah.
So,
But anyway,
Dazed and motherfucking confused. This is a giant cast, and therefore nobody's gonna get too much time. However, our great director, Mr. Richard Linklater,
Yes, sir.
Texas-born, Houston boy
Texas-born.
to be exact. Is this his coming out movie?
Technically,
like, I
no.
know he did
Slackers.
Slackers
First.
Oh yeah.
Before
This
this.
is his second movie though,
Yeah.
and it's very much in line with Slackers.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen
yeah.
Slackers.
Slackers is pretty incredible.
Has kind of the same feel.
My
Not the
uncle
same
apparently
feel.
loves Slackers, and I have to see it.
You really do. It's like a snapshot of Austin, and it's just this really interesting vignettes of people.
Okay.
It's very Richard Linklater. It's
Okay.
like all I can really say, you know.
I got you.
And it's a little, you know, it's his first movie, but it really captures you.
I mean, he didn't go to film school.
No.
He learned on the job.
Can I give you a fun fact? about
Fun
that?
fact.
Fuck yeah.
Fun fact. So, like you said, he didn't go to school for this,
Mm-mm.
but he did go to school, and he worked on an oil rig while he was in college. And while he was working on his oil rig, he realized he wanted to be a director.
That's a funny place to realize you want to direct.
He was
Here's
like, I
the
don't
thing.
ever want to do this shit again.
Yeah.
Working on an oil rig is a good place to realize you don't want to work on a fucking oil rig.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you that much right now, yeah.
And he never went to film school. He never learned. Everything he did was experience and like working on the job, like knowledge.
Which
from
is a
him.
testament because it takes longer to learn the
It
craft
does. Yeah.
doing it that way
But it also
versus somebody
shows-
who's already made the
Learned,
mistakes.
But it also shows like his talent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. The
I
man
mean,
has a
has
vision and
an
a point
eye.
of view. I was watching A Scanner Darkly
Yeah.
a few days ago.
When he's working with the Rolla,
yeah, what
do
is
you call
that
it?
called?
The
That
Rolla-
technology?
Something with the colors, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm too many margaritas in. But
You
Rolloscope.
have- you have
Rolloscope.
to margarita.
Rolloscope, right?
Rolloscope.
Yeah,
I think
Rolloscope.
you're right. I think that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
And yeah, dude, Richard Linklater all day, man. Like,
He's a fucking great
and you
director.
forget School of Rock
Uh-huh.
is
Cause
Richard
it's a
Linklater.
long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
He's also exec producer of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And did he write Boyhood or produce it, or he wrote it?
He directed it. He produced it. He directed it.
I don't know if he
I
wrote
don't
it,
think
but
he wrote it.
I don't know though, man. It's hard to know with him sometimes.
Yeah,
I feel like he
I know he
might-
wrote
Because
this.
that was like his vision, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to do this thing over 10 years.
10 fucking years.
Yeah.
I feel.
And he
I
cast
like
Ethan
the-
Hawke in a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. Well, I feel like he did that to keep him working, so that like when this movie came out, he's still relevant. Otherwise, it's like, oh yeah, you remember that one dude that like we never heard
I
about?
don't know.
Ethan Hawke?
Ethan Hawke's done a lot of stuff.
No, I know he's done other stuff other than working with him.
Sure.
I'm just saying that he like, I felt like he kept working with him because he was tied into Boyhood, and for that 10 years, he was
Maybe.
like, well, let's keep him like
Yeah, let's keep him employed. You know.
Keep him
Yeah.
To a degree, but
so
at the
that
same
people
time,
still know who
what
he
was
is.
he doing
At the
during
same
that time? He
time,
did
like,
Training Day
he
during
did.
that
He
time.
did Training Day. He did,
He did,
that spaceship movie with Jude Law.
Yeah. What was it called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's just a
Either
thought.
way, this is
Well,
one of the movies that Ethan Hawke is not
Did
in.
he also do the Before series during the Boyhood time?
I think so,
Before midnight, before sunrise, before
Mhm.
sunset.
I think so.
Not in that
Possibly.
Really cool series. Sorry about that.
No, you did. Well,
He is one of those directors that you just. He found young actors that nobody knew who they were,
mhm.
Yeah.
gave them a chance.
So many young
And
actors.
some of the
many
things that he
actors,
did, I think that people should do for young actors
Yeah.
that you find like this. So,
Yeah.
like, one of the things that he did is that he sent a package to all of the actors.
Mhm.
And in the package was a mixtape from the 70s
Nice.
of, like, songs that their characters would probably
listen
be
to,
listening
yeah.
to.
That's so good.
Then in the package he had, because these kids are, they were probably born in the 80s
They were.
they were
maybe
born in the
Yeah,
70s,
most of them would have been born late
but
70s,
not-
early 80s.
but
Yeah.
didn't like,
Yeah.
they didn't live in it, so they don't know any of the like shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they,
I think they were all born in the 70s. If this was made in 90,
It was made in like
93?
93, yeah.
yeah, so they would have been born early 70s.
Yeah.
well, I mean, except like the
Early to
freshmen,
late-
the
the
Freshmen
freshmen
would have been born
Later,
mid 70s.
And I guess McConaughey would have been like 60 something.
Yeah.
He's not even the oldest on the movie.
No,
there's
he's
other,
not.
There's other older people in this,
Mhm.
but yeah. So he sent them a package with like, okay, this is what your character is like. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So when they came on the set and to rehearsal, they already
were
knew
ready,
what
they
to
They were
understood.
expect.
dialed in, yeah.
They already knew what to expect, and I
That's
was
that
like,
pre-production
Yeah.
attention to detail that is so crucial.
Well,
I-
these days it's like a lot of it is on you as the actor to kind of dig in and
Mhm.
figure it out. But like something
Sure.
like that from a director is just invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely.
because
I love like discovering a character
Yeah,
and
me
stuff.
too.
But if the director already has a certain
Mm-hmm.
perception of this character in mind, I would love to get his point
Absolutely.
of view ahead of time because
then
that'll
you're closer
help me
anyway. Yeah.
to avoid the
Mhm.
wrong turns.
Yeah, because
You know,
like
just narrow in before I
Yeah.
even jump on set.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
I
mean,
love that. I'm probably
Yeah.
going to steal that from him.
Dude,
I
absolutely.
feel like if you ever giving me a mixtape of what my character would listen to
yeah.
is such a brilliant idea,
Mhm.
and it totally helps. Even if he didn't give me the list of like, well, this is what your character is like,
Yeah.
he just gave me a mixtape of what my person
Yeah,
would
even
listen
just
to.
that, yeah.
Would fucking help me
Just that is,
tremendously.
like,
I'd be like, oh,
big.
I get what kind of person this is.
I might be mistaken, but Edgar Wright, I think, did that on Baby Driver.
Nice.
It's a smart.
Because it was very
Okay.
music driven, yeah.
Yeah, very
Cool.
music-driven movie.
Yeah.
Also.
And even if it's not, just feelings of the way some songs make you feel or give you a
Yeah,
time and a
exactly.
place of when this. Because,
Yeah.
we don't know anything about the fucking 70s. We weren't
Not
there.
really,
but
yeah.
as soon as you watch this,
The
you're like,
first thing I
ooh.
think of when I think of the 70s is the music.
Yeah, the music.
Yeah.
Second
That
thing
is
I
true.
think of is the cars.
Is the cars.
Oh, I was going to say clothes. And the clothes.
The clothes.
That's
as
true,
well.
the clothes, yeah.
I mean, I don't think.
Man,
I do
thought
think
about
of the
wearing
cars.
a flannel tonight, but it's just too hot.
It's
It's too
just
hot.
too
It's too
goddamn hot.
That's all right.
I like
we'll
your
go
shirt, though. I
classic
like your
rock.
shirt.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
So he was a director that he didn't believe in changing lines.
Oh yeah, improvisation. He's
He's
about.
not about it. So once you get into rehearsal, you can, when you're in rehearsal, like talk to him and
Like play with it.
play
yeah.
with it.
Sure.
But once it's locked in, it's locked in.
Yeah,
And
I call
that's how I
that
want you
finding
to do
the
it.
scene.
Yeah.
Personally,
He didn't
you
allow
got to give
any
actors a
changes.
chance to find the scene for themselves, like we were doing earlier.
Yeah, a little bit earlier, yeah.
Plus, that makes me feel happy because that means I don't have to worry about coming in and seeing the script and being like, oh, they fucking changed everything. They
Sure.
changed this, they changed that. I don't have to worry about that
I would
because
be upset as a director. I would be upset.
because I come into rehearsal and I'm like, or on the day of
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
and we already rehearsed this
Mhm.
last week and it's the same as last week.
Yeah.
It's like doing a play. Like
Right,
I
right.
know exactly what I need to come
Yeah.
in and do.
And this may be like my own little pet peeve, but a lot of these comedies that are coming out now are so firmly improvised
Mhm.
that I can see the improvisation and it
Right.
takes something away from it for me.
There was definitely there seems to be a fetishization. I don't know.
Mm.
It seems that improv is fetishized
Yeah,
on some level in comedy, and improv is amazing.
it's great.
I go support improv. I got a couple buddies who do it at UCB, and I think it's amazing. Like I'm not great at it myself, but it's a really really cool tool for comedy.
Yeah.
But I agree. It seems like at some point somebody was like, "Oh, it's the end all be all," and it just isn't.
It's
like,
not, no.
You can tell when it's
It's-
slowing a scene down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like if you give me a script,
Mhm.
I'm better
Yeah.
at improv because I know I have to get from here to here.
Mhm. Yeah.
What would my character say? Like
Right.
something like that, other than like, all right, well, this is kind of the scene, and
Right.
just kind of just play it. Then yeah, that puts a lot more pressure in, and you can see the wheels in their
Yeah.
heads spinning because they have to figure out, okay, well, what am I going to do that's funny right now? So it does kind of fuck it up. But I
Yeah.
feel like if you run it one way so many times and then you allow them to have fun with it, that's when you find
Yeah, you
Those
can definitely
goals.
find some good
Absolutely,
stuff
you can
there,
find
yeah.
some things for sure. I think that certain things about improv have been romanticized
Yeah.
over time, like
Probably a better word.
like
than-
Dustin
yeah.
Hoffman hitting his hand on the taxi cab saying I'm walking here.
Sure.
And like now everybody's like I
have to do
want
that.
to I
And
want to
that's-
have an experience
right,
like that.
but that's like a
But if you
catch-22
force it,
because
it's not
it's-
going to happen.
you gotta
Yeah.
let it happen. Like
You gotta let it happen
Leo
organically.
Letting that
Yeah.
glass
Letting the
cut
glass
in.
break
Exactly.
and still going and being
Still
like, it's
going.
fine, let's keep going.
Mhm.
Like and those are things that will happen organically. You can't force an improv like that.
No, you can't. And like you said, when people are improvising so much, it does drag out a scene, and you go a long way
Right.
out of the way in order to come back a short
Back
distance
to, yeah.
correctly.
And then they're going to cut all that out anyway.
Mhm.
Par-
Or sometimes they
paradoxically.
can't.
Yeah, sometimes they
Because
can,
it's
because of
usually just
continuity.
one take, and
Yeah.
it's continuity.
But like paradoxically, at least for me and in my experience and in things I've read, whenever you are true to the material,
Mhm.
discipline equals freedom, right? When you're true to the material, when you are committed to the moment of a scene, playing the truth of a scene, that is where those beautiful little improv moments happen, is because you're so committed to that story
Mhm.
that when something happens, it doesn't freak you out. You're not trying to
you
dodge left
stay
or right.
in it.
You're
You
in
stay
it, and it
in
just
the life of the
organically
character.
the life. Yeah, exactly. It becomes part of the character, like that little snap in Pretty Woman where he's showing the ring and he snaps it,
It's just, oh!
and he makes Julia Roberts a star in that moment because
that
they were
one
both
little
committed
moment,
to the
exactly.
truth of that moment, and
Yeah.
then boom, oh,
And I'll bet you she hadn't seen that necklace beforehand.
probably not.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, I don't know. That's
knows?
not really the point. The
Or maybe
point
they
is
tried it and it
that
wasn't
little
working.
snap happened organically.
Mm-hmm.
It was an improv, but they weren't improving.
No.
It was something that
He
happened.
felt an impulse, he went with it, and it
And it worked
created
out.
that situation.
And we romanticize it because we want to manufacture it, but you can't
You
manufacture
can't
it.
manufacture
Can't
it.
manufacture
The
it.
best way to do it, it's to get a little, even though we're already very
Sure.
actory at this point.
We are sorry about that, guys.
No, it is
Hold
what
on,
it is.
I'll have
We're
one more
actors,
margarita
it
and I'll
is
stop
what
being
it
actory.
is. But like so many actors, like you'll see the breakdowns of an actor must be able to cry on command, and so an actor is like working for tears. The more you work for those tears,
Yeah.
the further away they're going to get from you.
And if they
Live
come, they're not
in
gonna look
that
real.
situation. It's not going to look real.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to have a terrible look on your face. You're going to look all squinty and
gonna-
like it's
yeah,
like,
you're gonna be
I
like
don't
in
wanna
pain.
watch this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but if you try to just stay in that circumstance,
Yeah.
fill in all the gaps in your mind so your mind is not going anywhere
Right.
else, those tears will or won't come, but more so you will genuinely feel the way the character's supposed to feel.
And if you feel the truth of that emotion and that emotion causes you to start crying, you'll have to try not to.
Exactly.
It will wreck you.
Yeah,
if you're not-
absolutely.
yeah.
Your biggest struggle will be
Need to stop.
how do I stop crying at this point?
Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah.
I'm fuck. I miss
Dude,
acting
the,
class.
the human brain is a weird thing that we can trick it like that.
Yeah, your brain knows
It's-
no difference
yeah,
between
yeah.
reality and imagination. Maybe I have had too many margaritas, but we're just getting started.
Dude, we're
in
just
this.
getting
Yeah.
started.
The point is,
We are
Richard
dazed
Linklater
and
does not like
confused.
improv.
No, he's
Don't
not a
like
huge fan.
improv.
But here's the thing: he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. It's great writing.
It's great writing. It's amazing direction. He is an actor's director. He
Mm-hmm.
will work with you. He will make it work. And you can tell that these actors have had enough time and connection to make the lines organic
Yeah.
and to live in a moment and just let it breathe. And it feels when you watch these movies like you're hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
You know? Quentin Tarantino. This is one of his favorite movies.
It is.
This
he
is?
yeah.
It is.
Wow.
He says he likes to put it on because it feels like you're just hanging out with your friends.
Sure. That being said, this movie, like a lot of movies, have like a goal or an agenda or something
Sure.
that they're like working
Driving
towards.
towards. The characters are driving towards something they want and
This, like a lot of Richard Linklater movies, takes place within like less
One
than
day. Certain
24
time frame,
hours.
yeah.
One day.
Yeah, within one day. But they're not. They don't have like an all-powerful
Thank you, Zen.
goal in mind. You know, they, if anything, their goal is to find a party or to create a party
Sure.
or to make their last day of school memorable.
Exactly.
You know, which is every teenager's goal.
Every teenager's goal.
You know,
And one
last
of the
day of
characters.
school, where is the party? What are we going to do? How are we going to have fun? Like the three in the car, you know, they're driving around. They don't know what
Yeah.
they want to do, but they want to do something.
Cadillac Margarita, just driving around. Just driving around. Man, it's one of those things. Even one of the characters has this great little piece where she's talking about the moment being not just a precursor
Be
to
gentle.
what's happening next, right?
Uh-huh.
This whole movie, in Richard Linklater's entire slate of movies, seems to be a lot of like battling what's coming versus what's happening.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it so much because it's so antithetical to a lot of the like, go, do, now, next, future. I don't know.
I will say that I'm sad that I'd never seen this movie before because I've heard about it many times before. God damn it.
I cried when
Damn
I
it,
found out.
Seth.
I'm glad that
Gosh,
we
dang
made
it,
you.
yeah, me too.
and
But
now
it
you're
makes me
having-
that much more excited
Yeah.
for Richard Linklater's future projects.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, now you know where he started from.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give you guys
Absolutely.
a fun fact?
What you got?
Since I
Fun
refilled our
fact.
drinks.
Yes, please.
The beer that everybody is drinking in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
minus the minors, is real.
Yeah.
So it's one of those rare occasions that we talk about that people actually are
getting a little messed up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's always fucking.
I mean, I would be worried as a director.
Oh, sure.
But at the same time,
when you look at it, right, you've got the bulk, 3/4 of the movie, nobody's getting messed up, really.
Mm-hmm.
They're smoking joints occasionally, but mostly there's no drinking happening.
Sure.
All the drinking happens at the very last,
at the very end, at
like,
the moon
20
tower,
minutes.
basically.
Yeah.
Or
So
at the bar, at
that
the pool hall.
There's like a couple drinks at the pool hall, but even then, and Richard Linklater has said, gone on record, I run a professional set, but toward the end of filming, we were getting a little looser.
Yeah,
There you
that was
go.
probably one of the last
By all means.
2 days where they're like, you know what?
Because this was an indie, man. This was under, this was under $10 million.
And we're not here to, like,
keep
not
people up
enjoy
'cause
what
they're
we're
drinking.
doing.
Keep people going,
He, can I?
That being said, shooting for 12 hours or so
Right.
and drinking, that's
That's
fucking-
dangerous. I wouldn't do it, but
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
know if
marathon.
it would be 12 hours because it was
Sure.
it was all at night.
it was all
Yeah.
night for the
So
if
that
you're going to
was-
drink, only drink.
I mean, a
when
lot of
it's
it was during the day, but all the drinking
during-
was
No, I'm talking about the
rolling
that,
and
yeah,
cut.
yeah, the
that
party and
scene,
stuff,
the party
yeah.
scene where they're
I'm sure that was
drinking
like one night.
was
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can
two.
almost promise you they did like one night of that.
That's
Yeah.
true because he had a.
It's one
tight-
location.
Yeah.
You know, I think they could have knocked it out in one night, depending on
knows?
how many cameras they were working with.
That's true.
We,
A unit and B unit sort of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah,
we talked about him writing this, correct? He wrote this as well.
yeah.
So, in 2004,
Mm.
3 of his friends, Bobby
Sued him.
Wooderson, Andy
Yeah.
Slater, and Richard Floyd
Yep.
sued him
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
for unauthorized
Right.
use of their name
their-
and
yeah.
image.
Did they win?
They did not.
They did not because there was a statute of limitation
There
on when
was.
you can sue for something like that. So if they would have sued in like
Yeah.
95,
Yeah. They could.
they would have got something.
Zen, I'm
because-
sorry I keep stepping on you. I just love this movie so
No,
fucking
I
much.
totally understand.
I can't even help it.
Totally
Yeah,
understand. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm editing.
So the they still the men still live in Texas, and the lawsuit just was dropped because.
His statute of limitations.
Hey, bitch,
Interesting. I
why
wonder
you
how
gonna wait
long
till
that-
like 11 years after it's fucking been
Right.
made?
Yeah,
11 years.
Yeah, sounds about right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, because
You know?
it's gotta spread and get popular again.
Is it?
Right.
Was it popular in Texas? Is this like one of them like?
So interesting, man. This is a little anecdote about me. Is me and my dad love movies. Like my whole family loves movies. We watch movies. We love, gathering around and watching a TV show or a great movie. Dazed and Confused is the first like independent film that I watched that was like an indie. I remember my dad showed me Dazed and Confused. There were 2 movies. He was like, you have to see them. You're not old enough yet, but like there are 2 movies you have to see. One was Bottle Rocket and one was Dazed and Confused. And these are movies that he loved whenever they came out. And I was born in 91, so this would have come out in 93, which means he was still going to movies and watching movies when he was, when he had a kid and, doing the job thing.
He was
Yeah.
like, I gotta get away from
Yeah.
this badass kid. Let me go to the movies. real
Dude,
quick."
I was, I get it. But yeah, so for me, it was a movie that I watched growing up and that I loved. But I don't know, because, like, this movie's weird in that it's so much like a memory.
Sure.
You could almost, like, shut your eyes and it's just like being in high school that I don't even know if you'd remember watching it or you would talk about it because it's
Yeah.
just like something you did the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I went to school in, like, high school. I was in during, like, the turn of the century. So, like, around 99, 2000 or so.
Sure.
And even then, like, watching this movie and seeing the things that took place back then in the 70s,
Yeah.
very, very similar. Kids are still smoking
Yeah.
weed.
Yep.
Kids are still trying
Still
to
trying.
find beer somehow.
find the party.
They're always trying to find the party.
Still cruising around.
They're still cruising around. They're still making out in
Still
front of each
making out,
other.
yeah, yeah.
They're still trying to hook up.
Uh-huh.
Like it's all. There's still the fucking clicks and everything
Yeah.
that goes on now. It's just a straight up recycling, and the most of the things that change are the cars, the music.
Jason, would you
And-
say that doesn't matter how old you get, they stay the same age?
Oh shit!
I
Drop it,
love
bro.
them high
You
school
keep
girls,
getting
man.
on. I can get
Well,
None taken. No offense taken.
But you're exactly right. It's one of those weird things.
It's
like,
just one of those things.
Because I wonder.
Because they're going through it the first time around.
Uh-huh.
I get all that, but there is a
What's the matter? The mustache too big?
Oh, fuck! There's a history of loving this movie. I think in some parts of Texas,
Yeah,
like
sure.
the Top Notch Burger Drive-In
Yeah,
restaurant.
Is that a real place?
Yes.
It's a real place
real
that
place.
tons of people go to
Mhm.
because of that movie. Even
Partially, yeah.
even one of the paddles is like in a
Yeah,
case
it's like
there.
iconic, yeah.
And it was open until 2008 after the owner who had been working there for 38 years, who started there when he was 12
Yeah.
because it was his dad's fucking burger joint. He passed away and they closed it.
Yeah.
And then I think enough people were like, what the fuck, this is closed?
They
And
brought
it
it back.
becomes something that is so iconic to that
Sure.
area that it brought it back. That's why I was asking is, does Texas like love this movie? Like, is it something that you guys?
Here's
like,
the thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, we love this movie, but it's not, even like talking to people, it's not something that just like comes up.
Right.
You know, people quote this movie endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep the LIVIN.
Yeah.
All those things, like it's eminently quotable, but I
Yeah.
think it's mostly attributed to Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey's character
Yeah.
Mm.
is those little quotable lines. But yeah, like
Sure.
this is a super popular movie, and it takes place in Austin, which is Texas' most famous city by
Yeah.
far.
Is it?
Absolutely. Like
Where
I
all
think
the weird people go.
it's one of those things where, like, you've heard of the Alamo, you know it's in San Antonio. Like,
Sure.
maybe you know a little bit about Houston, but if you ask anybody about a city in Texas, they're going to talk about Austin,
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
I do
Yeah,
hear
because
that
I
is-
associate like certain
Sure.
cities in Texas as like there's like 5 or so.
Sure.
Like there's Houston, there's
Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth,
Dallas,
San Antonio,
there's
Austin.
El Paso, there's
Yeah, El Paso.
Austin.
Yeah, I've always been told that Austin is the city in
Well,
Texas that I
Like that's
would
the
have
one
the
you're
it's-
supposed to
most
go to
fun at.
visit.
Right.
Apparently,
It's the
Yeah.
liberal enclave in
Okay.
a red state.
okay, it's
and
where the
it's-
arts go.
But it's
Yes.
it's famous for a lot of different reasons, and music is one of them. The film culture is one of them, and this
Mhm.
movie is one of them,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay,
See, we talked about the music with the Lone Star beer.
like I'd love Friday Night Lights, but I don't want to go
Absolutely.
visit Odessa.
But you don't,
I
yeah.
don't ever want. I mean, no.
Which is where I'm from, basically.
Oh.
Is it really?
So I'm from the small town near that big town. Odessa
Odessa's
is
a
a
big
big
town.
town for me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
We played them in football like once or twice whenever we were big enough.
Seth, you were always big enough.
You always
Did you play
on
football?
my
I did.
mind.
You did.
I did.
I figured so.
Yeah.
It's Texas, man.
It's Texas.
Everybody plays football.
Everybody plays football. Even
That's
the
why we-
stoners play football.
That's why we got to do Varsity Blues, bitch.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want your life. Okay, bitch? Don't.
That fucking movie.
I can't
Oh
wait.
my god.
Oh, man.
Okay, well we can
All
move
right,
on
yeah,
from
yeah.
Mr. Linklater. I will say that he's got a couple of projects that are coming out
Oh,
soon.
please.
One of them is a Bill Hicks biopic. I don't know if you
Okay.
heard about that.
No.
Yeah,
I'm so
he's
excited
keeping
about
things
that.
kind of close to the
Yes.
vest. The other one is also Untitled Richard Linklater project. These are the things he's directing, not even just producing.
Right.
And there's another one that has just been completed, and it's called Where'd You Go, Bernadette?
Yeah, I'm really excited
Oh,
about
that
that.
actually
I've
is
seen
coming out.
billboards.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I haven't
I've
heard
seen
anything about
I've
it.
seen
yet.
posters for it, but I haven't.
It's quiet, man. He doesn't make a big production of things. Not really.
No, he doesn't. So if you'd like to learn more about
Right.
Mr. Richard Linklater, go watch A Scanner Darkly
Oh,
or
yeah.
School of Rock or Me and Orson Welles or
Or literally
One
any
one of
number
the
of other
great,
movies.
one of the few remakes of a movie, Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah,
That was a good one.
that was a good remake.
I
That was a
like
good
Billy
remake.
Bob was like, who else would you have as a fucking dirty ass
I know,
coach?
right?
Right?
Yeah. Who else could you have to redo Walter
like,
Matthau's?
dude, not like that. I mean, that was pretty perfect.
I think you did a great
I
job.
Fucking
know.
bad Santa, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Okay.
There's a lot of people. In
Dude, there's
this-
a lot of people,
There's
yeah.
so many people in
Dude.
this series. A lot of them, like you said, are no-name actors at the time. The only one that had like a filmography was probably Ben Affleck because he's
Sure.
been working since he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
You know, he
Pretty
he
much.
was
he
still
could collect
nobody.
pensions at like
He
30.
was, yeah. This is the movie that launched Ben Affleck.
Sure.
I mean, to some extent.
Some extent, yeah.
Such an asshole.
In this movie,
You
In
yeah.
this
won't
movie,
get
he's
to him.
such an asshole.
Yo, dude.
God, we will
Yeah.
get to him.
So let's start with the girl that we don't really hear from,
Sure.
but we see her.
Yeah.
Mila Jovovich is in this.
Yeah.
She absolutely is.
She is.
Young as
How old
fuck.
would you say she is at this point?
I have no
Like
idea.
19, 20, I feel like.
Probably at the very most. Like, I think she had done Chaplin by this time with Robert Downey Jr. But actually, that's exactly what she did. She did
Yeah.
Chaplin right before this.
Which I
It wasn't
haven't
even out
seen.
yet when
She
filmed
plays Michelle, but she hadn't done, like, let's say, The Fifth Element yet.
Yeah.
You know, she hadn't done
What are those
He
movies?
Got Game and those
Right.
those other
What's
90s
that, like,
movies.
evil...
this. Resident Evil.
There we
Resident
go. She
Evil.
hasn't done any of
She
those.
hasn't done
done
any
that.
of those yet.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, she's known for being, like, model, and she has, like, a music
Right.
career.
yeah, she's
And she has these hits under her belt.
Yeah.
But when she did this movie, like you said, she had only did Chaplin, and her part in this movie is a lot bigger than what we see. Because I always
Yeah.
thought it was weird that she's on the poster
Right.
when she's like a mute in this movie. Like,
Right.
she's
They-
They,
barely
they cut a
talks.
lot of her stuff out.
Like,
and they,
I
is that
feel-
what happened?
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
a whole thing with them stealing
Oh
the.
my God. I'm sorry. Keep going. Keep
I'm
going.
so glad that you're excited because this isn't even just like
Dude.
right now.
Yeah.
Looking up this stuff, I've always
I've always known. Yeah, it's like I've always
known
known
about
this stuff. Yeah.
So like the scene where they steal the statue and they
Right.
play them like kiss. There's like a whole thing about it. Like
There's a
where
whole
they're-
arc with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they're
Yeah.
like first sitting under and smoking, talking about stealing it, to them stealing it, to her painting it, to the getting caught by the cops, bringing it to the party,
Yeah.
like showing. There's a whole part with that they
Uh-huh.
don't show,
No.
that they cut out. So when she did see the movie, she was very fucking upset
She was
about
very
it.
upset.
Aw, poor
Where
thing,
she was
'cause she
like-
thought it was going to be like her
It was,
coming out
yeah, she
party
thought it was
sort
going
of
to be
thing.
like, hey, I've got Chaplin and this, and it was going to be a whole
For
thing.
sure.
Yeah, so she like was.
I mean,
almost
how
like-
far behind was Chaplin? Because in that one, she plays very young. She plays
It,
like
it
14
wasn't that
or
far.
so.
Like,
It came out the year before.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, it
So they
would've
probably younged her down for Chaplin, and then,
then-
in Dazed and Confused, she was playing her
More
age. I
age,
would
More
say.
rage, yeah. And
Yeah.
so she had a whole arc that they never talked about. So when she did see the movie, she was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
big ups to
didn't want
her
to do. She didn't want to act anymore after this. Because,
Really?
Yeah,
because
she
of how.
felt,
because she was jaded by the outcome.
Yeah.
Actors don't have control. The
They
only
don't.
thing you can control is your performance.
They
Yeah.
don't. And
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that I don't like her.
I like
Yeah.
her in this
Really
movie.
I
cut
like her in
down
this movie,
performance
yeah,
of it.
it's-
She's just like the cool stoner girl. I like where
Yeah.
she's like singing
Mhm.
whatever song she's singing. Whatever song
Yeah.
she is singing is supposed to be a song that she wrote. Like it was
Yeah.
one of her
It's
songs.
like one of her
Oh,
songs,
really?
yeah.
She's
Okay.
like playing the guitar.
And she gave him the rights to it, sort of thing.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Guess so.
I don't know how it worked.
I don't know how it worked.
They spent a lot of money on music
Right,
rights.
Probably, yeah. I just threw a little bit that way.
Yeah, but I kind of want to see the deleted scenes because some of them are shown on the
Yeah.
like bonus DVD or
I
whatever.
would like
and
to
then-
see those as
Then
well.
there's some that they just never showed ever.
Mm.
And like this is, things I've read is that whenever he was cutting the movie together, one of the things that happened, and we'll talk about this, Matthew McConaughey's role got bigger,
Yes,
Mhm.
it did.
and it just kind of took over parts of the movie, and that's kind of what happened.
It had
is this other
an effect
arc
on the
was
story.
like, well, shit, this is what we wrote, but like
This guy's-
you can't
this
play,
guy's
you can't
great.
plan for this.
Yeah.
So
And
we'll
that
wait till we get
happens
to
with
him.
that happens a couple of times with a few people that when they were young,
Mhm.
you can see how good they are or how
Yeah.
good their potential is, and you want
Absolutely.
to see more of them, and
Mhm.
therefore, what starts out as a small role becomes bigger
It
and bigger.
grows,
and bigger.
Yeah.
Something that sticks out to me is Tom Cruise in his first movie, Taps.
Yeah.
He was only supposed to be there for like a day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he becomes a part of the core
Yeah.
of characters somehow. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you can't plan for
You
that
can't plan
shit.
for that shit.
Can't
But
plan.
I
Yeah.
mean, Mila Jovovich has had a very successful
Absolutely.
career.
She's an amazing actress. And,
Yeah.
I'm sure she was angry at the time because it was one of her first things, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure she invited all of her friends and family to the premiere and had no idea.
She's on the
Yeah,
fucking
back then you don't get to
poster.
see the dailies or anything
Yeah, yeah.
like that.
She's
Back
on the
then, and I'm
poster.
sure that like I was listening to an interview with a writer, and he was like, I always make a point to call an actor if we cut their guest star down so that they know that it's not their fault.
That's a great thing that not everybody does.
And because it's one of the, like, you're not thinking about it. There are so many other more important things happening in the making of a movie than calling an actor and telling them that their part's smaller now.
I totally understand that, but then it's one thing, like you said, you tell your mama and your auntie.
Oh man,
and,
I would be so
picture
embarrassed.
her
I can
out front of the movie theater crying or something like
that.
Yeah,
she's like,
especially
I'm on
when
the
you're
poster.
young. Especially when you're young.
I'm about to fucking kill this shit.
I mean, dude, she's from Russia, and you cannot tell, even at 17, 18.
No accent.
But
she
doesn't
was
really
born in
talk,
75.
though.
This movie came out in 93, so that
like
means she
Chaplin,
filmed it in
like-
92.
Oh, okay.
So she was maybe 17 at the
17.
time when she filmed this.
Yeah.
That's very impressive to be able to pull off an American accent so well way back then.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of training for it.
No, not at the time.
I just love her fucking painting the kiss faces on
I
there.
do too. Oh my gosh.
I do want to see how they stole it,
Me too,
and I would love to see them getting pulled over for it. I feel like that's something that they should have.
I feel like there's a director's cut out there, and it's like
I'm gonna hit up Richard and see what I can.
Hit up Richard, see what you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have better luck being that you're Texas born.
Oh yeah,
but
that's true.
I'll send the email.
Hold on, now I'm gonna do my Bill Hicks audition really quick. Bill Hicks is a stand-up.
Let me hear it.
He was a Texas comedian for the most part, but he wasn't super popular in the States. He was really popular in London specifically.
Because that's what they think all Americans are.
Yeah. So this is like a little song he sings in one of his stand-ups. Ready?
I'm very excited.
Do it.
No one knows what it's like to be a dustbin in Glasbury. Fucking hooligans. Fucking hooligans tipping over the dustbins. That's it. He's got so many bits about like how fucking weird and light the crime is in London.
God.
He's like, in America, we've got guns everywhere and people shooting each other, and out here, you'll read the paper, some hooligans dumped over the dustbins.
That's all they have.
Right? They've got like somebody knocked over a trash can. The hooligans.
I don't have any other fun facts on her other than
I
that.
mean, like we said, we're not going to spend too much time on anybody.
No, because there's too many people.
All we can say is she did a great job. She's
Absolutely.
continuing to do a great job. She's got 3 movies in post, pre, and announced right now.
Dude.
And so Mila, and she's still absolutely beautiful, beautiful girl.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we will see you on the next one, Mila.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about some more of your movies.
Fifth Element, bitch, on the list.
So let's talk about Mr. Pickford for a second here.
Mr.
Sean
Pickford.
Andrews. Sean Andrews is, I don't know if he's extremely selective about his movies, but he hasn't done that many of them.
Sure.
And he did a great fucking job.
Great job.
And he's well trained. So he is, for those of you who've seen the movie, he plays Pickford. He is the one who is the son who was supposed to host the graduation party. It didn't work out for him.
Didn't quite work out that
I just want
way.
to talk about how we don't realize that apparently back in the 70s, 18-year-olds could buy beer.
18-year-olds could buy beer in the
thing.
70s.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Is
Yeah,
that
we
just
totally
a
talk-
Texas thing?
No, because
So
they
it was
do
state by
that-
state. It was state by state.
Okay.
And until 1990, you could buy beer in Louisiana at 18. So it's one of those things that for a while was a states' rights issue. And until I think the 80s, you could buy beer at 18 in Texas, and Louisiana was the last holdout. And the national government said, "Well, okay, you can buy beer at 18 in Louisiana, but we're going to stop building your roads." And they're like, "No, it's cool. We'll wait till we're 21.
Fuck
It's
these
fine.
18-year-olds.
We're going to drink when we're too young anyway. So just don't worry about it."
Because
Yeah,
on that
they straight
70,
up called him on it.
on that 70s show, they could drink.
They
at
could drink at
18 too.
18.
That's true. You can
Yeah.
drink at 18
So
on there.
not only did they were able to buy
Back
their
in
own
the day.
beer back in the day, but I mean, we just have to think of it as us being millennials.
Can you imagine being 18 and being able to buy beer?
Besides that,
Senior year would have been so much easier.
Well,
I know.
dude, I was so straight edge. My first drink was when I was 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Lame
Wow.
bitch.
Yeah, I didn't have a fake ID or anything.
I didn't have a fake ID,
They
but
made
we did
songs
have a.
about it.
I know,
fake
right?
ID
Like
now.
I was so straight edge for no reason.
Your
Like,
dad's gonna listen to
in
this
Texas.
episode, isn't he?
no.
Yeah, but you got to think about like he gets caught
Yeah.
with the cake,
With the cake
coming, and the dad's
coming
like,
in.
"Oh, so you ordered a?"
So
There's
there
a
you
guy
go.
downstairs who says you ordered a cake.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "What?
What?
What's
Hey,
the,
these
I don't
things
know.
happen,
Hey,
buddy. Sorry.
What's the address?
He's like,
no.
Dad is not
Dad,
having
it's
it.
the wrong last. It's just down the. Don't
Yeah.
even. It's fine.
And
Think
what
nothing
happens?
of it.
Dad does
Start
not go on
unpacking.
his
We're not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah.
Ain't going nowhere.
Dad's
bitch.
not convinced.
And that was gonna be the big party.
The big
That
party.
was gonna be the Fast Times at Ridgemont
Yeah.
High, the Clue,
Yes,
like all those
absolutely.
things.
But then you have to think about it. When you cancel a party back then, there's really no way to make sure
No.
everybody knows the
No.
party's canceled.
I mean, how do you do it? You call the guy who knows everybody. Like
and even then,
Is
and
there
even
like
who is that?
a
That's
phone
fucking
tree?
Wooderson, maybe,
exactly,
or Slater.
Yeah, maybe. I
Maybe.
don't know.
you got a phone tree, but then it's just
Sure.
people who just like heard about it, like the
Yeah.
the not the nerds, but the non jock, non pothead
Yeah.
kids. They show up to the
The
house.
oddballs, you
Yeah.
might say.
Yeah, they show up to the fucking house, and
Well,
as soon
like-
as the dad opens the door, they're like, "Huh," and they just like run.
Oh yeah,
They
Adam
run away.
Goldberg is like, nope, I'm not doing it.
So
I'm
there's-
fucking out of here.
There's no way to tell everybody, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, girl, party canceled."
Yeah, you
parents
can't
figured
just
it
send out a mass
Oh,
text like
man.
you do now.
Adam,
So
dude,
come-
Adam Goldberg.
Adam
I
Goldberg,
love Adam
so
Goldberg
fucking
so
great.
much. So great in everything he's ever done. So funny in this.
Yes, absolutely.
Another thing you can't do back in the time was we could sit in our house and buy Beyonce tickets, and we don't have to like drive all the
for
way
Aerosmith tickets.
Yeah,
to go get these tickets.
to go get the
We
tickets.
literally just have to set an alarm to wake up at
Yep.
whatever time it is.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You got to be on your
Yeah,
laptop.
some of them you
at
really
the
do have to
time.
be on. If you're going to
We've
like
lost
Coachella
tickets.
or like Burning Man or something where you're like, oh shit, let me make sure I get my. That makes sense. But I have never had to drive to go get my tickets from
I just
anywhere.
love that there's an ice chest
I know, we
a
should do
foot
that
away
more
from
often.
Seth.
We need to do that more often.
There should always be an ice chest about a foot
Do
away
we
from
need to
it.
put it like right here?
Next time we'll put it on the other
Yeah,
side.
we'll put it right here.
Does that mean you're out?
I just finished my first one. I'm working on this marg, and then I'll probably grab another one.
Slow
There you go.
ride. Take it
Take it
easy.
easy, Seth.
I'm taking it plenty easy.
So, Sean Andrews, I love him in this movie. I kind of wish, like, similar to Mila Jovovich, he didn't have a huge role in this. I'm wondering if a lot of scenes from different people in the story got
I think
cut
Zen is
down.
raising
I
her
see
hand.
Zenobia's hand in my peripheral
Sure.
over
Do
here.
you know why?
Because she got a fun
Do you know?
fact.
'Cause if you
I actually
that-
don't know this one.
Okay.
Fun fact.
I didn't write this down, but him and Jason London,
Yeah.
Okay.
who is
The lead,
of this
essentially.
movie,
Yeah.
they did not get along.
Motherfucker.
So
They're-
on set, they changed a lot of the script to deal with the fact that they don't like each other. So he
I
gets the
see.
short end of the stick
Right.
because
He's not really the lead.
he's not the lead.
Protagonist.
So if I love him and
Yeah.
his like
Oh, he's
long
great.
hair
Yeah.
and his like
Yeah, he's the-
shirt open,
He could have
flowy.
easily played Jason London's part.
He was
He probably went out for
He
it.
probably did.
Probably. I wouldn't be
So the
surprised.
casting director, in my head, it's Don Johnson. What's the casting director's name? No, it's not.
We're not
it
on that
can't
level
possibly
on
be.
this show.
Well, no, this is important though because the casting director for this movie also cast like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's
There's
right.
like it's a big deal, and
I will
again,
find it for you.
Yeah, find it for me because we actually have a story to tell with McConaughey.
Don Phillips.
Don Phillips.
Girl,
Don
you
Johnson.
told me he knows my
Yeah.
in here.
Hey, there you go. But I did read that a lot of the cast wasn't. That they said gelling. So like, I think a lot of it was just people weren't quite meshing, and Linklater does the rehearsal process
Yeah.
beforehand.
So he's
And
So
if he
he
sees
knows
trouble
if
ahead
he
of
sees,
time,
like, all right.
that affects the story.
Yeah, so stuff that affects the story.
They don't
and-
have much interaction in the movie.
Yeah.
It's very bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
In the original script, they had more, and
Yeah.
they would be more good friends, but they're not because they didn't get along, and so he got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
It does happen, and that's okay.
Dude, play nice, or you would have had the same amount of fucking apart as you
At the
would.
same time,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows who the
who
dick
knows what would
was?
have happened,
That's true.
and would
You know?
the story been as good?
Could have been
Like,
Jason. It could have been him.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
and
I cannot
if I
lie
was
to
him
you.
and somebody's being a dick, my principles may outweigh my career.
Unless you are straight up calling me
Drink a
the
beer, I'm gonna start
N-word.
burping.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
We haven't burped on here in a while.
I will.
No, we had
Sorry.
champagne not too long ago.
Sorry
We were
about that,
burping.
guys.
But
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
you
I
get along.
can understand not liking someone personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I told Jason earlier today, that I do have a problem of stopping my face
Sure.
from showing what I am feeling.
Yeah,
Sure.
you do wear your heart on your
It's because you're
sleeve.
like a normal person.
Yeah, you have
Most
reactions.
it's
people
like-
have that.
It's like I don't have a poker face.
It's fine.
I can put one up.
Most
but
people don't. Like
Yeah.
most people think they do, but they don't.
Yeah.
And like even if you understand on a level that all right, I don't like this person, but we got to act together and be professional, it's gonna mess with how you are interacting.
Yeah.
It just is.
I would make the
That's-
attempt to be the bigger
Yeah.
person, have
Yeah.
a conversation, but if that person slaps my hand
Sure.
away again, it's like, all right, fuck
Well,
it. I guess
even
this
if they
isn't the
don't,
project for
even
me.
if they try and like meet a middle ground, and you're like, all right, I'm cool with you. It's gonna color if you're supposed to be best friends and you barely get along.
Oh yeah,
That's not gonna
It'll come
work.
off as fake.
You know,
Yeah.
that's why we have things like whenever people just have chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing. We talk about it. Like,
That's why
have
we
you
do
guys
the
seen
screen tests.
Fleabag?
No.
Oh.
Man, you're missing out.
Damn.
There is my girlfriend and I just watched it recently, and there is the lead character and a romantic interest comes in, and both of us were like, "Oh my god, these two people have the most chemistry I've ever seen on screen."
Really?
Anybody? Maybe Brad and Angelina in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
That on-screen palpability
Okay.
that's beyond just getting along.
It
Right?
was good.
It was really good.
That's a
Right.
great fucking movie.
But like that's the point, is like there's something extra there where as a person you just get along and there's something happening off screen and it adds to what's happening on screen. So the inverse has to be true. If there's something happening off screen that's not great, that's not kosher, it's going to translate on screen no matter what you do, no matter how
Sure.
good of an actor you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I dropped
is.
scene partners because things
Yeah.
weren't working out because I didn't like them as a person.
And that's okay.
I feel like I could put up with about 98% of the people, like especially if it's something that I really want or
Sure.
like.
But we're not
like
talking
you said,
about-
like you said, you've given up partners before because
Mm-hmm.
they were. I have been to the point where I want to be the person. I'll flip it to be like I need to be the person to inspire them to be better, so that we both better. So when we come in here, I'm telling them like,
Right.
look, I ain't slacking. I'm about
Yeah.
to really do my shit. You need to really do your shit. So like, you can't phone it in because I'm not phoning it in.
Yeah.
Nah. And you can't phone it in, but even if you do have that conversation, you're still in this
Yeah.
place where you both know that you're not each other's favorite person.
Yeah. You know who didn't phone it in?
Hmm.
Rory Cochrane.
Bah, bah, bah. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, yeah, keep us on track, my man.
Mr. Slater.
Slater.
Fucking Slater. I don't know if he's my favorite character in the movie, but damn it, do I like this character.
He's
I
at
have
least
two
the second
favorites.
most quotable, yeah.
I have two.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stick with it. I have
All right,
two
two
favorites, and he is one of them.
Okay.
Okay. There you
I
go.
love it.
And he
I like that.
is the fun, goofy.
He's
Yeah.
fucking great.
He's so great.
He's the guy that you just
Stoner.
want to hang out with.
he really
Check
is.
you
in a way.
later.
Like, I can hang out with this fucking
Absolutely.
guy at the DMV.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the stoner character can go like annoying really easily. But
he's,
this
like,
guy,
fun
this guy is
loving.
like so fun the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's going with the flow. He's not messing up anybody. And his little bit about like Martha Washington handing George
She
a big
was a
fat
hip-
bowl at the
hip
end of the
lady.
day. Oh my god,
and
it's
he'd
so
come
funny.
home and she'd have a fat
Yeah.
bowl for him.
Waiting for him. They were growing it all over the country.
They were
By the way, he really was growing hemp.
He was.
And smoking weed.
probably not a psychoactive strain if we're
And, no.
honest. The Declaration of Independence is printed on hemp.
It
for
sure
anybody who
is.
doesn't know.
For those who don't know.
If, all
We haven't
stoners
done
know
National
that.
Treasure yet.
We'll get there,
Oh, God.
man.
I love
the
that
first-
movie.
It's a
Just
great
the
movie.
first one. I don't care for the second one, but I did
Well,
like
the second one was a little bit. They
Book
jumped.
of Secrets?
They jumped the pyramid shark. I don't know
I mean,
Wait, can you tell us a fun fact?
about
The moon tower?
the fact that it's real or
Yes.
like. Yeah,
Is it a
so,
real thing?
So the Moon Tower is a real thing in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
At
okay.
the moment, I don't know what it is or if you can still go there, but they have a big festival every year, the Moon Tower Comedy Festival.
okay.
And it's around this radio tower that it's called the Moon Tower. That's about all I know.
It's called the Moon.
Yeah.
So what? So has anyone fallen doubted after drinking one beer?
I'm sure.
Just hitting everyone
wouldn't
on
doubt
the
it.
down.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They said he only had one beer. How many did you have?
You're fucked.
I'll
buddy.
admit, my knowledge of the Moon Tower is limited.
Okay, but I did not know that it was real
there you go.
because
It is a real place.
I'm not from
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Alright.
But it's super cool. I do love that scene where he's just trying to scare the freshmen,
Yeah.
which is totally cool. And like it's like he's in.
Yeah.
They smack the shit out of his ass, but
And
he's
then
in now.
Yeah,
He's in now.
He
And
that's
that's
what
we
takes
talked
his
about that
legs
earlier.
like
Took it like a man.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So-
what? He got caught fair and square. All right. You know.
Yeah, like dude. I mean, we'll get.
But
to
I
him.
also think that Pink was only nice to him because he was trying to fuck his sister.
I don't know.
I don't know. They set up Pink
I think-
very specifically.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Pink is just an all-around good dude, and he kind of says it earlier in the movie that like when he was a freshman, these guys got him, but at the same time they were cool about
They
it,
were
and
cool
they took
about
him
it.
out that night too.
And
So
gave
I
him
think
beer.
he's
We
just
talked about
that's
that.
Paid it
his
forward.
that's his
That's his
tradition
ethos. That's
of,
his. Yeah.
you know, keeping that part of the
He wants
tradition.
that
That's
too.
cool. So that when
So that when it comes back around,
yeah,
He's gonna
He's
do the
cool.
same thing
Yeah,
for
yeah.
another freshman,
That's
It's
cool.
like-
and I think that's great.
I like
I think
that.
it's amazing, and that's what I was talking about with the hazing. Is
But
that-
I don't like the hazing.
I know, right? You don't like it, but it's one of those things. I remember
It's almost a rite of passage.
it's a rite of passage, and once you're through it, they're really cool with you.
Yeah.
If
I
you,
mean, even the one kid,
Yeah.
he's just like, I mean, nobody cares. They even let us do it in the parking lot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
schools don't care. The parents don't care. No
because
one
they
cares.
all went through it too.
Somebody's selling
It becomes a
concessions.
Someone,
culture.
yeah, I do love that.
yeah.
Okay, before we move on from Rory Cochrane, I will say my dude was born in New York, but he was raised in England for like the early part of his life.
Okay.
And then he went back to the States. He went back and went to school in New York City.
Interesting.
So he is a world travel
Yeah,
man.
sure.
not only that, he's a second generation actor. His mom
His mom
is an
is
actress as well.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she's been in a number of movies. Don't ask me to mention them
No,
right
yeah.
now.
I do want to say one thing about him.
What's that?
His hair was fake, and when he did walk
Oh,
around,
no.
walk
I knew
around
it.
in Austin and stuff, people were looking at him like, "What the fuck
Oh,
is this?"
the illusion is
Man,
shattered.
I'm sorry, did I
doesn't
ruin
that
that
just
for you?
like
Damn it.
I just
Sorry.
in my head I wanted to think somebody had hair that good.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
He said he
there
never
are a
had
couple of
it.
kids in here whose hair is that good.
He said he had never had it before, so
Damn,
That
that,
was a
makes me
cool thing.
sad.
Right.
Have you seen Empire Records?
yes.
Yeah.
He plays Lucas in that one.
We were also talking about that movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
I think
Records
that's a
is
great
good,
fucking
yeah.
movie.
I
There's
liked
a
it.
lot of great actors.
A lot of great
that came up
actors,
in
good
that movie as
music.
well.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
only like 2 years after this one came out.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a good music year for movies.
Yeah.
Like this year has been a great
It
year
absolutely
musically.
has.
Yeah.
Rocket Man, you've got Motley Crue, the
I haven't seen
Oh,
Motley Crue
The
yet.
Dirt was good.
The
I
Dirt
liked
was
it.
good.
Yeah, you've got the Yesterday with the Beatles.
Yeah.
Dude,
you've got,
yeah, a lot of those. Are
What's
coming
that?
out.
What's
Yeah,
the?
yeah.
What's the?
That one hasn't
Bohemian
even come out
Rhapsody.
yet. It's
was
about
last
to.
year, I guess. Oh, which one?
Yesterday's
out.
It's out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
What's the one
go,
about
go
the
see
boss?
it. It's good. Like the music's really good. Oh, that's
Oh,
about to come out.
I'm very excited about
the
Bruce
Blinded
Springsteen?
by the Light.
Blinded
the
by
Bruce
the
Spring-
Light.
Yeah, yeah.
Blinded by the
We got
light.
Beyonce dropping out the Lion King.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
It's
the
been
Gift.
a good music year. Yeah, it really has.
Beautiful.
Good.
Anyway,
Because music needs to come back.
It
I
does.
love music.
I miss music.
I feel like you would like the Gift. I know you're not the biggest Beyonce fan, but I just want to throw that out there. It's a lot of really cool African artists that are featured on her album, and it just has like a really cool summer feel. So
See how quick she said that?
I did because I didn't want you to interrupt me.
Don't dwell on it. All right, and
I
we're
won't,
back.
but I will
There you
say
go.
that Linklater used, I did not used, but recast Rory Cochrane again in Scanner Darkly.
yeah.
So he did such a great job as Slater
Yeah.
that that's the goal. Is as an actor, you always want to make the directors want to work with you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you work with Ben Affleck again
Dude,
in
yeah.
Argo.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fucking killing it to this day. Like he's got
Great actor,
two more movies coming in post production right now.
Excellent.
One's called Antlers, the other one's called Tyson's Run. I don't know what they're about, but I'm glad that he's still fucking doing his
Me
thing.
too.
Yeah.
He was in
I
Black
love it.
Mass with Johnny
Yeah.
Depp. So
I
moving
like
on
Black
from Rory
Mass.
because we don't have time.
We don't
Sorry,
have
Rory,
time.
you're
Sorry,
killing
man.
it
Sorry,
though,
we're gonna
and you're one of our favorite characters
some of
in
the
this
actors.
movie.
He is one of my favorite characters.
Right.
Because he's just so...
He's just so
funny.
great. He
He's
really
like,
is.
yeah, my report card came in and I got all A's.
I know you.
I know
I
you.
know
We
you.
have physics together.
Geometry.
Or
Geography.
I love when an actor has the ability to indulge in a scene or
And
a
just
moment.
choose some scenery, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and just like add color to something where you would not expect it.
Yeah.
Like when he asks the kid, what is his name? The freshman kid. I can't think of it right now.
Mitch?
Mitch. There you go. He's like, "Are
Sure,
you
we'll go
cool,
with Mitch."
man?"
He's
We'll
like,
go with Mitch. I
Yeah.
think it is Mitch.
It is Mitch, actually. I'm just like,
It is. You know, I take good notes.
Yeah. He specifically asks him, he's like, "Are you cool?"
cool?
And like secretly, he's asking him, "Does
Yeah.
he get high?"
He's like, he's
But,
actually...
like,
if you
he
Yeah,
doesn't
Mitch has
know.
no idea.
He has no
Yeah,
idea.
He's in 8th grade. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But he doesn't just say okay. He
Yeah.
takes like 4 or 5
does,
beats in
yeah.
there and like walks away and then comes back and like laughs at him. He's like, okay.
Okay.
And then he walks away. Like all those mannerisms
Yeah.
are fucking
He
beautiful.
He nails it.
He does.
He really, really does.
Thank you. Rory.
Yes. Thank y'all.
So yeah, Rory, you fucking killed it. But also Adam Goldberg did also.
Adam Goldberg.
Adam Goldberg
Everybody, hey.
plays Mike.
You
Gets his
fucking
ass whooped.
fascist.
You fucking fascist.
I love his fight so much.
I do too.
I love it.
I really do. Because it looks like a real
It just
It
makes
high
you
does.
school
cringe.
fight.
It happens.
This is typically
it
what
happens
would happen.
exactly how the high school fight happens. That character is set up as such a douche
Mm-hmm.
that is totally fine. That you completely buy that he would do that. And Adam's character, you know,
I knew guys like that.
Because Clint, I understand, like, he came off, like, real hot. If someone walks in and is like, ooh, it smells like reefer in here, it's usually them saying, like, fuck yeah, this party's lit, there's somebody smoking weed here. Which is, I kind of feel like what he was kind of saying, or just...
Yeah, he was just
commentating.
throwing it out there.
He's
He
just
wasn't
like-
trying to offend
Adam
anybody.
Goldberg is the best at being a little bit awkward.
Yes.
And-
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
is.
is.
just a little bit. Like, you know, you've got those actors out there like Thomas Middleditch who like just will like indulge in being awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam Goldberg is almost normal. So it's like he's just that half step off of right in the groove.
And he talks so fast.
And
yet he's so eloquent in his speaking.
Oh my gosh.
Like, even though he's talking really fast, you know exactly what he says with every single word. And that's very fucking impressive the way that he does it.
Except his dumb ass thinking that someone's going to break up a high school fight.
I mean,
yeah.
stereotypically, yeah.
and they
Only
do.
problem is the guys that were on his side were
It took a while to get
way
there.
too far away.
I'm just saying, it's high school.
Yeah.
Everyone's drunk.
Yeah.
They out.
Yeah.
So you going to let them fight for a little while because we all need something to talk about for tomorrow.
I mean, that was...
Be like,
Well,
you weren't out
it's-
the woods
man,
for the fucking
It's so
kangaroo,
great
where were you?
because he tries to de-escalate and just fails.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, yeah.
He was lit on it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
came back to his friends. He's like, that fucking dude.
Uh-huh.
Sitting over
And that's
there.
exactly what
I'm
happens.
gonna get him, man.
I'm gonna get him.
They're like, and his friend was just like, oh my god, he did it.
God.
Yeah.
He really did.
But he's also
Yeah.
the catalyst of the three. Like,
he's
he
the
was the one that
catalyst.
was like very much like, we have to make tonight memorable.
And you
We
have
gotta
to
go
have
do
that person.
something. Yeah,
He's the person
absolutely.
who's like on the edge, right? Because his whole character is, I'm trying to be too cool for this, but really I want it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Which-
absolutely. He's too smart for his own good to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, he's like it encapsulates this feeling that I really understand of like, I'm over this small town bullshit, but also I really wish they would just like me.
Yes.
I just want to be cool.
Very
like that's
much
all
so.
I want. And I really empathize with that. It makes him such an empathetic character. It really drives the story forward. It does a lot of great things for that little cast of characters.
Plus,
he kills it.
His wig is the worst.
Plus Hebrew fucking hammer.
His hair is just.
Plus Hebrew hammer.
Wait,
so
what?
much.
Hebrew hammer?
What is that?
Dude. All right. We're going to do another podcast about the Hebrew hammer at some point, Adam. I'm sorry that they haven't seen it.
Oh, is that a movie that
It's
he
a
did?
movie that he
Okay.
did.
I
I'm sorry.
am sorry.
I haven't seen Hebrew Hammer.
You know what? It's because y'all aren't Jewish, and that's fine.
I am not Jewish.
We're not.
But
I mean, I'm not either, but like I've still seen it,
But
so
he plays
that's really on you.
most of his characters. I wouldn't say most, but a lot of them, he does play Jewish.
A lot of them
and he does a
does.
great fucking
Oh,
character.
he kills it.
Like, even, I don't remember, what is his name? Nicky Rubenstein in
Yeah,
Entourage.
yeah. I love Nicky Rubenstein in
fucking
Entourage.
love
Dude,
Nicky
he's so good.
Rubenstein.
He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
He
I got
is-
great news, boys. Nicky Rubenstein turned 35 today. Fuck does that mean? It means that his trust fund kicked in, and he wants to fund Medellin.
He also is with Matthew McConaughey in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yes,
he
And they also
is.
do another movie in there.
Yes, he
plays
did.
one of his
plays
friends
his- yeah.
who helps him on the advertisement or whatever.
I'm so sorry. I have to pee. Keep going.
God
Keep going.
damn it.
I knew.
I can
knew.
keep going about Adam Goldberg for a while.
As soon as it hit an hour, I was like, oh no.
You guys, it is tough. You think it's that easy to
Yeah.
suck down these drinks and not go pee?
Yeah,
I'm wearing
man.
an adult diaper. No, I'm just joking.
I'm gonna get you one for your birthday.
Oh, God, no, please.
So Adam Goldberg has done many different. He's an LA native. Did you know that?
Oh.
Born in Santa Monica.
Dang.
So I'm sure that
Beach
I don't know
life.
if his family was in the business before he was
But
born
they
or
were
not,
close and
but-
they had some good
But
money.
he definitely has had some success. Something that sticks out in my mind is his character. He had a small little arc as Chandler's roommate in Friends, and he's the most like psychotic roommate you've ever like encountered.
I don't watch
Like
Friends.
this is before Craigslist and things like that.
Okay.
So like he ends up becoming Chandler's roommate, and like there's little situations of like he talks about the goldfish. They have a goldfish. Well, the problem is it's not a real goldfish. There's a goldfish cracker inside the
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
fish tank, but he's treating it like it's a real goldfish. That's how like off the reservation he is.
He's like
But he
Seth
treats
said,
everything
he's just
like-
a little off.
He's just a little off.
Just
Exactly.
a little off.
So, and to go back to Entourage, which I absolutely love this show. If we were going to talk about a TV show on it, that would be on the list. He plays a character named Nicky Rubenstein, who is a son of a producer. So he is a trust fund baby, but at the same time, he wants to make his own mark
Yeah.
on the business and just everything in general. But he's a recovering alcoholic. He is still like, he's got an ankle bracelet.
Damn.
Because he fucking got caught with 2 pounds of kush or some shit like that.
We can all relate.
No, I don't ever get caught with any of
But
my
like he's
kush.
trying to produce movies, but he
Yeah.
wants to be taken seriously. And like every
Exactly.
time that somebody is like talking down to him, like he even stands up for himself. He
Mhm.
yells at Ari. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, Ari!
Mhm.
This is my thing."
That was a good impression. That first little, yeah.
But at the same time, he's like, what would you call him?
A
Because
buffoon.
like, who is it that they both tried to like sleep with like Vince's agent or something like that?
Yeah.
And Jeremy Piven is like telling him like, okay, well, my dad's recovering and he's like going to see therapy or something like that.
Right.
And he's like, what's your excuse? I don't have an excuse. I still want to fuck her.
All right.
He's such an asshole.
He's such an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. This is one of my favorite roles he ever plays, though. It really
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I do really, really like him in this.
I also
Look at that.
heard-
As soon as I look on IMDb, immediately, this is
Oh,
him
that's
in
him.
Friends.
He looks like a douchebag. He kind of looks like the dude he got in the fight with.
He's a creeper.
He looks like Clint that he got in the fight with in the woods right there.
Oh,
right?
he does. He's got the goatee and
He's got
everything.
the goatee, yeah.
And we're not going to talk about Clint, so I will quote
No,
him right
yeah.
now. He's like, I only came here for 2 things. Drinking beer and kicking ass.
Almost out of beer.
Looks like we're almost out of beer.
Mhm.
How many times in high school have you seen the guy that takes his shirt off before he gets in a fight, by the way?
Tarps off, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I
Man.
get the reasoning behind it.
Here's the thing, I just don't. I mean, I've seen shirts ripped.
I don't.
Sure.
I've seen shirts ripped.
Mhm.
I've seen shirts pulled over heads.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it, but at the same time, like,
That's my reasoning
what
for
kind
it,
of backwards
is it's a
fucking
disadvantage.
pageantry is that?
I don't know if it's
I
like...
don't know. Girls take their earrings off. Their earrings
earrings
off.
off,
yeah, because you don't
absolutely.
want your
Tie your
fucking
shit up,
earrings ripped
Throw
out
your
of your
purse up in the
ears.
tree.
Yeah.
What is it? Are you fighting a bear? Or are you trying to
No, you don't want to
away from
get. You don't. Growing up in the ghetto,
Sure.
a girl will
It's
throw
true.
their purse up in the tree
I'm-
because she doesn't want her to get her shit stolen while she's getting in a fight.
You know what?
That's,
That's
true.
fair.
I usually
That's
pass it
fair.
to a friend, but I understand. I understand.
I feel like an enterprising young thief could just hang out in trees around the ghetto.
Just
Clean
waiting
up,
for
and
the
just
bitches
clean
to
up, yeah.
throw bruises.
But yeah, guys will take off their shirts. It could be just an alpha.
It's like an
thing,
alpha
like you're trying to
machismo
chest
thing.
up,
You're trying to,
but
like,
at the
puff
same
up,
time, I mean, back in the day, gangsters or just thugs in general took very good care of their appearance and
That's
their clothes
true,
and
yeah.
everything. And so afterwards, that's a big
Right,
thing.
but, like-
also, you don't want to be at a disadvantage in
You
the
don't want to be
fight.
a disadvantage anyway, and a shirt is a thing to grab.
It's a thing to grab. It's
Yeah.
a thing to pull over your head.
Uh-huh,
It's just it's something that will get in the way and may cause you to lose the fight.
That's true.
Well, instead of fighting, Adam picked this role because he liked the fighting scene. He's felt like
It's a great moment.
It's a
for
great
him.
moment
it's a good
for him.
moment.
It's
As
a
an
really,
actor, fuck
dude,
yeah.
it's like Adam's character is. There's this great book called Story Arcs, and it's all about or character arcs rather, and it's all about different ways that a character changes or doesn't change throughout a story. And most of these character arcs are what you would call like a flat arc. They don't really change. Nothing changes. Things happen. But they're still kind of the same person at the end of the day. There are two people who really changed, in my opinion. Mitch and Adam's character.
Okay.
Because Mitch, at the end of the night, is like almost a completely different person from the Mitch we meet in the very beginning.
Sure.
men. That's like my favorite part. He scares them.
But Adam's character also changes. He has this fight, and it's an inflection point. And
Yeah.
it kind of pushes him from like, oh, I'm too cool for this, for like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll agree
bitch,
with
I'm
that.
about to get my ass beat in this
Yeah.
world.
It's a great
And
lesson
they had
for
his
him
back.
to learn right
It's a
before
great
college.
lesson right before college. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really, I really
It's going to
like
hurt
that.
him. It's going to scar him a
Uh-huh.
little bit, but he is going to grow from it.
He's gonna grow.
Especially because how smart he is and how
Absolutely.
he can analyze this
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I completely understand why it's in the
Hopefully
script.
he became into a writer.
Yeah.
Plus-
and like even when like they're in the car and he's like looking at himself,
He's
in the
looking
mirror,
at it. He's like, yeah,
he's kind of proud of
He's
his
proud
battle
of it,
scars.
yeah.
It's like he wishes they were like more symmetrical.
Sure. yeah.
But
You know,
he's,
bigger
like,
for
he's
the
glad
bitches.
that
Because
he
he's
got
still the
into
same
the
character,
fight.
but he's like, oh man, I wish it was more symmetrical. Like, yeah, I love that.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah, I fucking love Adam
Mhm.
Goldberg in this movie.
Yeah.
I love him in any movie. But yeah.
So let's talk about Mr. Sasha Jensen.
Yes, please.
Plays Dawn.
Who is also my favorite character.
Is he?
Oh.
Because
What's your
he,
favorite line?
where he's like talking to the teacher, he's like, hey, come here.
I
like, you
fucking
know,
love this.
He's
stuff.
like, hey,
Let's go,
you know,
let's go, let's go, let's
let's
go.
go.
Oh, he's talking about. Well, he doesn't do that. He does that to the student.
He does
Yeah,
that to the student,
and then
but
the
then
teacher,
he talks
yeah,
to
yeah.
the teacher. She's like, "Are you coming in class?"
Oh
Like,
yeah, and she
why
just
are you
like
disrupting my
taps
class?
it like it's
He's
okay.
like,
sweetie.
how about we like hook up this
yeah,
summer?
He's
like,
like,
I'll
this summer I'll be
18
18 and be
Yeah,
perfectly legal.
perfectly
I'm very
legal.
discreet. This, that, and the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Dude,
he's-
he's fucking
Just taps
great.
him on the head.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
known
Like,
for being
okay,
a dumb
sure.
jock,
Yeah.
like sexist jock. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you also see the sweet side of him, where
Absolutely.
he's just like, "You ain't got no money for beer? Nobody? Fine, I'm just gonna do like a beer bus or whatever." But really, he's just like,
He's gonna pay for the
I ain't
beer.
gonna,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna pay for the beer. Like when the guy comes up to him,
He's
and
just
Yeah.
fucking with everybody.
He's just fucking with
always,
everybody.
I mean, he says
He's
it in
always
the movie,
fucking
like
with
he's
everybody.
always looking. I
Yeah.
wanted to have the best time in high
Uh-huh.
school. I wanted to hook up with the most girls. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to go
Well,
to
I was
the best
stuck in this
parties.
place.
Yeah, at the
This,
end
that,
when
and
he's
the
on the
other.
football
He knows where his
field,
life is headed. He doesn't have
knows.
huge aspirations,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he wants
absolutely.
to enjoy his life.
But he's a
and
good
he
guy.
feels like these are his goals.
he didn't steal the beer. He paid,
No, he
for,
paid
the
for the
beer.
beer.
for it.
So
At the
when
end
the
of the day, he's
guy,
a good guy.
Yeah.
when the guy comes and he's like, "You broke my mailbox,"
Oh,
and,
yeah,
his
yeah.
friend is just like,
Don't you fucking
"Dude,
move, boy.
He's
Dude,
like,
just give him the beer back. Dude, I paid for the beer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "What the fuck did this guy want? If
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
just run out with
Broke
the
your
beer."
mailbox, bro.
Yeah, he just like the sweet guy. He even tries to give Mitch like his pointers. He's like,
Yeah.
"You can't act like you really like her, man, or she's never gonna call you back." I
Right?
would say
he
it's the
wants
best.
to pass on his
He wants
partying
to.
knowledge
He
to the
really
next
does.
generation.
He's like Stifler's dad. That's
Yeah,
how I feel like.
he's like this guy. This is the guy who you're like really worried about in high school, but you find out at the 10-year reunion he started like a flip flop company and has
sure.
made millions and millions of dollars
For
and
sure.
just parties every weekend.
He's on the
He
beach
ends
smoking
yeah.
weed.
He's on-
He ends
yeah.
up being that beach bum. I was
Yeah.
just about to say that. Like, he's got so much money, but he's just fucking partying it up.
But I feel like this guy is Stifler's
His dad.
dad.
Yeah. It's
And he
like
fucked around with the wrong bitch, Stifler's mom.
I mean, different
Or the right
state.
bitch.
Or the right bitch.
Or the right.
But like to tie it back
Zipper's
into
mom,
the ethos of the
Janine.
movie, right?
Great.
The whole ethos of the movie is fighting that line of worrying about the future and enjoying the present. And this is one of the only characters that truly enjoys the present.
He
Yeah.
enjoys the present. He doesn't go out of his way to like beat
I
the
would say
shit out of
Wooderson, but
somebody.
he kind of lives in the past.
He lives in the past. He doesn't enjoy the present.
He doesn't
not
want
really.
to move forward.
He's trying to. He's a cautionary tale, right?
Yeah.
Wooderson is a cautionary tale.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that he wants to stay in his early 20s for the rest of his life.
Right, because
That's
those are
all
the
it is.
best years of his life, right?
He's like, I'm stuck in high school, but then it's actually cooler when you're like,
right.
and you're like,
Because he's
you're
got
like
money
21,
and he's
I
kind
got
of cool
money.
now.
He
Yeah.
probably has
He
his
can
own
think,
place.
sleep with the hottest chicks. Like, he's got some power.
But that line that he says is so
he's got-
creepy. How's this freshman class's
Sure,
crop
sure.
of girls looking? I'm
Super
like,
creepy, for sure.
I-
But moving past, like, that particular bit of creep, which is, like, let's acknowledge.
I don't know. They
creepy.
stay the same age, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a weird ass line to
Stay
fucking.
the same age. Yes,
It
they
is.
do.
That means like you're
it's an
constantly one
iconic line.
16-year-old
Iconic line,
girls.
really funny, but even in the context of the movie, it's sad.
Yes.
And the characters know it's sad.
Everybody
Yes, they do.
does.
They
know
don't
it's
They
sad.
idolize
really
it.
do.
They know it's
Yeah,
sad.
because what does he
and
do? He goes back and he plays foosball.
plays foosball, yeah. And you go that
But
very
him
last scene.
entering that fucking pool hall
Oh
with
my
him
God.
is like one of the
Oh,
best
when
scenes.
Bob Dylan comes on,
Here
and it's
comes
just
the story
coolest,
of
the hurricane. Yeah.
Hurricane Carter.
And they're just walking through there like
Uh-huh.
fucking badass.
Like fucking badass.
By the way, that is the only song that's in this movie that is not on either one of the soundtracks.
Interesting.
Oh my god! Does that mean what I think it means?
I doubt it. It's probably Moses.
Oh, it's Moses!
Oh, damn. Hey,
It's a-
He's
Is
got
it
a thing in
live?
his hand.
Is it live?
pause the camera.
Pause.
This is a pause.
God damn it, Moses!
I could have used the bathroom now.
I know,
Dude.
You could have just held it.
Moses is.
Did you break it?
It's not the first time that the key is broke, though.
Yeah, but I got the key out of the door when I broke it in the door.
Oh, dude, that's
Worst things
nice.
happen. I think we're gonna be all right. Somebody make this man a margarita.
Howdy, man. How you doing?
Can you grab a rocks glass and I got you?
Sweet. If you want to pull up a chair, you don't have to be on camera. However, we have an
Dude,
ice chest and Cadillac margaritas for the evening.
that's what's up.
Everybody, if you
Cheers, sir.
remember
Hey.
our Mean Girls
Seth.
episode, Moses
Nice to meet you,
is
Moses.
in the building.
Brr, brr, brr.
Welcome, Moses. Nice to meet you, man.
Moses, Seth, Moses.
Hi.
Both biblical names.
Oh, they are.
Grab
Absolutely.
a rock glass that's on the wall right here.
He parted the Red Sea, and I was Adam and Eve's redo.
Nice. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how
Oh, that's
Bob
right,
Dylan,
Sasha
Hurricane,
Jensen and-
yeah. Fun fact from Seth.
Fun fact from Seth.
Fun fact from Seth.
Ooh.
So I read that Linklater really wanted some Led Zeppelin songs in
Ooh.
this film. The name Dazed and Confused is based on that song.
Yes.
Okay.
However, Led Zeppelin was not licensing their music to anybody for any reason at that time, so they couldn't get it no matter how much money they were spending.
Are we still recording over there? Awesome. I wonder if Bob Dylan was doing the same thing, and that's why they couldn't
Put it on the
Maybe.
put it
record.
on the record.
Maybe it might have been like, oh, I'm still touring with it because he was still playing at the time, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
This was
He could have
93.
been the champion of the world.
And I love that song.
It
And I
is.
love
It's
the
one of
movie.
my. I'm not a huge Dylan fan,
you
but
will
that's
do
one
that.
of the songs that he does that I really like.
Me too. I'm not a.
I love his music.
It's better as
his
poetry.
performances haven't been great.
Sure.
You know.
I don't like his music
feel like
enough
it's
to
better
even go
as
to performance.
poetry.
Yeah, absolutely. When you want to just lay back on a rocking chair and just sit for the day, throw on some Bob Dylan, that's a great fucking day.
I don't know. I'd rather throw on like Merle Haggard or
mean,
Johnny
sure.
Cash
Some
or something.
Prince.
You got to appreciate
Yeah.
the songs that he has made.
Do
like,
I?
yes.
He just has a weird voice, but like
He
I
does
said,
have a weird voice. But the
He's not
music that he
in it.
has created has
It's
helped
iconic.
form a generation.
Obviously, it's iconic.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about it
absolutely.
right now. It formed the
They've
basis for
made
one of
movies based off of it.
that might be the coolest scene in this movie.
Mm.
Like really,
That's what I
truly,
said, that's
might be
one
the
of
coolest
the
scene in
best
this
scenes.
movie. So obviously,
Sets the
music works.
atmosphere for the pool
Yeah,
hall.
exactly.
For sure.
And if you've ever been in a pool hall ever, they play Hurricane like 1 in every 10 songs.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's such a badass.
It's such a badass track.
So, that being said, Sasha Jensen, please excuse my margarita slur.
We're getting there. Can you hear the Texas coming out?
Yeah.
It's
A little bit.
A little
Because
bit.
of the beer?
I'm not drunk yet. Once I'm drunk, it's completely Texan.
He's done a hell of a lot of movies. He stopped acting in 2013.
Sure. Probably had kids or like any number of things.
I'm not sure.
Maybe just got tired of it, man.
That hustle life is
But
Dude.
like,
Acting
he
is not
plays
an
one of
easy
my
life.
favorite vampires
Sure.
in Buffy the Vampire
Yeah.
Slayer.
Oh shit!
He plays
he
Grueler.
is.
Love Buffy.
I do love Buffy.
We're not talking about the
Buffy's
series,
fantastic.
we're talking about the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, the movie.
Christy Swanson and Luke Perry movie.
Rest in peace.
With, yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for you to
R.I.P.
see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, fuck.
I'm so excited for you to see it.
Yeah.
Luke
Will
Perry
you call
He's
me
a
after you see it?
small
I'm very
little
excited.
part.
We're going to see it tomorrow.
Will you call me after you watch it?
Can we three-way?
I mean, it's going to be like a midnight phone
I
call.
don't care.
All right.
I want to talk.
Something
You can
interesting
be
that
on
I
the call.
noticed,
We can conference that.
Yeah.
he did stunts on Short Circuit.
A short circuit.
Makes me wonder what kind of stunts he was doing.
Short circuit, like
Short
with,
Circus, yes.
with a robot.
With Mr. Johnny 5, yeah,
Interesting.
on the first one.
All right.
I don't
fair
know
enough.
what. Whoa.
Came out.
Moses, if you have a pair of headphones, we'll plug you in.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
All right. Fair
He
enough.
just wants his
Well-
margarita and go.
Do you have any dazed and confused opinions
Wait.
that we need on the
Oh,
podcast?
just kidding. It's not done.
I never saw too much of the movie.
I've been watching it
You're
all.
dead
I
to
was
me.
just like, wow, that's mean.
There is a lot of offensive things.
Apparently that shit is real. Steph tells us in Texas. They be hazing bitches.
Oh.
Yeah,
We haven't
I'm from
talked
there,
about
and
the
it's like a
hazing
real thing.
yet.
Not in depth for sure, but we can.
Thankfully, here we keep our hazing to the internet.
There you
That
go.
is-
Which
LA.
could essentially be worse.
I would argue it's worse.
It is, 'cause
Longer
you
lasting
don't-
for sure.
You don't know.
The sting in your
Here's
butt
why
only
it's
lasts
like,
so long.
Yeah, it's only temporary, right? Like shit
Like-
on the internet's forever.
Pink says, you know,
It follows
put some
you
ice
home.
on it. After that, a couple beers will fix it.
And at least whenever the seniors like paddle you right after, you're their best friend. They're gonna pour you a
Yes.
beer.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you are now part of that group, and they will make sure that your high school experience is an awesome one.
I
remember
feel
beat the
like
shit out of them?
the hazing takes place mostly from the football players.
Mostly.
Which, when I think of it, it's almost like you just have to go through it the same way as like when you're running through that tunnel
Sure.
with everybody who has a pad, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they're
you gotta
kinda-
push
yeah,
all
yeah.
the way through.
Yeah.
And once you do, you get a big pat on the back. Congratulations, you fucking
Absolutely,
did
you
it.
fucking did it, and
You
it's
know?
like it's one of the it's instant accomplishment. It's a rite of passage,
Mhm.
and again, I didn't get to go through it, so I do kind of wish I would have in some ways.
I kind of wish you would so we could.
So I could
hear.
really get into it. I will say this: there was some light hazing that went on that was not physical necessarily, and I did have to do this one thing.
Ooh.
And I had some really cool seniors. I loved my seniors; they were really cool people.
Okay.
One of them is currently a writer at Texas Monthly, and he's one of the coolest people I've ever met in my entire life. His name's Christian Wallace. Look him up. He's written some amazing articles, and he has just a really cool view on things. One time he made me push a penny around the outline of our mascot, which is superimposed in what we call the dome. It's the center of our school.
Okay.
And our school in Andrews, Texas is actually kind of cool. It was designed by this, fancy pants designer, and there's a central dome, and then it spokes off into different corridors.
Ooh.
So you go into the center, and it's like, I don't know, the house we're in is about as big around as like that dome is. And there's a Mustang. Our school mascot was the Mustang that's
Okay.
etched into the ground. So like the hazing that was acceptable was pushing a penny around the border.
Entire.
So that was like my hazing, and it takes forever, and it's fucking embarrassing because they're yelling at you and like screaming, "Come on, push that penny! No, you're outside of the line. Get it back in there. Start over. You got to start over.
that's more-
You got to start over."
That's more of the hazing that
Yeah, yeah.
I'm willing to do. I'm not willing
Sure.
to get like mustard and ketchup sprayed on me and flour.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
I do like what's the girl do? She's like, hey, I totally understand because this
Yeah.
happened with me.
It's happened to me.
But you guys are doing a really good job.
Really good job.
Now fry, you
Right.
guys.
Exactly,
Just
yeah.
yelling at us. Yeah, right. bitch.
Hazing is one of those fun things that went too far one too many times, and now nobody gets to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So she's actually one of the next people that I plan on talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
That is Miss Joey Lauren Adams.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking of that scene because I love this girl. She's fucking great. She's is
great.
Ideally what you want in a senior girl.
And she's getting cheated on.
And she's getting cheated on. Poor
Fucking
thing.
bitch.
Poor fucking.
She's not the bitch. He
Yeah,
the
no,
bitch.
He the bitch.
Yeah.
Pink's the bitch.
Yeah, he is.
In
And
a lot
so
of ways,
is Parker Posey.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Oh.
Who he fucks with? No.
No.
It's the older sister.
It's the older sister. But I love the way she hazes. If you're gonna haze freshman girls,
She's the
this would
one
be
I
the
would
way
do.
to do it because
Yes.
she treats it as a tradition more so than indulging in just being a bitch.
Fucking Parker
It's something that
Posey's
has
ass.
to happen.
Exactly.
And you notice they choose her, right? It's not indiscriminate. The girls, at least, are choosing the girls that they're going to haze.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So they're picking the girls that they like and they kind of want to take
They
under
want to
their
take
wing.
under their wing, that they want to, and it's like,
She was
again,
the sweeter one.
Yeah, she's
Her and the sister, whatever the sister's name was.
yeah,
Was
really
a nicer,
sweet. Yeah,
a
she
nicer
wasn't bad.
one. She wasn't just sitting there.
But just like you have Ben Affleck on the guy's side, you have
Fucking Parker Posey.
on
You
the
do,
girl's side.
yeah.
There's always going to be that one.
Always gonna be that
who
one.
wants to be the spearhead as well and just inflict the most damage.
Because they're too
Even when it
damaged
was
from what
over, that
happened.
bitch was still coming at her
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
air raid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have 3 seconds.
Yes,
Yeah,
such a
3.
bitch.
Some people just can't handle power, man.
No, they
If
can't.
You, if
Some
you
people
want to
have
see
no
who
business
somebody
being an
really
authority.
is, give them authority.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Joey Lauren Adams, like even when it's so sweet the way she does it to
It
a degree.
really is.
She's like, "Welcome to high school, honey," and she's like pouring
Pouring-
flour
yeah, yeah.
all over this girl.
I'm just saying, she was really sweet when she
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like,
she
I
was sweet.
understand you guys. I had to do it. You have to do it. And then
It's
when
just
you're
the
a
thing.
senior, you're
You're
going
gonna
to
do
do
it to
it.
somebody
Exactly.
else.
You're going to do somebody else, and the function.
Now that we have an
the
understanding,
function
now
of
fight you
that,
bitches.
the function of that, like within the context of the movie, even
Mm-hmm.
connects you to these characters because you go through this thing with them, and now you're on the ride. You're
Yeah.
like, man, we went through this thing, and now let's see where it goes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because within 20 minutes they're being hazed. That's not like an
Yeah.
Act 2, inflection point. That's
Yeah.
Act 1. We're starting the story.
I mean, they don't get it as bad as the boys, but
No, but like it's different, right?
Correct
But
me if
theirs
I'm
is
wrong.
more. I feel like theirs is more mental.
Okay.
The men's is physical.
Theirs
You
is
get
more
physical,
like-
spanked,
hers is
Yeah.
more
but the girls
It's
is
like an
mentally,
emotional-
emotionally.
Yeah.
Which is,
because they're like proposed to this guy.
I wish I would have talked to my mom. My mom was hazed. She went to the
was
same
she?
high school I did. And she
Oh,
was
God.
hazed on some level.
She didn't tell you what she did.
She did, but I've forgotten because it was kind of like that. It was like very mild. You know, they sprayed ketchup on us, and then we went and changed clothes and went to the party. Like that's
nice. I mean, I think that's
the idea. Is that
Great.
you're
I like the
initiating
idea
a
of-
new.
these people choose the person that they want to haze.
Yeah.
Because they're choosing the person that is the most like they were
Yeah.
in 8th grade.
Or you're like
8th
fucking
grade. Did
Ben
you see that
Laden.
movie? Did you see the movie 8th grade?
Yes.
Okay. The big sister that's from the high school,
Yeah.
right? Like that was what initiation was. Like you choose the person, and then you're the big sister / big brother.
I get that. But then, like you said, you get to choose your person, but would you want Ben Affleck to fucking choose you?
Well,
to
the
be
boys
his
didn't.
person?
wouldn't.
Yeah.
He didn't
See,
choose anybody because he fucking flunked.
with
like-
with Ben Affleck's
2 years in
character.
a
He's just
row.
2 years in a
enjoying being
row.
an asshole.
He's angry, he hurts, so he has to inflict the punishment on other people. And that's
Yeah.
why I fucking love movies, is because you see all of these different people played out that you know from high school. And
Yeah.
you know that guy.
You know that guy,
who
absolutely.
hurts so
who's
much.
Such a fucking dick.
Because he can't fucking make it, and he knows he can't make it.
Yeah.
So
Now-
he's got to hurt everybody else.
I have a question.
Are we gonna talk about him? We're gonna talk
We
about
will.
him.
We're
We
gonna
will,
get to
sure.
him.
Sorry, I
but
know we're doing the thing.
first, before we start talking about Joey Lauren Adams a little bit more,
Sure.
did Parker Posey choose the girl who ends up
With Mitch?
with Mitch?
No, I don't think so. She chose a different girl.
Who chose
Well,
her? Was it Mitch's
Mitch's-
older sister?
Mitch's
Like,
girl.
because she was hand selected. Like, what are you doing? Are you cool or are you not cool? Come on over.
So Mitch's girl was not that
his
girl.
girl
That was
was like a
different girl.
sophomore.
No, not that
She's like
girl.
a sophomore, right?
You're,
But the other Mitch's female version of Mitch. She's the
Yeah.
one that gets invited to the party.
Parker Posey
And she's
chooses.
what was
Yeah, I think so.
Parker Posey
right?
does
Parker
choose
Posey
her.
chooses her, right?
No, she's chosen by the blonde chick.
That's right.
Did you remember she goes up to
Oh,
The group
that's
of like
right.
three.
the guys
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's like, hey.
Because if that was
Ask
the
to marry
case,
him.
Parker Posey would have a little bit
Sure,
more
a little
cause
bit
to
more.
No,
be
she's
a bitch.
just in charge of everything.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she's just being a
She's
bitch
just
then.
the head cheerleader. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's all it is.
She's like, all right, you get the flower.
Sure.
You're fucking.
Yeah, she's in charge of the
Right.
senior girls as well.
Yeah.
Your dad has a truck. Bring the truck.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull these bitches in the back and put them
Yeah.
through a car wash. Through a motherfucking car wash.
Man,
you
know that shit
dude,
hurts.
I love that scene so
Jesus
You know
much.
that fucking
Christ.
hurts. Stand up and let those jets spray you.
Oh man, that
fuck.
hurts so bad.
That's why I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, Mama. So the last day of school, can you send me to Oakland? Like
Well,
I
that,
wouldn't be
dude,
gone.
and that's totally fine, and that's what makes you Adam Goldberg's character.
Yeah.
Is like, I wouldn't do it, right? Like I'm not part of that.
I don't know. I have a different look at Texas
Oh,
than
sure,
I do
yeah.
of a lot of different other states.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you do. Yeah.
I played every sport that I could in high
Sure.
school, and
So
I would
on some level,
probably
you
be a
get
part
some of this.
this.
Yeah,
I like to think that I would end up somewhat like Pink,
yeah. Sure.
but who the fuck knows?
Who knows? And it's a different time period, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
so not only are we
too
dealing
far
with a
off. Like,
different.
yeah, it was the 70s and I came in later.
Yeah.
But I also got my first cell phone
Sure.
my senior fucking year in high school, and
Sure.
I had to pay for it.
Yeah,
So as far as technology, it's kind of the same. People did make
Again,
flyers,
That's why
you
I
know.
love this. That's why I fucking love this movie. It's so relatable,
Yeah.
even 30 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Like and again, I realize it's only 20 years later.
It's only
but
20,
like-
but it's a big 20
but it's a
years.
big 20 years, and like, man, it's so interesting to think about because like you can't help but relate to who you are in this group of people.
Who are you? I
In
feel
this
like
group?
you're a Pink.
I don't know, man. I probably was not Pink. More of a
Oh, okay. In high school,
in high school.
I feel like you might have been Mike, but you were on the football team at the same
I
time.
was on the football team, dude.
I don't know if there was
I'd
a
have to be
character
more
for
sober
you.
to figure this out. In this one, there might not have been as much. Maybe a mix, but like
Maybe.
I'm trying to think of it. Like
I was
it
probably
depends
the,
on the day. Ask me on a different day, and I'll give you an answer.
I was probably the redhead.
Yeah.
She was pretty
Cynthia, we're
straight.
gonna
She
talk
was a
about
pretty
her.
straight edge,
Yeah.
but she still was like, "Hey, I'm in here."
I mean, she's
Yeah,
but like,
dude, yeah, but
she
she's
still
like
hung
she
out
talks to
with the-
she's
Wooderson,
the girl
and
that
she's
like-
yeah.
Still talk to
could have
Woodson.
been cool,
Yeah.
but chose to
She still
go to class
Yeah.
and like study.
yeah,
and stuff
she
at the
still
same
hangs
time.
out with
Hangs
you
out
know,
with some
Pink,
stoners
who
and
is,
yeah.
who is fucking cool.
It's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
So like, yeah,
She's
she
very
was just
confident in her
Yeah.
decisions.
picking out her fucking
Right.
red
Picking out the
flag.
red
I
fro.
love those
yeah.
redheads, man.
Okay, so let's talk about
Yes, Miss Joey Lauren Adams. So I love
Yes,
her.
I
I
love
love
Joey
her
Lauren.
in general.
Oh my
I think she does
gosh.
a great job in all of her
She
movies.
does.
Mallrats,
Mallrats.
Big Daddy.
Big
Those are
Daddy.
the two that I always think of her.
The two main ones, for
I
sure.
always think of Biodome for some reason.
Oh, Biodome.
Biodome's great.
That is a good
Biodome's
one.
really good. But I do always
Yeah.
think of Big Daddy. I think
Dude,
she's
Big
the
Daddy, yeah.
sweetest person in that movie. And
Especially with those kids.
especially
kid.
with the kids, especially when she's talking to Julian on the stand.
Yeah.
Like nice.
Brr, brr, brr.
What's up?
Oh,
I
another beer.
don't know too many actresses that could have been as sweet and as disarming.
Her voice
to
is
talk
just
to.
Nobody.
sweet.
Oh, her
Her
voice is
face is sweet.
Literally, the only
Undeniable.
other person is Renee Zellweger,
sure.
who is in this movie.
Who is in this movie?
Who's in this movie?
I have no idea where she's at.
Uncredited.
I
So,
haven't seen her,
check
but
it
I
out,
do know
check it
she's
out.
in this.
You know the scene where they're leaning against the pool hall wall?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a woman who walks by in a red and white striped shirt. That's Renee Zellweger.
So after this, we need you. I need you.
We're
to
gonna
play
rewatch
that.
it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're gonna rewatch it. I gotta
Please.
see
Because I
it.
do know that she's uncredited in this,
She's
but I didn't
uncredited.
know where she
Yeah,
was.
that's where she is.
I thought she
has
was at
no
the party
lines.
or something.
Yeah. She like ends up in other places. There
That's
was there was a
awesome.
small arc with her that didn't make it in, but she's uncredited. That's where she is. In the movie.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
All right.
Fucking
So,
Texas.
Joey is doing Jay and Silent Bob's reboot right now. It is
Yes.
completed.
I saw the
would be out
poster
later
for
on
it
this year.
because you told me about it a couple weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Are they? What do you mean reboot? Like it's not
mean like-
them?
No, it is them.
But it is
It's
them.
definitely them.
So
It's definitely
I am
Kevin Smith.
excited.
Dude,
it's
I
everybody.
love Kevin Smith so
Me
much.
too.
Fucking great.
He really is. Like he
Kevin
doesn't-
Smith, if you ever listen to this, we're so glad that you're still around.
Absolutely.
Thank
Stay
you.
healthy,
Dude,
dude.
stay
Keep
healthy.
doing your
Keep doing
thing.
your thing. Like, I'm not even gonna judge you for being vegan. Like, it's working for you, man.
Is he
Keep it
vegan
up.
now?
He's vegan now. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's working for him. Hey, dude,
Hey.
do whatever. Do
Like
it
I know he was like living
Fucking
off
do
of
it.
potatoes for a minute.
for a minute. Yeah.
Like straight
The
up
fuck?
potatoes only sort of.
Yeah.
Well, he
Potatoes
had,
are awesome. Wait, you just tell me like just boiled potatoes,
his-
or like I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
It was
with
like a
potatoes.
specific like limit on potatoes.
he had an
but he
artery
had a
that was
heart,
like
yeah.
98%
Yeah.
clogged.
So
Dang dead.
If he had gone
And he had
to
a heart
any
attack.
other hospital, he probably
Dude.
would have died.
he had a heart attack in between a comedy special he was taping.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch his most recent comedy special, he's about to have a heart attack and die.
Don't say it like that. It makes me-
No,
No,
because
no,
he
you
does.
gotta
He
watch it
dies.
that way.
Like he dies for a second. Gets they
He
had to bring him
absolutely
back.
does.
It's fucking nuts. Kevin Smith, I love you.
Yes, we love you.
I love
and
you
he
so
has his own
much.
podcast.
He has several podcasts. He has
several?
Smodcast. He's got a couple
does
other
a-
things.
Yeah.
He's
I
got a
didn't know
blog.
that.
He's got a live show. Kevin Smith is on point. Like
Ashley worked
He's
with
got
him.
his
guy-
fucking
Said she was great.
comic book
She
store.
was
He
art
is-
department for yoga hosers.
dude, nice.
Yeah.
That's
I
fun.
hated that movie. Like not in a bad way. I was just like.
Sure.
It wasn't his
I mean,
best, but
I
I will
didn't.
watch.
I didn't hate it. Like, oh, this is terrible. I was just like, this is terrible.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. That's
Exactly.
exactly the type of terrible it was.
This is terrible.
I will always remember the way that Johnny Depp says butthole in that movie. Because he plays a Canadian.
He plays like a Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, like a French Canadian detective.
Did you ever watch Tusk?
No.
Don't. But he plays the same character he did from Tusk, and
Okay.
it's like, I don't know. It's worth watching if you want to go down the rabbit hole there. I love how creative Kevin Smith is. I love everything he's ever done, including the stuff that I'm just like, I don't get it, but this is fun, man.
Sure.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Throw a fun fact out
Absolutely, please.
All of the wooden paddles were customly designed by the cast members themselves.
there. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
So they
all
made
spent some
them-
time in woodshop.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Did you
did.
take
Oh, the
woodshop?
movie.
Never
We
mind,
didn't
I
have
took
woodshop.
I took woodshop.
We didn't
better
have
believe
it.
I
It
took
wasn't,
Mr. Brown was
That was
missing
your-
a thumb.
Oh, God.
Dude, they're all missing
They're
something.
all missing something.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
a digit.
Mr. Duzan. That was my woodshop teacher. I made some
So-
fun stuff.
So these people made their paddles.
I made a tic-tac-toe board.
They
a bird.
decorated their paddles.
I made a
There
clock.
is a paddle out there, if you pay a lot of attention, that says 17 years,
Really?
which is 17 years is between the year of this movie is supposed to be set in and when it
When
was
it was
actually
filmed.
made.
Nice.
So pay attention to some of their
Paddles.
paddles because they are made by the actors.
Nice.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
That's
Yeah.
really fun.
That's really fun.
Now, that means that the actors have to be down to handle machinery.
On
I
some
mean,
level
I
and stuff.
feel like
Which
they,
can be dangerous if you're not
Sure.
taught properly.
I feel like they gave
I'm sure they were
them
heavily supervised.
the paddles already pretty much made,
Dude,
and
you
they just
say
like
that.
pull some holes
No.
in them.
Sure.
Dude, this is indie filmmaking. I promise
That's
you.
true.
They were like, here's a piece of wood, make your paddle.
Yeah.
All right.
They had to take one class of like
Yeah, they had to be.
wood shop.
There was no. They didn't have to take a class. There was somebody there watching, and like he was reading a newspaper in the corner. I promise you, that's like indie filmmaking to a T.
Can I give you another fun fact? since
Give
you
me a
brought
fun
that up?
fact.
Just wait until we do Pug and see.
Oh God. Yeah. No,
Imagine
I-
the stuff
I
that
totally-
you're going to have to do on set.
I totally
Sure.
understand. So the
You're going to be
scene-
all about it.
Hey, Seth, can you take another punch to the face really quick?
Exactly.
So the scene,
We didn't quite get that
We
one.
didn't quite
we
get
want to
that
get
one.
another angle.
So the scene where they build
Jason
their
just
paddles,
wants to hit you again.
and he's
I
asking them
wouldn't
to
blame you.
like leave, and he's
Sure.
like, "Come on, just give me 2 seconds."
Yeah.
And he leaves. The teacher in the corner that is asleep
Mm-hmm.
while they're making their paddles
Mm-hmm.
was a real teacher
Nice.
who still works. I don't know if still works, but continued to work at the school. Bedchick Middle School
Yeah.
in Austin is where this movie was mainly filmed,
Okay.
and they used a real teacher,
Nice.
among other real
I
awesome.
love when they do
people.
that kind of
Me
stuff.
too. Yeah.
They're like, hey, sit in the corner just act like you're asleep. And you just like,
Yeah.
like this out.
I bet you he was a site rep.
Yeah,
Possibly.
that
Yeah.
makes
I wouldn't
sense.
doubt it.
Absolutely.
He's like, this is my
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
classroom.
I bet they were like, hey, I'm sorry, they're filming a movie here on Saturday. I know it's your day off, but we need a site rep who like works here. Can you just? They'll let you like hang out in the corner.
Yeah.
They'll feed you. It's not. Okay, yeah, I'm not
Yes.
doing
I
anything.
got
else.
none
Get
this
an extra
Saturday.
day of pay, you know. You probably got paid for.
I know. For real.
Yeah.
He's like, it's my daughter's wedding this Saturday.
Of all the teachers that would have done it, it would have been the woodshop
It
teacher.
would have been the woodshop teacher.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah,
Okay,
cheers,
so we
Mr.
talked
Dazed.
about her a little bit
Mhm.
before, but Marissa Ribisi plays Cynthia.
Is that?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Not only is it Giovanni Ribisi's sister, it is
Yeah.
his twin sister.
Whoa.
And she is
I didn't actually know
one
that.
of 3 twins in
That's-
this movie.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I was
meant,
like, wait.
there's
There's
they
a
were
third
triplets.
one.
No, she's one of
There's
3
a
twins
third twin. Is there even
that-
a name for that?
perform in this movie.
Wow.
Funny.
And I did not
Coincidence.
know that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was her brother.
Mm.
It made me super excited because I
Fucking
do love
love
him.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Who
Even
doesn't
though
love
he
you?
is-
I was watching him earlier.
I mean, he's
I was
Scientologist,
watching
so-
Friends.
So
I
who
was
cares?
literally
That's
watching
the
Friends
thing.
on the episode when he has triplets.
Oh, he was today. Exactly.
He's so delightful and everything, man.
It's fucking great.
Sneaky Pete's amazing. I saw him at an ice cream shop once.
I wish the dads would have had a second season. Him and Seth Green
Yeah.
and Brenda Song. I thought that was a great fucking
Dude,
show.
did you? Yeah. No, yeah,
But
I'm with you.
his sister, Marissa.
But also,
I love him
also,
in the other-
I love her.
I love
I
him
love her
in
in this
the
movie.
Can we have
other
just a second for
sister.
Brenda Song. Thank you. All right, we can continue now.
Love
Okay.
Brenda Song.
Well, I
Who
loved
doesn't?
him in the
Ashley
other
will love that
sister,
you love Brenda Song.
Love Brenda Song.
and she's cool.
Mm.
And yeah,
All right.
I mean, I'm done.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
me and Seth went on a tangent
you
there.
did.
I'm sorry.
You know, I was kind of left out of this.
No,
I'm
that wasn't.
sorry.
I mean, you're welcome to join the Brenda
I
Song
mean, if you
movement,
love Brenda
but
Song,
yeah.
like we love Brenda
Whatever,
Song.
whatever.
Probably not like we
Let's
do.
get this
but-
because I have one more fun fact.
All right, more fun facts.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
Marissa Ribisi.
Yes.
So we talked about her earlier, Cynthia.
Yes.
She is the redhead, and I
Yes.
love those redheads, man. I can't help but say it because he says
Because
it
he's-
so well.
and it's
I
so-
love them redheads.
You
I mean,
can't-
she ain't
you
a real
can't
redhead.
hear it. You
She's
can't
not a real
hear it
redhead.
like any other way.
no.
Yeah. And they're just super. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She
And
is.
she does a good job. Like
She
I
has
said,
some of the best lines too.
She is the character that I would most identify with,
Sure.
especially in high school.
Yeah.
Would you hook up with McConaughey if he came up to you in his car like that?
In high school?
Yes.
No.
Really?
No, I was a good girl.
Nice.
I like
What
that.
about-
Now? Yes.
Not knowing that he's McConaughey. Would you hook up with
Yes!
Wooderson?
With Wooderson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Wooderson's got some life experience.
No, I would
It's true,
totally
he
hook
does.
up with him because he has a nice car.
He did have a nice car.
He a cute looking dude, and I am a grown ass woman who
And he's
realizes
confident as
He's
fuck.
confident as hell.
that I'm not gonna get a relationship out of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
dude. It's
That's
just
true. You're
like-
not.
Now
It's
that
like a
mustache,
3
though.
weeks.
This was pre-hair transplant McConaughey too, so he was like,
Hair. I don't know anything about that.
"Oh,
but-
dude, just watch like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and then watch True Detective. That's all you
Okay.
got to do. Like, it's not a big deal.
Gotcha.
He's very open about the transplant. It's
Yeah.
not like
Okay.
a secret.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
whatever works for you.
Oh, dude, and it definitely.
I
Works
plan
for him.
on doing stem cells as soon as I can afford it, just to fix my damn shoulder and
Sure,
my
I would-
joints.
yeah, I was gonna say like I've got some joints that could use some fixing. But
Yeah.
like football,
Apparently,
thank you everybody.
it's like the fountain of youth right there.
That's what they say.
I feel you. My knees
So
fucking
it's not
fucked
legal
up
in the
because I can
States.
track forever.
She has some of the best lines. Like
She does.
She's the character in the movie that says what the movie's about, right? She has that line about trying to enjoy the present without thinking about it being a service of the future. And it's so fast and just kind of it's not focused on at all, and they move past it really quickly, but you're like, "Wait,
Sure.
what?"
But the information is out there.
It's out there.
and it's in your brain.
It absolutely is.
She's almost meant to
Mhm.
progress the story along.
She's very
and
much
be that guiding
the
hand.
spirit of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her.
I love her. She's
She
a
is a good
fantastic
character.
character, great actress,
I like
obviously.
her in Pleasantville. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, Pleasantville's
Who's she
great.
in Pleasantville?
Plays Kimmy.
Oh,
Very sweet Kimmy.
yeah.
Oh,
She,
Oh.
correct me if I'm wrong,
I do like
she's the
Pleasantville.
one that what's his name? Toby Maguire, his
Has
love interest.
Yeah, it's his love interest.
So she is like stereotypical Pleasantville. I baked you some cookies.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not stereotypical. That's just nice. That's
Of-
just
of-
that's just a thing.
Of
She's
that
the,
time
represent-
period.
she's the representation of
Not just
high school
now. Like if
Pleasantville.
somebody baked me cookies, that'd be great.
That
I'll
would,
bake
if I
you
was
some
single and
cookies.
some girl baked me cookies, I'm like,
If I was single and
We're
somebody made
going
me
on a
cookies,
date.
I'd be like, "Will you marry me?"
ladies,
What?
don't
That's
be
all I have to
afraid
do.
to
I
ask
make
a
bomb
man out.
cookies.
Dude, that's literally
They will
all.
be
That's
incredibly
literally all
flattered.
you have to do.
I asked men out and I bake cookies.
Doesn't work. Just bake
And I'm
cookies.
single as fuck. Brr, brr,
We
Listeners.
haven't talked about that in a while.
brr. My singleness.
Qualified suitors, please submit your headshot and resumes to lightscameracocktail
Cocktails, no S.
at gmail.com.
Get the motherfucking ass out of
Zenobia
here.
is still accepting applications.
I totally am. So let me know.
Bring your A game, gentlemen.
Must have job
Must have job.
and
No.
card.
And
Absolutely.
no dick pics.
And be nice.
No dick
Because
pics.
I
Just be
see
nice.
these emails.
Be nice. Be nice. Be a good person. Be a good person.
Be a good person.
Be a good person.
Can I give you another fun fact about her before we move on?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Do you know who she was married to for 15 years?
I do not.
Tom Cruise. No.
Do you know? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Word.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Beck.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising, but also not
Not
that
so
surprising.
Not too
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah.
right?
You're like,
that.
I totally see it. Yeah.
Beck, bitch.
Beck.
Okay.
Nice.
They're getting divorced now, but yes, 15 years.
It's gonna be a nice.
I know. I always feel like I'm the one that
Yeah.
brings the sad news of like a couple you didn't know was together.
Was about to get divorced. Yeah.
But they're about to get divorced.
Well, it is time to move on from Miss Ribisi.
All right, let's move
and,
on. to Miss
the
Ribisi.
person we're going to move on to is Mr. Nicky Cat.
Yes, sir.
Nicky Cat.
Clint.
Clint.
Exactly.
Oh,
What-
Clint.
What did you think about Clint?
He was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I probably would have been his friend. He was just like the
situation.
He was just a dude who, talked to shit, and I don't think he was still in high school. I feel like he was like Wooderson's level, as in like he'd been out of high school for a minute.
Uh-huh.
He definitely is. I mean, he comes across kind of a dick. Like,
Yeah, no, he comes
that's
as
his
a dick.
function.
He does. Like what I said, like him bringing up him mentioning pot was like a stupid thing. You
It's
could
a
have
stupid
just
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he did not deserve to get a beer poured on his fucking head and to be sucker punched in the face. That was something he was not.
Well, let's be clear. Nobody deserves a sucker punch.
Mhm.
That's not something that's earned. But
I don't know. Some people you just like.
I don't believe anybody deserves a sucker punch.
Well, I can't hit Arnold Schwarzenegger in the face. Like he's gonna come for me, but I would sucker punch him. Like
but
that's what I'm
He
saying.
doesn't deserve it. It's like it's a sucker punch because it is by definition and name underhanded and surprise. It's a sucker punch.
Dude,
Yeah.
did you? I know this is totally kind of off subject, but have you seen the video of the kid that fucking karate kicks fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the back?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and he's like, it's cool.
It's
I
cool.
didn't-
Like he didn't.
he didn't even
Yeah.
realize it was happening.
He's like, "Ugh, who's pushing me?
Yeah, that's what he thought it was.
And everybody's
then-
like, "Are you okay? Do you want to press charge?" And he was like, "No, it's fine."
I did
That
like-
kid fucking kicked.
He did.
Arnold
He
Schwarzenegger.
kicked him.
Fucking asshole.
He could die, and he's still gonna
It's
be
not nice.
under his tombstone. It's like
Kicked
kicked
Arnold
Arnold
Kicked
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Claim to fame.
Got a shot on Northern. Which is
Viral.
really fucked up. And I like what Arnold posted. I think it was on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. He's like, I wish that people would pay as much attention to what was seen there.
Sure.
Not as much of what was seen there, but what we were really there for.
Right.
Which was the charity that he was.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
Therefore.
is low key a really interesting politician
Mm-hmm.
/ lawmaker. He put a law into effect, and if you read the first letter of every sentence, it says "fuck you."
Does it really?
Yeah, because there was something going on. He was trying to get some law passed.
That
and-
totally makes it.
and some of the legislators were being dicks about it. So he wrote this missive about it, and the first letter of everything spelled out the way he really felt.
Wow. That's
I'm not gonna hate on him
He's a
because he
stu-
did
I'm
have.
not gonna
you
lie, he's a
can't-
smart fucking
Dude,
guy.
he's a smart guy.
He
He's a
spoke
good businessman.
Practically no
He's-
English when he
yeah,
came
yeah.
here.
I
to
mean, you
the
see
States.
Pumping Iron or whatever the fuck shit.
Dude,
Yes, I've
Pumping
seen
Iron.
his.
He's a dick in that,
He's a
and
dumbass.
that's like a
Here's the thing, though.
young him.
Remember, he produced that. That's his movie.
That's
He
true.
did that on purpose.
Yeah.
That's not like
He
who
made
he
himself the
is.
villain.
He made himself a villain that won.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like it's not like something where a documentary team came in and was like, let's just see how this works.
Yeah.
He was like, he hired them
Mhm.
to watch it and promote him, and then he did Terminator.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right? Like that.
It wasn't dumb.
No, it wasn't dumb.
He did make the law that if you are a paparazzi and you get hit by their car while they're trying to leave, or you hold them hostage, you are pretty much being liable for whatever fucking happens.
Yeah.
Which I think is a cool.
I think it's great. Yeah.
Because I feel bad for stars sometimes. I'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey."
Fuck yeah.
Have you seen
Get
the
away
video
from their car.
of Tarantino slapping the camera out of some guy's hand?
Oh,
Oh
God,
yeah,
no.
absolutely.
I fucking love that one so much. Tarantino is one of
Is
my
this the
favorite
one
filmmakers.
when he's in Sundance?
He's in Sundance.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, because if you weren't a paparazzi, I'd be kicking your ass right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
dude.
And he
It's
would
fa-
be.
and he would be.
He fucking would be.
It's so great.
Paparazzi
It's
are
the best. It's the best.
I'd
It's
be
the
like,
best.
oh my
He's
God, I'm
absolutely
so
right. If
happy.
he wasn't on camera, if
He's
this
like,
guy wasn't fucking egging him
why are you
on,
filming?
trying to get a rise out of him
Yeah, yeah.
on camera. That's all he's trying
It's
to do.
so great. He's just, what are you filming right now? Are you filming? Yeah. Okay. He's like sipping his coffee, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, I'll pay for the damage. It's fine. You know, whatever. Like, what do you? Yeah, because right now, if you weren't filming, I'd be kicking your ass up and down the street. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
absolutely fucking right.
Yeah. Okay.
If I become famous, I am terrified that I'm gonna beat the shit out of a paparazzi.
I actually
They're
would
gonna
have
get the
that
better
fear
of
for
me,
you.
and then I'm gonna have to fucking pay so much fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about the money; it's about the fact that I don't want it going to that type of person.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like
That's
I
the
could
thing
put
that
up with
pisses
a
me
lot
off
before
most.
I have to
Here's
get
the
that.
good news about being famous in our generation. Like, paparazzi are unnecessary because Instagram exists.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's going to put them out of business. Like,
Good.
you're going to take the most interesting photos of yourself. Like, it's no longer a thing that matters.
It'll be more of a TMZ.
It'll be
where
a
they're
niche
not-
TMZ, but
not a-
TMZ is like, they typically work with the people for
They
the most
do.
part.
They don't pay their people to get the crazy shots. They
For the
just
most
pay
part,
them a salary,
yeah.
and they just want you to just capture the news. Most celebrities talk to them.
Most
so,
celebrities talk to TMZ.
So that
yeah.
I would think that they can't be too bad if most
Sure, if most celebrities will talk to them.
When you can go to like all these other ones and no one's gonna talk shit.
Fuck no.
But we
But I mean,
digress.
I
yeah,
will not talk to Perez Hilton.
No.
no. Well, I'm not gonna say
I won't.
no because
I won't.
I kind of have always wanted to talk to that bitch.
I don't want to talk to that bitch.
It might not be the nicest thing, but I'm gonna talk to that bitch.
I mean, I'd have him on the podcast, but anyway.
I mean, I would have him on the podcast. You would let it,
I wouldn't even do it for the followers.
that's the episode Jason's not on.
That's the episode I'm not on.
That's it. You just
Put
have
me in
Robin
Perez.
sitting in his seat with
Now
the
you guys are just going to
earphones.
spend 2 hours talking shit on me, which I'm fine with.
I don't know if there's 2 hours of shit to talk about you.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I can
come
at least
up-
come
I
up
do.
with
You're
an
such
hour
a
and
good
a half.
dude. Like maybe 30 minutes, maybe.
Hour and a
max.
half. Max.
Hour and a half.
She's known me longer.
That's fair.
I got some shit.
Okay, anyway. Miss Michelle Burke plays
Michelle
Jody,
Burke, everybody.
Mitch's older sister. She's
kills it.
Such a little flirt.
She
dude.
is, yeah.
Like,
she's
she's
the home
tell-
wrecking bitch.
She's the home wrecker.
home wrecker.
She's the bitch who made sure her brother got his ass beat.
But she wasn't
That's
trying
not
to.
exactly
Indirectly. She's trying to protect him. She just doesn't realize the code of men.
That's true.
I'm sorry, I grew up with brothers, so I would have never mentioned my brother's name.
I can.
I totally like in the context of the story, she says to these people that she knows, take it easy on him.
Yeah.
Like don't
Which
don't
is
kill
a
him. Which is like
mistake.
a mistake on her part. She thinks she's doing a good deed.
And what was the first thing they said?
He's a fucking dead man.
There you go. Which in the end is good for Mitch.
It is good for him.
It turns out that that's
It's a
the best thing that
blessing
could have
in
happened.
disguise.
Because if he would have just been some indiscriminate person, they
Yeah.
would have chased him off like the other three, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had like a decent night, but
He wouldn't be a legend.
Mitch was changed. Mitch,
Yes, he was.
Mitch became
He
the
absolutely
new
was.
the new Floyd. Like that's
Yeah.
what happened.
He really did.
He really did.
Like when he comes to first day of freshman year,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that's Mitch. He's the one that hooked up with a sophomore this summer.
Exactly.
He's the one that went
As
out
an
with
eighth
these
grader,
guys.
yeah.
You know, this, that, and the other."
And keep
Plus,
in
you gotta
mind,
deal
And
with
he's a
fucking
pitcher.
Ben
I was gonna
Affleck.
say
He is a
he's
pitcher,
the
which
pitcher,
means he's
which
gonna
is super
become
important. He's
the
going
star
to become.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
it's no mistake that all
but
that
he has
happens.
Ben Affleck on his ass for the next year, man.
Yeah.
He's also the one
that's
who
not
got
true,
one up
because
on Ben
initiation-
Affleck.
That's what I'm saying. Ben Affleck is coming. Once
He's
they
coming
find
for him.
out, that it
Maybe,
was
but
you,
he's got Floyd on his side.
He's got
so
Floyd
that's
on
true.
his side,
And
yeah.
all the other like football players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they go out of their way to like be nice to him. That's true.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is going to have to eventually concede to what's happening.
At some point, Ben Affleck
Mitch
has
is
to
gonna
look at
throw
himself in the mirror
quarterback
and
for
say,
JV or
I'm a
Frost Top or
second-year
whatever it is.
senior. I'm going to drop out and work on an oil rig.
Yeah.
That's how that story
For
ends.
Bruce Willis.
Or starts. in
Bruce
certain,
Willis.
in
And
certain
then there's
areas.
going to be a meteor coming towards the Earth.
Right.
We have to drill into
He's going to
it.
fall in love with
Exactly.
Liv Tyler. It is what it
This
is.
is
It
a
is
big,
what
it's
it
a big
is.
thing.
This is just the prequel to...
Armageddon.
Yeah, but the sister does help him out when it comes to the mama, though, because the mom was like, your
Does
sister
she?
told
Because
him?
she also tells the mom everything at the end
What
of the night.
happens? The mom
What
says,
happens, right?
your sister told me everything.
What did she tell her?
Told her that we were all drinking and, they
The
chased him after
the sister says,
and-
right, in before this happened, she says, Mom was waiting up on me. She's going to be waiting up
Well,
on
for
you.
you.
This is so
Sure.
unfair. My bedtime was this, da-da-da. So it
Uh-huh.
sets it up like she's going to rat him out, and it's going to be like a Ferris Bueller type thing. But he gets home, and she's like, your sister told me all about it, so this
Sure.
one time, it's going to be okay. And he gets in the room, and she's like, Are you
Are you
drunk?
drunk? He's like, nah. I'm just,
You know what?
That's
Just
right.
listen to some music, and it's fine.
Yeah, the sister.
I
the
feel
sister
like the
warmed up the
sister
mom.
is like taking her role of the
Yeah.
big sister very seriously,
Very seriously.
and very protective of him.
Yeah.
But also she throws a little bit of salt in there
Well, that's
Well,
a big
she's
sister,
supposed to.
right?
It's his little
to a degree.
brother.
I never
and
had a
it's
big
out
sister.
of her
Me
thinking
neither.
that it's
I'm
not
a big
fair.
brother, so
I
it's
mean,
like,
we share a big sister,
okay.
Yeah,
but I could beat her ass if I really.
I got a big sister.
I have
got
a little
plenty of
brother,
older
and like
brothers.
we were very different in general as people, but we loved each other. So there was no salt in anything. It was all sugar. It was all love. Like
nice.
I loved my little brother. He was way cooler than me. He was also just young enough that I wasn't his senior.
Ah,
Yeah. My freshman year in college was his freshman year in high school.
nice.
So he
That's
got we
perfect.
missed out on that like specific kind of
The teachers
I
still
did have
remember
that
you, but the
experience.
kids that are there
right.
don't
He gets to
remember
make
you.
his own
Mm.
impression, and the kids don't. There's no like whatever. But he was
Yeah.
all like my older brother hung out with us. He was a cool kid. Like to this day, he's way cooler than I'll ever be.
I
He's
understand
like-
because
I gotta
I'm-
meet this guy because I
Oh,
kind of
dude,
want to call
dude, He's the
bullshit.
coolest. He's the fucking coolest.
I understand
Okay.
because I'm way cooler than my brothers. All of them.
I don't know about that.
What the fuck, man?
Rashad is cool as fuck. I don't care what you say.
Well, have him make you a motherfucking cocktail.
I didn't say he can make me a cocktail, but are you gonna get on the basketball court with me?
Yeah, you don't think I play basketball?
I haven't seen you shoot a ball yet.
You never asked me to shoot a ball yet.
All right,
I'm
we're
a
gonna
very
take this
athletic bitch.
That's
out
sexist
back
as fuck.
It
right
is.
now.
Right?
He just
Got nothing to do with
assumed.
sex.
Just assume that I can't play
Just
ball.
assume you can't play ball.
Got nothing to do with that. However, your brother's my favorite person to quote movies with. No offense, I love you.
Do a show with that
every
motherfucker.
time I say a
It's the
quote,
title of his
he's like
memoir.
on it. He knows what I'm talking
Your
about.
brother's my favorite person to quote movies with.
Yeah,
No
mhm.
offense, I love you.
No
Nothing
offense, I
personal.
love you. Well, you know what?
That's the
Do
title.
a show with that motherfucker.
The
See
J-
how that
the
goes.
J- the Jason Bello story. No offense, I love you.
No offense, I love you.
There it is.
Rashad, fuck you, I love you.
That's gonna be Jason's solo podcast. Is no offense, I love you.
No.
Okay.
We already talked about changing the name of this podcast too. I'm sorry for what I said when I was
It was
drunk.
true. I was drunk. Because I have apologized for shit I said when I was drunk.
Lord, I apologize.
Can I-
Okay.
Can
Michelle
I-
Burke.
Michelle Burke. Man, okay.
Or you have a fun fact?
yeah, fun.
Not on her, but go ahead.
Okay.
No, I want to hear it.
Okay, so the word man is said 203 times in this movie.
The word
I
man?
almost had it as a drinking thing, but I didn't want to kill
That's
us.
too many times. Yeah.
I didn't want to
'Cause
die in.
is
I'm
that because
picturing
people are like,
Slater, like, are you
"Man."
cool,
He does
man?
say he
man.
does say it a lot.
Slater's responsible for 200 of those.
There's 3 of them. The other 3 are like.
And he's only in the movie
McConaughey.
for 5
yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Accumulatively.
Yeah, so I
Jeez.
mean that's a fun one. For
That's
me.
a fun one. I like that. Yeah.
One thing I will say about Michelle
Did you
Burke
count?
is
Did I count?
Did you count or did
No,
somebody
it
else?
was,
Somebody
it was
else
a
did,
fun
okay.
fact.
All right, fair enough.
Michelle Burke plays a great older sister in this. I like how she embraces her brother into the life,
Yeah.
even though she makes a couple mistakes. But she's
Sure.
fucking, she's
Whatever.
a junior in high
She's a
school.
kid,
People
man.
are gonna make mistakes. She's trying to look out for him. She's also a huge flirt with all these guys. Like, even though, like, after he, like, smacks her ass in the beginning with the paddle, she walks away, like, very seductively.
Who doesn't want their ass
she liked it.
And we all know that girl.
We absolutely know that girl.
Absolutely doesn't mean it, but that's kind of her power, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
She knows.
Shit, I'm a touch
she
of her
knows she's a
then,
good-looking girl, and she leans into that.
She leans into that. That's where she found her power.
She's just flirting. She's
yeah,
fun.
she flirts. She's fun.
I mean, I think it is pretty fucked up that she is going after another woman's man.
Yeah.
I mean, I do too.
But that's high school.
That's just because of like my morals and ethics.
That's high school.
But that's
Shit
high school,
happens
right?
all the time like that.
Yeah.
So I hate high school.
I was the other dude in high school. I can't knock.
Let's be honest. If you're like dating in high school, there's the 1 in 100 people that like marry their high school sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
But like
that's
dating,
my parents.
I only know. Well,
like
now
what
I know two.
What is dating in high school really?
I don't know. My parents fucking did that.
You
shit.
like walk each other to the class. Like you go and get like a soda after school. Like you're not living. There's nothing serious happening. Not really.
It's where you learn.
And again,
there's a huge difference between freshman year and senior year.
There absolutely is, because like
for sure.
There's
so
certainly,
seniors, in my opinion, have no business dating freshmen.
Oh, absolutely, especially depending on the age difference.
Sophomore, right? maybe,
but
I ain't gonna be mad at a senior dating a freshman. I ain't gonna be mad.
Look, here's the
Depends
thing.
on the
if the senior's 18 and the freshman's 13, like that's a big deal.
It is.
That's a big deal.
Some 18-year-olds are only 14-year-old mentally.
Doesn't matter.
But some 18-year-olds are 20 years old mentally, and some
13-year-olds are like
11.
10. Yeah, like whatever.
True.
So like, I agree. And like dating in high school is weird because, again, except for those few occasions where you're soulmates and you meet that person and you're just the high school sweetheart.
My fucking
that is
parents,
what it is.
you guys.
It's weird because there's a lot of firsts happening.
Yeah.
In an environment where, like, statistically,
it's not gonna go right.
Doesn't go anywhere,
No,
right? It's gonna go.
not.
It's gonna go wrong. You're gonna have bad experiences. You're gonna fuck up a lot, and to have a lot of pressure on that, it's just it's not smart. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's not. I have memories of like dating this girl in intermediate. Who I was in 8th grade, she was in 7th grade, and like my friends would make fun of me and say like, dude, if you guys stay together, you guys are gonna be like having sex by the time you're freshmen.
Sure.
You know, and that was not me. Like as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I'm not fucking ready for that whatsoever. You know, and strangely enough, we broke up in junior high, but then I came back to that school. I transferred schools a few times. I came back as a junior and as a senior to that school. And when I came back, I saw her again.
Sure.
And by this time, she had a boyfriend. And I became the fucking other guy.
Sure.
And this is in a matter of 2 years of childhood development.
And like, how many people go to the school?
Yeah.
But it's so
so
weird.
many
It's
fucking people.
And it's such a weird thing. Like, high school in general is such a weird thing. That's why there's so many movies about it. And this movie specifically is so interesting in how it encapsulates the experience of any high school person ever. Like, it's there. Whatever happened in high school when you were a kid is there somewhere.
Yeah.
Including the, like, flirty chick who didn't really mean it and, you know, was after the other dude.
Sure.
I'm a mixture of her and the redhead. It's nice to be a mixture.
Right? There you go.
That being said, I liked her in some other movies as well.
Sure.
I love her in Major League 2.
Yes.
She plays Nikki, who's the love interest for Charlie Sheen.
I have to watch that again.
She's in charge of like all the little kids and stuff.
Okay.
She's the voice of reason for that movie. And I had such a crush on her in that movie. Yeah. She also plays Connie Conehead.
Yeah.
In
the
Coneheads.
Wait, she's the daughter?
Connie, yeah, she's the daughter.
And
That's
they
cool.
like,
She whooped Chris Farley's ass.
Coneheads, man.
I said I wanted a Saturday Night Live month where we
nice.
do movies
Movies
of
by
sketches.
Saturday.
No, like
of
sketches from-
specifically?
Yeah,
Nice.
from the show. And Conehead would totally be one of them.
Conehead would have to be one, yeah.
The Ladies' Man would be another one.
Yeah.
The latest man.
What's happening?
Superstar?
Superstar, that'd be a good one.
Mm,
Austin Powers?
no.
Maybe.
I don't think it. Did he start that on Saturday Night Live? And
That
I
was
missed
Saturday
it?
Night
Just
Live character.
monetarily?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
you have to, you can't count it out.
You can't,
Okay.
I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
fine.
The Blues Brothers would have to be one of them.
it would have to.
Definitely.
Adam Sandler did characters that were similar, but did he do a specific sketch
I don't know.
into a movie?
I don't know.
Because like all of his characters were kind of like who's that comedian that does the "Would you like a piece of pie?" Like he does that like Adam Sandler's never said that, but it sounds like something he would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I want a piece of pie,
Right?
bitch.
Always.
My name is Simple Simon the Pieman, and I have but one question to ask you. Would you like a piece of pie? Absolutely sounds like an Adam Sandler movie that never happened.
Never happened.
But like that's all of his characters, right? Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, etc.
Yeah. When I was hearing that, I was hearing the Waterboy.
Right.
If it was any character.
Yeah.
I don't like confrontation.
He has that, and then he has the water.
Scooby-Doo!
Anyway,
All right, here
Dude,
we go.
Anyway, he ain't in this movie.
We already talked
that we
about
know
movie.
of.
Cole Hauser.
Cole Hauser.
Cole fucking Hauser.
Dude.
Plays Benny. And I don't know if he was born... No, he's not born in New York, but he's got kind of like a New York accent. He's born in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, he was
But,
born in
like,
Santa Barbara,
From
but
the moment he says he's a fucking dead man, I think of a New York
fucking
guy.
dead. Yeah, he does have that I don't even know what to call it.
I don't know what to call it.
Maybe he's got like an underbite or something,
Maybe.
or it's just that
He's got
it's like,
some like...
he's got this like
It's
he
a
talks
touch more than confidence.
It's like he
It's
talks
almost
with
arrogance.
the very front of his mouth. It's
Uh-huh.
like you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know, it's
'Cause
that whole thing.
This is
yeah.
right after Michelle Burke talks
Right
to
after,
them,
yeah.
and they're all like, "We were just bullshitting about that, right?"
Yeah.
It's like major bullshit. He's a fucking dead man.
Fucking dead man.
It's almost like he's seen too many gangster movies. or
Cole
something.
Hauser plays cops and detectives for the
And
next
villains.
30 years.
He also plays villains.
He also plays villains. He plays dirty, but he doesn't play just like random villains. They're dirty cops.
Yeah.
And they're like,
He just has that face.
he has that face,
Like
and
he plays fucking Carter Verone. I didn't even
Sure,
realize
yeah.
that
Well,
in
he
the
has-
second Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, yeah.
he has the
plays
ability
a
to
Cuban or a Puerto Rican
transform
guy.
his face
Yeah.
in weird ways. So, like, I know you'll never see it, but there's a series called Yellowstone. And
Oh, yeah, you're right. I remember
he plays like the head ranch hand. And
Okay.
dude, it took me a season to realize it was Cole Hauser.
Okay.
He looks completely different. He had put on like maybe 20 pounds or some such. He's got like a dark beard, and I was like, this guy looks familiar. I don't know who this is.
I feel like
And
I
I
know
finally
him.
looked him up, and I was like, holy shit, that's Cole Hauser. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the? He is so good in so many things. I don't know. If you've never seen Cole Hauser or anything, go
He
look him up.
just-
He's amazing.
I would love to
Has
see
his
where he
face.
learned. Like, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of information on him other
Yeah.
than like his filmography.
I love it. Yeah,
I don't know where he studied.
he might not have.
He just has
Maybe.
a face
Like,
of a douchebag
I mean, his
you wanna
family
punch.
is
Sure. He has a very
in
punchable
the
face.
film
Punchable.
industry.
Yeah.
You know, like
he
his,
does. Okay.
His mom,
Sure.
I want to say, Cass Warner.
Yeah.
She founded a production company called Warner Sisters.
Mhm.
You know,
Warner
sure.
Sisters instead
Yeah.
of Warner Brothers. Love it.
kind of.
Well, you know,
exactly.
it's possible he just had family there, and that was it.
His grandfather was a screenwriter.
Cool.
So
it's in his blood, man.
yeah, so it's in his blood to be in the
There
film
you go.
industry.
And I want to say that Cole, that character is the closest to somebody you would find in any Texas high school right now. Everybody else is kind of different, changed. It's very kind of time period appropriate. That specific character, every Texas high school has at least one.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can
So is
feel
that
that.
one guy?
There's that one
Just
guy. He's kind of
Lives
a,
and breathes high school.
he's kind of a good old
football,
boy. He plays
beer.
football. He drinks beer. He drives a truck. Like
I love his fucking truck.
love his
Oh,
truck.
I love his truck.
Dude.
And I love his monologue that he gives. Like when he's on that megaphone or on that
loudspeaker,
radio,
yeah.
and he's telling all the freshmen, "All right, you little fuckers, you know, if you're men about it, and you
Well,
walk
we get
right over
one-
here, right
Yeah.
here, you only get one lick from one of us.
From all of us. You
But-
get one hit from all of us.
One hit from all of us.
If you run, it's open season,
Open
on
season
your
all
asses
summer
all
long.
summer long.
Yeah.
And
His fucking teachers laughing about it.
his teachers laughing at him
Because
the
they're remembering when
whole
they were
time.
freshmen.
Man, you're gonna get your ass fucking beat out there. Like pretty much is what he's telling them. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, but like he specifically picks out
Specifically picks out
Mitch
Mitch,
Campbell.
Mitchie.
Yeah, Mitch Campbell. We're looking for you, pal.
Yeah.
You know,
Oop.
and
His
Sister singling them out.
like he's intimidating,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like he kisses the fucking microphone.
Yeah. He's got that like little extra eccentricity.
Yeah, just
It
a
just
little
kinda
bit, and
makes
it's
it, you know.
very, very good.
Very good.
Very
He's
fucking
like,
good.
if he doesn't pass, like his senior year,
Yeah.
he's gonna be Ben Affleck.
Sure. But here's the thing, that character, it doesn't matter if he passes or not. He's going to go farm the family farm
Yeah.
and have a bunch of kids, and they're going to go to that high school.
For sure.
And play football.
Like
and
you
it's
said,
just
he's a
gonna
good
keep
old
going.
boy.
He's a good old boy.
It's the
That-
good old boy.
Just a good old boy. We were talking about Willie Nelson earlier
Sorry.
today.
We were, because he's... Willie Nelson's a big part of all of this, whether we recognize it or not.
We have already talked about Willie
And we
Nelson
did,
on the
in
story.
conjunction with Lone Star. But without Willie Nelson, Austin, Texas doesn't become what it becomes.
No?
No.
Okay.
We also talked about him in Half Baked.
We did talk about him in Half
We
Baked.
have to.
Yeah, man. I remember when a dime bag was a dime. You know
You
how
know
much condoms were?
How much?
I don't know. We never used them.
Fun fact.
What?
Fun fact with Seth. So
Is he having his own spot?
I have my
on
own
it?
little fun.
Okay, fun fact was that.
Right. So Tommy Chong used to work out with the same trainer as one of my girlfriend's relatives.
Okay.
So she would occasionally go and like work out with her, and would just hang out with Tommy Chong. And Tommy Chong walks up to her one day and goes, "You're a square."
Oh, shit.
And just walks away.
Is she a square?
Just walks away.
Is she a square?
Yeah.
Oh, he called it.
He called
was
it. He called it. And she was like, "Man, if it wasn't true, I'd be so offended."
Dang, if he said that to me, I would just break out in tears. I'd be
I
like,
think she
I have
wanted
a blood
to.
for you.
I mean, at the time, I think she really wanted to. She's, you know, at the moment, she's like studying biology and chemistry, and she's like super intelligent, really into her studies.
He's like, L7 weenie.
L7 weenie. Total square. But like, yeah, that's a fun fact with Seth.
Fun fact with Sam.
Fun fact.
Okay,
with
let's talk
Seth.
about Miss Kristen Hinojosa real
Please.
quick.
I got nothing on her because I'm.
I mean, we're just going to talk about her in the movie.
Sure.
She plays Sabrina.
Plays Sabrina.
She is Mitch's counterpart. She's the freshman that gets invited to the party.
Yeah.
Everybody takes her under his wing.
Parker Posey tried to fuck with her.
Parker Posey tries to fuck with her.
Pretty effectively.
What's his name from Rent? I can't remember his name at the moment.
Mark.
No, that's not his name in this one. Or
I
is his
know,
name Mark
but-
in both?
No, it's not. I can't remember what it is.
I didn't.
The marriage proposal.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Will you marry that fucking
Will you
marriage?
marry me?
Well, both of them.
Yeah,
like
yeah, both of them
homegirl
are
that
very interesting.
proposes. Like, will you marry me? I don't know. What do you do for me?
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Really? Go like this. And she fucking
she
does it.
Yeah.
She spit or he swallowed. She doesn't even realize what he's
Well,
talking
she's
about.
like,
realize.
yeah,
She's
and
like,
that's
whatever you
whatever.
want. I think she halfway does
I
understand.
mean, maybe, but that's the point.
But
is,
the point is,
An
she's
eighth
being
grader.
hazed and she wants to be cool.
and she wants to be cool.
And she's like,
she,
whatever you
and
want.
she
She's like, whatever I want,
succeeds.
I would
Yeah,
definitely
I would
marry you.
definitely marry
And
you.
he's such a fucking asshole
He's
about
such a
it.
fucking asshole about it.
Like,
but
I
also,
even say,
like,
you're an asshole. He's
but
like,
you know
yes,
what?
I am.
He plays along. I would definitely marry
That's what I'm
you.
saying.
Yeah,
He's,
And
he
that's
wants-
the goal, right?
He's-
he plays
at the
playing
end of the
along.
day,
At the end
he's
of the
a
day,
good dude.
He's a good
He's a good dude, but an asshole because that was really degrading.
He's
and
enjoying
fucked up,
his
But
Sure.
life.
it is also
He's enjoying
seven
But it
his
was supposed to
youth.
be fucked up.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fucked
He's
up.
playing his part.
It's
He's
supposed to be
playing his part.
offensive, and at the same time,
Yeah.
they find the humor.
They find
in
the
it.
humor
I mean,
in
he
it.
didn't find her at the party and shove his dick in her mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Well, for one, she wasn't invited, but two, I don't think he would
She
have.
was at the party.
No, she
Well,
wasn't.
he
no,
had,
no,
he
that's
had
a
his
different
own.
girl.
He was with his own girl.
Kristen is with Mark from Rent.
Yeah, she was at the party.
Yeah, she was, but the girl that we're talking about
Oh, you're right. She wasn't.
is with what is his name? Sasha
That's
Jensen.
true.
Dawn.
Baritone.
That's true, that's
no,
true.
What's that?
What's up?
Huh?
The girl we were talking about is the one that hits on Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Johnson.
No.
Yes, exactly.
Tom Johnson.
But Kristen Hinojosa hits on Mark.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Krista Hinojosa has become.
She has more of a story arc.
She like never really acted again, but she became a huge activist.
Did she?
Yeah, that's kind of what she
okay.
did. She's helped out with a lot of different like PETA and all the various like immigration groups and that type of stuff. But yeah, that's what she did.
Okay.
Yeah. super active in the political community.
Okay, so that explains why
she never
didn't
did
act
anything
more.
else really. Yeah.
She was found in San Antonio or Austin
Okay.
when they were looking for.
And Linklater does that a lot. He's like, because when they cast this, everybody in LA wanted to be part of this movie, and he was like,
I don't want another LA actor.
He was trying to find authenticity.
Yeah.
I get that.
And he found it, man. Nobody can argue that.
He did. He found it in her.
Mhm.
I think she did a great job.
Oh, she did a fantastic job.
In some ways, excuse me, I think she did better than Wiley Wiggins,
I agree.
who plays Mitch. And just as an actor, I see like his little
Well, sure.
shticks.
You see the little things happening. They, I had a great.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody,
No.
so I'm not going to say what shticks he has.
And there.
I'm going to ruin it, and I'm going
Ruin
to
it.
tell you why.
Okay.
Let's go ahead
So-
and
Long
jump
as I don't
over
do
to
it.
Wiley Wiggins.
Okay, let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Wiley Wiggins.
This kid is a kid from Austin,
He
Kid
is
from
kid
Austin.
Great fucking hair.
minding
Oh my
his
God.
own goddamn business in a coffee shop. Walks out of a coffee shop, and somebody's like, "Hey, want to be in a movie?" Hands him a flyer, and he comes to.
I don't do
audition
porn,
for this.
sir.
No, it's not the Valley. It's
It's not like that in
Austin,
Austin? Okay.
I don't think it's like that in Austin.
It's still not like that in Austin.
Awesome.
So he did the movie, and so you've seen him do his tick, especially in one particular scene, which
Yes.
I don't
It's
think I wrote it down,
very,
but-
very one
Very
particular
clear,
scene.
yeah, yeah.
he does.
Something with he does a
He
facial
has a thing with
expression.
his face.
He has a facial expression
Which he
that
does.
he tries to hide.
He tries to hide
with
it.
his
It is
hands.
an actual tick.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a thing that he's doing on purpose.
No.
It is a tick.
It
and
is a tick
He's trying
that
to
he does.
hide it.
and
It's
he
an
does it
insecurity
over
as a
20
person.
times in that one
Uh-huh.
thing.
in the
So,
whole
yeah, so, I mean, he tries, so you gotta remember, he green, like real green.
Very green.
Oh, dude, he's
real
like
green.
he's so green. He's yellow and blue. Like
Yes.
he's not an actor. He's a random dude who got pulled into this and was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
And Mitch does a good job.
Wow.
You believe that he's drunk when he walks into his mom to talk to his mom.
absolutely.
You believe him when he comes up to his friends. It's like, yo, we need to do this to fucking Ben Affleck's dumbass.
Yeah.
You see him trying to act like he's cool when he goes to pick up the 6-pack for like the fucking black dude. He's just like, yeah, I'm thinking about going back to school, but really I think I'm just gonna work because it's always good to have
I
some
like how he
money.
plays
And
that
you're
off.
like, Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally steals what
He's
Matthew McConaughey
14 and
said.
he's trying to play it off as 18.
Yeah.
Good on
And
him.
he takes Matthew McConaughey's life story pretty much to sell
Uh-huh.
him being older.
He
which I love.
absolutely does.
He does a good job.
He does a good job. Overall, he
absolutely
does a good
does.
job.
He does a great job.
Absolutely. And shit, for being green,
Mhm.
he turned that green experience into a 20-year fucking career.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Because he had acted all the way up through 2013
There you go.
before, I don't know if he's retired or what, but
I think he's
he
still
did
hustling.
a number of projects. Maybe he's going to keep doing it. I
You know
don't
this business, man. You never know.
You
Yeah.
never know.
You never
People
know.
go away for 10 years and then come back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People go away for 30 years and then come back.
Yeah.
They decide, you know what? Now's the time. They go have their life and then they come back and then they make some more wonderful movies for us.
Yeah.
So, Wiley Wiggins, good on you for going to that particular coffee shop and changing your fucking entire
Fucking
life.
I know, right?
All right. It's time to talk about the 4, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Being that it's 3 guys and 1 girl, we can talk about Ben Affleck first.
Let's talk about Ben Affleck.
Ben fucking Affleck in this particular movie is the biggest asshole.
The biggest asshole.
Oh
He's
my god.
Technically, he is the only asshole in this movie. I mean, everybody else, you kind of, even if they do
Sure.
douchebaggy things.
This is the only like true antagonist.
Yeah,
he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
you
the
can
truest
find
antagonist in
to
this
like
movie.
everybody in this movie. Him is
You could
the only
argue
one.
Clint doesn't really have much going for him.
I don't hate Clint. I feel like he was like fucking attacked. He might have been, the first part is him being a dick, but he didn't.
Wait, there's so many people in here. Remind me which one's Clint.
Clint's the one who takes his shirt off and
He's a fighter, like the
he's
dude
like
did.
Clint is just an asshole.
Because
He's
the
an
first time you
asshole.
see him, he's sitting there chilling, talking with fucking.
He's still being an
Matthew McConaughey.
asshole.
He's being an asshole. He's looking for an excuse to
He's
be an
looking for an
asshole.
excuse to be an asshole the whole
Because,
time.
in my opinion, Adam Goldberg was not being an asshole. Being like saying, "Oh,
Adam Goldberg was being
He
awkward.
was not.
Yeah,
Like,
The way I hear it is like, "Oh, now it's a party."
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
not being a fucking asshole.
No, he's not being an asshole. My point is that, like,
was looking for
really,
an excuse
truly,
to pick a
Clint
fight.
is the only other, like, true
Yeah.
villain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because his character functions to bring Adam Goldberg into a different state of being.
Yeah,
True.
Right?
I agree.
And you have to have that, like, villain thing happening.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ben
Insofar
Affleck
as you can have a villain
Yeah.
in a Richard Linklater
Ben
movie.
Affleck is just a
O'Bannon,
fucking
motherfucker,
dick.
Right.
flunked senior year.
Like senior year.
I don't know if he did it on purpose so that he can haze these motherfuckers for another year,
I
and he's
doubt
just
it.
trying to relive his second childhood or what.
We're talking about
But,
it.
I mean, if we're gonna project stuff, like this is a guy who's never gonna make any amount to anything.
Exactly.
And he's angry at the world and is taking it out on freshmen. That's this character, right?
I see differently, and I think that Ben Affleck also
Sure.
sees differently.
Mm.
I see that he comes from a angry and abusive family.
Sure.
He has
Could
a
be.
dad who definitely does the same
Yeah,
exact
no.
shit.
Here's the
that
thing.
he
Definitely.
What you're
does
saying right now,
to
I
his
think,
kids.
goes right along with what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I totally agree. And Ben Affleck also said that, like, they asked him, like,
Sure.
what is your character fear? And he was like, my dad. Like,
Yeah.
that is the thing that he fears.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
behind the
I can
scenes.
totally
Yeah.
see that. I can
So
totally see that.
I feel like all that
Definitely.
anger and all
Sure.
that craziness
Comes through.
comes because he has a dad who treats him like
Yeah.
shit.
And how are you
treats
how are you
his
going to
mom
pass
and
high
his,
school
like,
if your
sis
dad's
is-
beating the
For sure.
shit out of you?
Like,
Yeah.
and
Like-
this character
His
has
is
been
more of a
written in
sadder-
many movies.
Yeah.
Like even in Texas, in
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
this character is Donnie. I can
Yep.
picture Donnie doing the same exact
Mhm.
thing to freshmen.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
in the series, the Friday Night Lights, there's this character Riggins, and in Varsity Blues, there's this character. Like you can see him
Mhm.
in various places throughout Texas history.
Texas history, high school history, football
Yeah,
history,
football history.
whatever,
He's just that wrong dude that he just
Yeah, man.
has a fucked up life.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
a
like
fucked
you
up
said,
life.
he
He
won't
doesn't
do
want to
it.
go home.
Doesn't
He
wanna
wants
go
to forget
home.
where, all of
He's
that.
angry and
for a
has
little
to
bit of
take it
time.
out on
He's
other
just
people.
numbing it until he has
Yeah.
to go home and deal with
He's
it himself.
reenacting the behavior he's seen modeled in the house.
Exactly.
And
until he gets married and beats his wife.
guys like Ben Affleck, man, he's a great actor. Like he's amazing.
He's a great fucking actor.
He is iconic. He is memorable. He is interesting, and he's great in this movie.
I will give you that, Ben Affleck. Yes.
Yeah. He's got 10 movies under his belt before he even did this one.
Yeah.
No. His first movie was in 1981.
Yeah.
I'm saying
This dude
he's-
is not that old.
No, and at this point, I would argue his brother is like a more interesting actor. I don't
Casey?
like the word better, but like he's
I
a
would
more
say-
interesting actor, in my personal opinion.
I like
Uh-huh.
Casey better.
I love
probably.
Casey as
Yeah.
an
I think
actor.
Casey's a great fucking actor.
I think him on screen is different and interesting. I think
Yeah.
Ben Affleck carries things better
Sure.
in his later years. We'll see what happens, down the road.
Yeah, I think that Ben Affleck has expanded his, I would say, film knowledge.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
To a degree, in front of as well as behind the camera.
I was going to say behind the camera, Ben Affleck is.
Yeah,
a
I think that
killer.
once he started learning what's going on behind the camera, it made him a better actor as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I'm a firm believer
What
in
was
doing.
the one that he did?
Which one?
That Ben Affleck
Oh,
did? He directed?
Argo?
And he was in
Argo?
it.
Argo?
Was it Argo?
Argo's the
movie he was in?
big, like the one that won all the awards.
Yeah, I liked Argo because it was
Argo was cool.
dealing with real shit that did happen, and
His acting in what was it, Gone Girl,
Uh-huh.
was
There you go.
amazing.
Yeah.
One,
Like
I love
really,
to hate
really.
him.
Oh, dude.
he did a good job at being like, "Well, bitch, did you kill your wife?"
Ben
Or, "Bitch,
Affleck is a
did you
person
not?"
that I hate. Is such a good Ben Affleck.
And we
Like,
got to see
he
his like
nails
ass
it.
and dick and shit, and
Damn,
fucking-
you see his dick in that one?
It's like a,
It's like a shower dick, so there's
It's
like
a shower
steam
dick.
and stuff.
Sure.
But like you can still,
but I
I
pause it.
He was
Fucking
learning
dick.
stuff. Like, right before he did that, he did
I
The
do
Town,
too.
which I
just
thought
gotta
was
see
an
it on,
incredible
like,
fucking
Planet
movie.
Hits.
And he directed that one as
He
well.
did. The Town, yeah.
I thought that was a great
Oh, The
fucking
Town.
movie. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Town's underrated.
Yeah,
It's a really great movie.
It's a really great movie. But yeah, dude, Ben Affleck in this movie is the perfect like villain.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And I
Absolutely
love,
is.
I mean, even when he does get his comeuppance,
Hmm.
that's
he
why I
plays
wanted
it
it.
very, very well.
There was a specific actor.
He
So
makes
fucking-
people legitimately
He
afraid
does.
of him
Scared,
in
He
yeah.
that
absolutely does.
moment.
But not in like a he doesn't scare the audience, right?
We
'Cause
look at him and
if
we
you
kind of
would
laugh
cast,
at him.
like, the
you become
wrong
one of
person,
those spectators
yeah.
at the bar.
If you cast the wrong person, the audience fears for the character rather than you see the character being afraid. And that's a fine line because it's like there was another actor that was up for this role that didn't get it, and I'm trying to remember who it was.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was and it's a big famous actor, and I was reading about it on my research.
I'm going through my mind of who's in the same age
but
bracket.
I do remember.
It was a big one.
He's one of those, like, when you see him pissed, you know that he's so pissed because he's so embarrassed that it doesn't make it as scary because you're looking at him like, look at him. He's just trying to, like, punk anybody
he's lashing
who's
out.
around.
Yeah.
Because just to make it so that he
My
doesn't
mind
look like
wants
a
to
dick.
go to Sean Penn, but I don't think
It was
that's
not Sean Penn. He was too old at this point.
Yeah, I think he's in the later generation.
Is,
yeah.
he
just
went
by
to
like maybe 10 years.
Well, keep in mind, so Fast Times at Ridgemont High is like right around this time.
Well, that was an 80s.
That was in the 80s.
Yeah,
I want to say that was the 80s.
Yeah, but like 80.
But maybe like
it was
5
like late
years.
80s, right? It was like 5 years. Yeah,
5 to 7 years.
So
yeah, he would have been too old, but like,
But you never know.
No.
And
He's
he had
already
played
like
Spicoli.
I was gonna say Spicoli.
Mr.
Yeah, you can't. Oh man.
I've always wanted to order pizza to the fucking Dazed room.
You dick.
That's one of my fucking shit.
Oh my God, Spicoli.
Ben Affleck, we will definitely talk about in different episodes.
Yeah, you don't have to spend too much time on him because he'll be around.
He'll be around.
He's in too many good movies for you not to talk about.
Yes, you white, you Ben Affleck.
You Ben Affleck.
Okay,
Role models is the best.
Let's talk about my dude.
Let's talk about it.
Fucking Wooderson.
Fucking Wooderson.
All right.
Man, you just gotta keep LIVIN, man.
Yep.
That's
Matthew
two mans right there.
McConaughey plays Wooderson. This was his very first job as an actor.
Let's clarify. Was this actually his first job?
Is it not?
No. So, fun facts with Seth. Matthew McConaughey was an actor. He was going to film school at UT.
Okay.
Hook 'em,
University of Texas.
University of Texas.
You went there?
I went there.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
What's her mascot?
My mascot is the Longhorn.
Longhorns.
Oh, that's right. He
Yeah.
does always wear
Hook
the
'em
fucking
horns. Yeah, he
long...
it's burnt orange. Hook 'em horns.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Have you
Longhorns.
seen his
Yeah, bitch. Yes.
speech to the Longhorns?
It's a pretty good one.
It's a damn good
It's
one.
a pretty good one.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot as well.
I just know it's a big. I know it's a big Texas school, but I didn't know.
Yeah. It's the Texas school.
I know,
Like, that's
absolutely.
like there's two big ones, UT and A&M. UT's the more known one because they're like the most branded.
Sure.
A&M is like the more like Texas one.
Is
I
that
think about. I realized
is Texas Tech?
That is a big school. It is not as big as the other two.
Okay.
Football wise, it is a competitor.
Yeah.
Mostly, actually, it's like women's basketball.
Gotcha.
Randomly.
Bitches
Yeah,
out
go
there
for
on
it.
the court.
But the big thing is men's basketball. Bobby Knight, if you're a fan of basketball,
yeah.
he coached the men's Raiders for a long time.
Yes,
and
he did.
That's the big Lubbock,
Ooh,
Texas
Bobby
claim to
Knight,
fame.
fuck.
My mom went to Texas Tech. God bless her soul. Anyway, so
Wow.
Matthew McConaughey was a University of Texas student. He thought he was going to be a director. He started auditioning for like commercials and that type of thing. He was in a music video. That was like his first job.
Okay.
And a beer commercial.
And he had started wearing a beeper to school.
No shit.
That's
for
how
auditions.
the cool kids do it.
Nice.
For
back in the day.
auditions. So he would be in his class and like do the audition
Beep,
thing.
beep, 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 beep.
Alright.
The famous story is he was at a bar with Don Phillips.
Yep.
And they started drinking and talking, and they had such a good time they got kicked out of the bar, and that's how he got this job.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic, right? Now, I don't remember for sure,
biggest
but
audition of your life.
dude, that audition tape, if you've not seen it, is amazing.
Really?
I
Yeah.
haven't watched.
It's
Matthew
pretty
McConaughey.
Matthew
I haven't
McConaughey
watched
as
all of it.
Wooderson.
Okay.
It's a great audition tape. It's the it'd be a lot cooler if you did scene, and there's another scene in there.
Okay.
Really, really well done. He says that he modeled this character after his brother Rooster,
Yep.
Nice.
who lives on a ranch around Midland, Texas, which is another big town around my small town.
Okay.
Okay.
Reed, very small town.
I've heard of Midland.
Yeah, Midland. You from Midland?
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
I don't know.
Trying to take my football career.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no clue. Go ahead.
So,
Friday
you
Night
know,
Lights.
Wooderson was based on his brother Rooster, who he thinks is the coolest guy in the world.
Okay.
I can't remember. I'd
He's
have to look
pretty
it
cool.
up. He got this movie and Texas Chainsaw Massacre around the same time.
Oh.
One of them shot before the other one, and they came out.
Nobody knows what.
I'm sure it's out there as a fact. I
Sure.
don't remember.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
He's in Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Like which one?
the first one.
Like the 70s one?
No, not that one.
Okay, alright. That'll be the first one.
Let's
So
hit
the
the second
first-
So like the
new one.
Yeah, the first new one. Yeah, you'd have to look up on his IMDb, I guess. But like he was in that, and that came out or was filmed around the same time as this. And I don't know. I can't say for sure which one was his first one.
I mean, he's
Do
not
you know
credited
that
for it.
He's
he
in it.
did this movie, and like you said, he met with the
Yeah.
casting director, and
Yeah.
they talked about everything
Oh, he is.
except acting, so and movies. So they talked about like golf,
Yeah,
bitches, and
exactly.
booze. And at the end of the night, when they got kicked out, he was just like, "Hey, you want to be in a
You want to be in a movie?
Nice.
He was
And
already
So
an actor.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in '94.
There you go. So that was
I
after.
don't think I've ever seen that one.
Yeah. So he is in that one
Okay.
in some capacity. I've never seen it either. I'm not a huge horror fan. But
I am, but I will find
check it out.
I'm
Let
not
us
either.
know.
I'm not.
Let us know in the
Is
comments.
it going to be like John Travolta?
Because I could be
Carrie?
wrong. I don't know.
However,
I have
I
no
thought you
idea.
were gonna go.
Anyway, so bottom line, McConaughey was an actor when he met Don Phillips in a bar and was aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
There's a romantic story about, oh, he just fell in this role, which to some extent is true. But like he knew what was he knew what he
Sure.
wanted. It was
Yeah.
not something that was like, oh, I'm just like this crazy person that's just right for this role, and like, oh, you're a casting director. They're like,
No,
He was
I never
on the
thought that he
path to
was.
being an
I
actor.
assumed that he was trying to be an actor.
and I don't
this
say
was
that to
his first
downplay that at
opportunity.
all. I say that because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That it would happen like this, and that somebody would be like, you know what, you got to fucking read for this role, and he reads it and he gets it, and it's supposed to be this tiny role, and then it explodes into the most iconic character in the movie.
To the point that when this motherfucking goes to pick up his fucking Oscar, what is the first thing he says when he gets to the mic? Quotes this movie.
Alright. Dude, like
I mean, he says it so well.
he really does, and you know that speech he gives at the end of this movie where he says you just got to keep on LIVIN. His dad died during the filming
Yeah.
of Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
And he was talking with Richard Linklater about it, and that talk led to him being in the scene at the end at the football field because he was not originally in it.
He probably wasn't on his way to get fucking tickets either.
Probably not.
Because I always felt that was like a weird...
It's like a weird way to tie it in.
To tie it in, like,
Yeah.
I understand, like, seeing the whole movie, like, it makes sense that Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey is driving because he's fucking the oldest dude, and he was just like, we gonna go get these fucking tickets.
Yeah, they may have had to.
Then
just
they got,
negotiate.
like,
These fucking
Slater,
tickets,
who's, like, the
man.
stoner dude, who's like, yeah, we got Pink, who the story's about, but then, like, the girlfriend is always like, I always look over and I'm like, bitch, you don't realize he just cheated on your ass.
Such a good movie,
Such
guys.
a good movie.
great
There's a
fucking
lot of
movie.
levels of
Such
this.
a great
A
movie.
lot of people in this movie, like we said, that were no one but are now someone.
Are now someone, yeah.
Yeah.
None of these people were famous at the time.
And Matthew McConaughey's
So
the
many
best
them
example
are
of
now.
somebody who was no one who became someone
Sure.
because of this movie.
Big someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. This movie absolutely catapulted him.
Absolutely
And we can
launched
go
his
on for
career.
days about how many movies he's done.
But I feel
and
like we'll have
which
another
ones are our
movie with
favorites
him.
and
I
this,
feel
that,
like
and
at
the
some
other.
point y'all
So
are going to
many.
do Dallas Buyers Club or
For
you know,
sure.
How to Lose a Guy or
I'd do
Sahara
Mud.
or
How to Lose the
Mud.
Guy.
I
I
love
love
Mud.
How to Lose the Guy.
You know, whatever.
I love How to Lose a Guy.
So
I
many.
do.
There's so many options for
Failure to
Matthew
launch, even
McConaughey.
another.
You
romantic
want our
comedy.
love
I don't
for-
care. One for the money.
One for the
Great
money.
fucking
Dude.
money movie. Him and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking. I'll give you a fun fact about that right now.
Please.
Taylor got mad because Matthew McConaughey kept working out and he got too big
Got
for
too
his
big for his-
fucking suits. He said, "You got to tell him to stop working out because I can't keep making
letting
these
his suits out.
Yeah,
I'm running out of fabric.
exactly.
He's like, well,
Hoo-wah!
he's like, well,
Well,
you know, I
but you
don't
know what
like
I'm saying.
wearing
I know.
shirts. He don't like wearing shirts, so
He
you
does
should.
not.
That's true.
You
He likes
should
Matthew
have.
Matthew
Bongos at 2 a.m.
McConaughey is allergic to clothing.
I get that.
To be honest with you, I think that's where we're kindred spirits.
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm allergic to clothes.
Dude,
I don't like layering.
My girlfriend's the same way, man. She
No,
walks through
man.
the door, thunk, thunk, thunk,
Boom, I take
and it's
stuff
like,
off, man.
all
I
right, cool,
do
that's
not
what we're
give a
doing.
shit.
Let's close the blinds.
I only wear shirts when I have to.
Yeah.
And I don't even give a shit about clothes and blinds. You see my titties, you see my tit ass, and you should be
I'm
lucky
I'm
and
the
blessed.
opposite. I'm like, I love clothing. I feel
No.
very comfortable. For the longest time, I wouldn't wear shorts. I was like,
Really?
I need clothes. I need
Ew.
things to cover my
Are
skin.
you one of those people that it's like 105 and you wear jeans?
Dude, I'm like
outside?
a never nude. I'm telling you, it's
Oh,
like
no.
I hate being naked.
You got jean underwear.
This makes me
on?
very sad, Seth.
That makes me
Right.
really sad too because I'm like a always nude.
I
Like
gotta
the only
rewrite
re-
the script now.
The
Well,
only
no,
reason
like
why I
when
wear clothes.
I'm professional. You've seen me be professional.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
The only time I
Seth will do it.
Seth will do it. That's
the only
it's a
reason
rule.
why I wear clothes
Method.
is because people are uncomfortable if I don't.
For sure.
If I,
That's the only reason why I put it on.
literally why I put on clothes.
There are resorts for you guys. Like
Like,
there
yeah.
are places you can go.
But it's like middle-aged
I
fat
just stay
white
in the
guys.
house
I don't
and
want to see
go
them
shirtless.
I mean,
naked.
at some point you're going to be a middle-aged, white guy, like we all are.
A fat white, a middle-aged fat white guy.
We all get there
We all
eventually.
need to go
I
somewhere.
cannot wait till you're a middle-aged white guy.
I can't wait either. 'Cause it's
I mean,
gonna be
that's
quite
it's just about how you
You're gonna
identify,
have so
right?
much money.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm gonna have like retirement saved up.
Yeah, exactly.
and
401k.
land.
Talk about your golf swing.
Awesome.
Let it all hang out.
Drink
Go play
scotch.
some volleyball. Like it's a whole thing. I'm just saying that there's a place that you guys can go and be comfortable.
All right, guys. So we're 3 hours in, and we
Fuck.
only have one actor left.
All
let's
right,
do this.
Jason
we're almost
motherfucking
there.
London
Jason London.
plays Pink.
Yes, he does.
And I think he does a great job.
Yes, he does.
I can see him as a stereotypical football quarterback.
Absolutely.
Every girl loves him. He's not the biggest guy, but he's he's very charismatic.
Very charismatic.
He's easy
He's
on
the
the
quarterback.
eyes.
He's
You know,
the
he's the quarterback.
He's
He's the quarterback in every fucking
yes,
movie.
he is.
You know,
He's got the hair,
He's
and
got
the
the
clothes, and the attitude.
mhm.
And
Now he was born in San Diego, but he was raised in Texas,
Cool.
and you know what he was born?
as well as Oklahoma.
Sure.
Do you know what else happened when he was born?
What happened?
Another human being came out because he's a twin.
He's a twin.
He's a twin.
Oh yeah, and his brother.
You
His
said
One of
there
the
were
three.
more
One of
twins
the
in
three
this movie.
twins.
What
There
was
are
the other?
three.
What was the third? We missed
There's
one.
Rabisi. There's
London.
London and
Parker Posey
Parker Posey.
is a twin.
Oh, we didn't talk about her yet.
We didn't.
My
but
bad.
That's fine.
we kind
We
of
have
talked
one
about
more.
Parker. We
I
talked
mean,
about Parker
Can we
Posey.
just? I can throw.
we just like
I want to throw like three fun facts out
circuitously.
about her.
Throw 'em
three
out
fun
there.
facts. Throw them out.
Okay, so she has a twin brother, like I said, Chris, who is a practicing lawyer in Atlanta.
Okay.
So if she fucks up shit, she calls her twin bro. She in the '90s was named Queen of Indies
Really?
of indie movies. So
Okay.
you know, with Party Girl. Did you ever watch Party Girl?
No.
That was probably like her big indie like break, other than this one where she's just like a party girl who gets arrested. She's like, New York party girl, and her grandmother was like, "Bitch, I'm not giving you any more money. You need to like get a job." And she gets a job as a librarian and all the shit. It's a good '90s movie
Okay.
that she stars in.
She did a lot in the 90s.
She did, and that's why I think they called her the indie movie queen. And it took
Okay.
so long for us to realize that this bitch is gold. So, one of the fun facts I'm just going to throw, the last one I'm going to throw out there about her is that she came up with one of her most famous lines.
Which one's
in
that?
this movie. Wipe that face off your head, bitch. She said that she was doing a show in college,
Uh-huh.
a play. I think it was like an Italian play or something like that. And when they translated it into English, one of the lines was, "Wipe that face off your head."
Nice. I
And
do love that
so
line.
I do love that line too. So she asked him like, "Hey, can we do this?" Because I've always wanted to like actually say this as like a mean thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Fuck yeah!" And so she did it. Wipe that face off
Wipe
your
that
head,
face
bitch.
off your head, bitch.
And she came up. That was her idea. So he did take some liberties with his actors that came up with things that he could really use. And that's, like I said, one of my favorite lines in the movie.
It is a really great line in the movie.
What's your
And-
favorite line in the movie?
Favorite line in the whole fucking movie?
Let's do it before we hit.
Oh, shit. I don't
You just
know.
gotta keep
Seth,
that
you-
LIVIN.
I
There you go.
That, or I would have to say like, Martha Washington was a hip lady.
I was gonna go
That's
with
a cool
Slater,
one, yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't know.
Or I would say, what's the other one? Aerosmith tickets, top priority of the summer.
Nice.
Because I have a friend
That's
that
a good
I
idea.
legit.
I don't know if I could choose just one.
I have a friend.
There's so many
that
good lines.
I'm
every-
gonna say like definitely Benny. When he's like, Major bullshit, he's a fucking dead man.
It's fucking dead.
I love
man.
that line.
So are we
I
really
also
gonna take
love
her?
when Slater says, "Are you cool, man?" and his reaction of when he says "okay," he's like, "Okay."
Okay. I do like where he was like, can you even like imagine there's people out there just having sex,
Settle.
going at it? Like, I love that part
Mm-hmm.
where he's just like imagining all the people
Yeah.
out there just having sex.
Now,
He
on the
does-
girl side of things, I absolutely adore when Joey says, "Welcome to high school, honey.
How come high school?
Welcome to high school, honey."
A
And
lot
then
of-
she's
man.
pouring the flour on her head.
A lot of the best lines in this are context. They're
Yeah.
not even.
Mhm.
They're not even the actual text. It's
Yeah.
just how and why they're said.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but
So-
that's all I have on Parker Posey. I thought that was cool. We got 3 twins, sets of twins up in this bitch.
Dude, that's a
Mhm.
lot.
That's
yeah.
a lot.
That's a lot of twins.
Now, Parker Posey was killing it in the 90s with
Yeah.
fucking Blade and Scream and Superman and just everything. And she's still working. She just
Yeah.
she's got a
Oh,
TV
yes.
series right now, Lost in Space.
Oh yeah,
And
I've
she's
heard
got
good things about
2 movies that are coming out.
Cool.
Both of them are completed. So
Nice.
she's still,
No,
that.
I've
She's
always
still,
loved her.
yeah, she's killing
she's
it.
Scream
still killing
3,
it.
one of my faves.
That
I think
is-
that
The
she
whole
is
Scream
really
series
good.
is pretty amazing.
I'm not the biggest fan of 4, but yeah.
I
I'll
don't
give you that.
remember 4, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
probably
exactly.
the best. All right.
That's my bad. I forgot to mention Parker Posey.
That's fine.
Uh,
I had some stuff on her because I think she's
Jason London is the main character in one of my other favorite movies,
Okay.
Out Cold.
Yes, I'm
It's
cold.
I always,
fucking
okay,
great.
so who is
Which-
his brother? What movies has his brother been in? You know his brother's an actor.
I know
His
his
brother's an
brother is an
actor, yeah,
actor.
yeah.
His brother Jeremy was an actor before he was.
I feel like he's the
technically.
less famous one.
Mhm.
He was in Mallrats.
Mallrats. That's the one.
He
he's
plays
in.
TS.
Okay.
And he's still working as well. They're both
Mm.
working,
They're both still working,
journeyman
yeah.
actors.
Nice.
And so I haven't seen his brother as much, but that's mostly because his brother doesn't do the leading man roles, but also his brother has more credits than he does, than Jason does.
Sure.
You know, he's a character actor more than he is a leading man.
So which one's the one that's like the fuck up? There's one that like is a drunk that doesn't
I
do
have
as much, but
no
maybe
idea.
maybe he got his life together because
Maybe
I feel
that's
like he's
Jason.
Maybe
I don't. Maybe.
maybe it's both.
What
Who
else
knows?
is Jason done?
Maybe they
I-
just trade off.
Tu Wong Fu. He plays
was
like
in
the
Tu Wong
nurse.
Fu.
He was in Tu Wong
Yeah,
Fu.
he absolutely was.
I like
And
him in
actually,
that.
I take that back. They're both fucking killing it.
Well, that's always good.
Jason has 127 credits to
Fuck,
his name.
and look how
Jeremy
many are in
has
like pre-production.
87.
That's nice.
Neither one of those is any fucking slouch.
No,
That's
that's
true.
not a slouch.
Wait,
That's
Out
insanely
Cold
fortunate.
Is the other brother?
Is the snowboarding movie.
It's the
Yeah.
snow with the other brother, or is it with him?
It was with him.
No, it's with him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the main character.
Is Out Cold the one with The Rock?
It's
No.
not
No.
It's with Zach
It's with
Galifianakis.
yeah.
That's the first thing I can remember. Zach Efron.
Zach Galifianakis keeps getting drunk and passing
Yeah.
out, and then
And they
fuck
spin
with
their
him.
car. Oh
They
my
fuck
god!
with him when he's passed out.
And he's like, "I got it!
So they
I got it!"
they pull down his pants and they pour salt all over his junk, and then all of a sudden he wakes up in the morning and a bear is like licking salt off of it.
Tries to fuck a hot tub. Remember
Sure.
his dick
He
gets
does.
stuck in
His
Who
there?
dick gets
among us
stuck in a hot
hasn't?
tub. They call him the
You
hot.
never.
What's that?
No.
Fuck the
It's
hot
just
tub.
me? Alright, whatever.
I've
I
never
didn't
stuck
hear
my
what you
dick
said.
in a hot tub before.
Yeah, it's-
I have never stuck my dick in a hot tub. No, that's
All right, well.
Seth, you're alone
You know
on
what?
this one. I'm
Nah.
sorry, boo.
call him the hot tub Casanova. Call him that because he was loving it strong.
Out Cold. Forgot about that movie. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember which brother was in
Nothing
it.
like hot tubbing in like sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, it's a different kind of experience.
Most importantly, lying, cheating, and shoving are encouraged in this game.
Mhm.
That's a great fucking movie.
That's good.
Great little indie
You're gonna have to do it at some
slapstick
point.
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
of course.
sure.
There's a fun little fact about
If we have somebody
Out
on that,
Cold.
it
I
would be
think
my brother
if it's
Joe.
the right one. If it's the right one, I think that Zenobia is going to love because Kevin Costner was supposed to be in Out Cold.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Who was he
And I
supposed
would
to
have
be?
never watched that motherfucking movie.
Yeah.
The General or something like
Yeah,
that. What the hell's his
something
name?
like that. He was supposed to be a big part in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
I don't remember. It's
Supposed to be
like
the owner.
he talks about it, and it's one of those like weird Hollywood things that just didn't happen.
I'm
Okay.
glad.
You know,
I like Out Cold.
There you go.
Out
There you
Cold
go.
is great.
No,
Isn't
I
Flex in
said
that
that you would
movie?
enjoy
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was
It's
the only
like-
black guy.
He's the only black guy. Terrible.
I do like the beer challenge where they have to go down the hill holding
Drinking the beer, exactly.
It's a good challenge.
It's
That is a good challenge.
If
It's
you
a great
snowboard,
challenge.
I have never snowboarded. I want to snowboard.
It's very
I
fun.
think you'd be really
Have
you
good
ever
at
skied?
it.
Tried it. What's
I
that?
like
Have you ever
snow-
skied?
Never.
No?
Never.
No snow sports?
No.
Okay.
Oh, we should do that.
It's
I
like-
love
yeah,
snowboarding.
snowboarding-
I'm not opposed to
No,
it.
no,
I've just
absolutely.
never had the opportunity.
Somebody
Alright.
it doesn't present itself.
This
often.
winter, snowboarding. Me and
Podcast in
Jason.
the snow.
Podcast down the.
I'll
mountain.
film it,
Down the
and then
slopes.
I'll drive Jason to the emergency room.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'll be fine, but yes.
Dude. Fuck yeah.
Snowboarding's really fun.
Bull
And
Mountain,
It's
let's
like
fucking
it's
do
easier
this.
than skiing. I think. I don't know.
Snowboarding is easier
It's
than
easier than
skiing?
skiing.
I don't
I've
know.
never
I've never
seen myself
skied.
as a skier.
Like it's harder to get really good at it, but your startup time's like way less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, Jason London, who plays Pink, I feel like if I was him, I would have bulked up a little bit. He seems a little skinny to play
He's
the
a quarterback.
quarterback.
He's a quarterback
Yeah.
in high school.
I get that, but is
You're coming
I
from
can't
you're coming
imagine
from
him
LA.
throwing the football
You're
very
coming
hard.
you're coming from LA, different era of football.
I don't know.
That is a quarterback. Like,
Really?
in high school, your quarterback is tall and skinny. That's
to a degree.
to a degree, and
Yeah.
he is. He's tall and skinny.
Yeah, because a taller quarterback
Yeah.
can see over the line better.
See
of
over the
course.
line. He's not bulking up too much because he's
Not bulking up
maintaining
too
flexibility in the arm.
Yeah.
Like it's all about the ability to throw and the ability to be quick. Like,
Sure.
And especially depending if you're running wishbone, which is like heavy running, or if
Sure.
you're throwing like heavy throwing. If he's got a good line, he doesn't have to be thick at all.
But he's got to put some pepper on that ball.
Maybe, but again, we're talking high school, so like, how big can you get? That
That's
person,
true.
when I watch that movie, I
Uh-huh.
think that's a big person for high school.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like you're from an area where people are huge. I know
Texas
Texas
much
is like
bigger than
bigger football, but like
Orange
small
County
towns
or LA.
no.
Really?
Like
definitely
body-wise?
body wise, y'all are way bigger out here.
Really?
Yeah, like
Ooh,
where
the
I'm from,
hormones in our milk,
you get
man.
Yeah,
you get like the
fucking-
big farm boys for sure, but that's a different type of big.
Okay.
Like in high school in Texas, the white quarterback is tall and skinny. That's
Yeah.
it. Like you're not getting jacked people.
Interesting.
You just aren't.
That's interesting.
Especially in the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 70s,
But
you're not.
like, I
yeah,
remember the
in the
regiment
70s, you aren't
of
lifting
a
weights.
high school football program or even like a wrestling program or
Sure,
baseball
whatever.
program. Everybody's in the weight room.
Yeah, but not in the
Everybody's-
70s.
Really? Not
yeah,
in the 70s?
The 70s, like weights weren't a huge thing.
Yeah, because the football coach looks almost identical to,
To
my
any
football coach.
Yeah.
Jacked.
I agree.
Even though I didn't play football, he was also the wrestling coach.
Yeah.
And I did do wrestling.
We didn't
and
have
it's
wrestling.
Like, you didn't have wrestling?
No, we had baseball, football, volleyball, basketball.
Interesting.
No track or soccer?
Track and field, no soccer.
Yeah, I can see soccer not being a dominant sport in Texas.
I don't know. I'm from
Well,
Southern California
hot as
where
fuck in
Mexicans
Texas.
rule and soccer is a big
Hey,
sport down
I mean,
there.
there's
I'm-
parts of Texas
I'm just
where
saying,
Mexicans rule
like,
as well.
That is true. That is true.
Where I come from is 52% Mexican. Like
Yeah.
they are
And
the
no
majority.
football?
I mean, not in school.
Not in the school.
It's not a school sanctioned. There just aren't enough. There aren't enough teams in the area to make it competitive.
I get it.
Gotcha.
You would be playing the same two teams over and over and over and over, which is no fun.
I don't
No.
know. Soccer.
Plus, it's soccer, which is no fun.
Well,
Soccer is fun.
soccer. I auditioned as a soccer player
Sure.
yesterday.
Get the
Okay.
fuck out of here.
Again.
Soccer's fun.
Soccer
To-
can be fun.
To play, maybe not to watch.
I get that. I
It's-
do get
You
that.
didn't watch it?
Do you know what I do? You know what I appreciate about? Do you know what I appreciate about soccer? It's 90 minutes. I appreciate that.
So what else we got on Jason?
Jason London, I'm out. He's got a bunch of shit in pre-production
Production.
and
Okay,
post-production and
And we
completed.
will definitely
He's got,
talk about it in-
7 different projects
Sure.
that are out right in
That are
the
out,
process
like in the process
right
of.
now.
Okay,
And
cool.
fucking Tu Wong Fu, we
Dude
don't talk
is
about
killing the
this bitch.
game.
So
Nice.
Too Long
Too
Food,
Long
which
Food,
just dropped on Netflix.
Hey,
did it?
Yes, it did.
Ooh, we're watching that tonight. Okay.
I'm going to sleep. I got an audition in the morning.
I have I guess a handful of
I'm gonna let
handful
you
of,
rattle
like,
those
random
off,
stuff.
and I'm gonna go pee because we've been going for 3
Whoa!
hours.
Okay.
Dude.
So I only got 2, so make it quick. So
Again, that's what I love about
Linkler-
film, man. The film itself is like an hour and a half long, and we can talk about it for 3
I
hours
know.
and not even get through everything.
We did not get through everything, but we got through a lot.
Hold on, one more thing I want to mention about Pink and the character, right?
Okay.
Not just the actor. That is the whole like point of the story. Is he's given this slip of paper that he has to sign. It's a clean living pledge that says, I'm on the football team, so I'm not going to drink or party or do drugs or any of these things. And throughout the whole movie, it's kind of this struggle of like, do I sign it or do I not, or do I go with like what I want and not sign it? Like
I would have
it's a
signed
struggle.
it, especially in high school,
Sure, but
because
like it's,
I would just want to play football.
it's
and
the philosophical thought of, do I sign it and do whatever I want, or do I like live by my morals and ethics and say this is fucked up and I'm not going to sign it? I'm a kid. Is what I'm doing now going to affect the future?
Yeah.
And if I do it because somebody else wants me to, is it going to lead to the future I want? It's the whole argument of party foul.
Down goes that.
Robin.
I did not drop anything today, people.
That's
I just
true.
want to
It was Jason.
point.
It wasn't Jason technically.
Because it was Robin.
Robin,
Fucking Robin!
clean it up. Anyway,
Look it up.
I think it's interesting that, as in a lot of movies, Pink is not like the most interesting character. He doesn't have the most lines. He's
You should
not
look through
really,
mine.
yeah. He's just like what the story revolves around in
Yeah.
an interesting way.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that struggle happening with everybody else in various ways. Is what I do today going to affect my future? And does it matter?
That him signing the paper, no, it did not fucking matter, and I would have just signed it and played football.
Or did it? Because you've got Wooderson saying, done, you know.
He said it
everybody's-
doesn't matter.
He said it
because-
doesn't matter because, you know, if
They're gonna
it's
have
going to be
something
somebody else trying to get you to sign something else,
And I agree
which
with
means
that.
it matters, because if he chooses not to sign it, then he's making a statement and his future could be different than Wooderson's. So maybe it does matter. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I just think it's
it
interesting.
doesn't though.
I think it just brings up the question because we're talking about
Yeah,
it. Does it
yeah.
matter, doesn't it?
Okay.
It's the point of the whole movie is it's actually an anti-nostalgia movie in a weird way. Even though we're nostalgic about it,
Yeah.
the whole movie, everything every character has a monologue about is anti-nostalgia,
I feel you.
which is cool to me.
It is cool.
It's pretty cool, man.
I do love his line. That's one of my favorite lines
Yeah.
of his in the whole fucking movie is, I may play football, but I will never sign that. And then he throws it at the coach.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If I ever talk about these as if they're, you know, the best days of my life,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Yeah,
and I also
absolutely.
agree. I would not want my high school
I wouldn't
years
want
to be.
high
But
school.
also,
I
it's-
enjoyed the hell out of high
Oh,
school,
yeah.
but it's not the peak
it's an
of my life.
anti-nostalgia movie in a really cool way.
Mhm.
And then you've got the inverse with we were just talking about him, the nice guy, the nicest guy in the movie.
Adam Goldberg?
No, the football player.
Don.
Is that what his name is? The overall character. He wears overalls. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. And he's like, I don't know, man. We've had a lot of fun here. Like he's just like,
I
this
had as much
is
fun as I could
living
while
it-
I was stuck in this
exactly
place.
while I was stuck here.
I fucked all
You've
the
got
girls
both
I
sides
could
of it, right?
While I was stuck in this place.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm gonna just rattle
Rattle some stuff off, Zen.
Rattle some stuff
This is
off.
like the quickest shit.
Let's
so
do it.
Linklater started the Austin Film Society,
Yes, he
Yes, he did.
which is a society for film
In
over
Austin.
there. In 2007, he also was entered into the Texas Film Hall of Fame
Goddamn right he
because
was.
he's bringing jobs to Texas and making everybody happy out there.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Nice.
So, I just want to do. You know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
It's time for Z for the people, or I'm gonna call it Pass the Z to Seth.
Hi.
So
The Z?
the Z.
Okay.
So
'Cause
Seth.
when you
So
say that, I
Zeth.
think zigzags.
Oh, ooh. Well, I'm thinking more of the podcast The Read, where they
Okay.
have Pass the Read. But this one is Pass the Z.
Pass the Z.
All right.
So we're going to pass the Z over to Seth because
got
he
it.
has a charity
I do,
that
actually.
is near and dear to his heart.
Very
and
near and
not
dear to
only
my
his
heart.
heart, but Texas.
There you go. So, what I want to talk about today is something that has affected most people, and is cancer.
Yes.
My mom's dad died of throat and lung cancer whenever he was very young. He was 60, which, relatively young to die from that. And it's been a part of my life for a long time. A lot of people I know have had various types of cancer. All of my friends have been touched by it in some way. And when I was in college, I volunteered at Livestrong Foundation, which was made famous by Lance Armstrong, the famous cyclist.
Yes, it was.
And it is a lot of people don't know that it is a foundation that anybody can go to who has been diagnosed or know somebody who has and figure out a way to get free treatment.
Oh, shit.
They are the number one cancer foundation in the world. They donate. There's a way to calculate like how much money that you donate to a cause goes to the actual cause and how much goes to running the operation. 98 cents of every dollar goes to finding a cure, serving people who have cancer, getting them hooked up with programs. The Livestrong Foundation is something that I've give to every year. It's something that I have volunteered my time for. It is something that I have built up a grassroots following for. And it's something that if you have been affected by cancer, know somebody who has, I highly encourage you to donate your money, or more importantly, your time, to that foundation or a foundation like it. It has a lot of sister foundations, if you don't want to donate to that one specifically, that help people who have been diagnosed, can't afford treatment. And, it's one of those things where you never expect it to happen to you or somebody you love. But when it does and their insurance doesn't cover it, what do?
Yeah.
Go to Livestrong. They'll tell you what to do. They'll help you figure it out. They'll find a way for you to get treated for no money, or no money for your troubles. So
All right.
very near and dear to
I
me.
like
more
that.
and more often
Yeah,
than
yeah.
people
It
realize.
does.
More than people realize.
The percentage is going up to people.
It's
that
going
are
up,
affected.
and the healthcare industry in this country is broken in so many different ways. And, not a political statement, it just is.
Yeah.
And it's tough for people to find the way to get the treatment they need. And this is a way to find out at least how to get the treatment you need. So yeah, Livestrong Foundation, please check it out, donate, share, donate your time.
Is it .org?
Your time
It is
is
.org.
much more
It
valuable
is
than your
.org,
money,
yeah.
people. So if you can donate the time, that is really where
That's where it's at.
Organizations benefit the most.
And it's beautiful because if you want to do like a bake sale and donate the money to Livestrong, you can. They'll tell you how to do it. They'll give you information. They will walk you through every step of the process so that you don't, they're famous for cycling, right? Because of Lance Armstrong.
Sure.
You don't have to ride your bike across the United States to raise money. You can do whatever you want and just call a person, literally any number on livestrong.org. Find a number, talk to somebody, and they will tell you how to get involved in the best way you can. It's a really cool organization, and it's the one that's closest to my heart. So,
well, I'm glad that we were able to talk about that one today. Thank you, Seth.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to plug that a little
people,
bit.
Yeah.
Z for the people.
So we that is the Z for the people.
All right, people. Here we go. We're gonna do the scene for the second time because one of the cameras cut out.
We're doing better.
We're doing better. We only missed like the last 10 minutes of our coverage.
There you go.
Damn it! This has been a long one.
My bad, y'all.
3.5 hours is a long time for
Chasing
the camera to
rabbits
be
with
rolling.
Seth. Yeah. If anything,
for
it's
me
a
to be
testament to
drinking.
the power of a Sony AX.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those
Thank you,
Sony
Sony.
A7S
There you
IIs,
go,
man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So, take 2, baby.
Hold on, let me get ready.
You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Take your time. If you got to get into character.
Alright, go ahead.
All right. So me and Seth are going to do a scene from next week's movie when you're ready.
I'm sorry for the way my father treated you.
Oh, no. Your father was great. I mean, he was great. The way he took care of Penny.
Yeah, but the way he treated you. You have to know it's about me. Johnny, the reason I'm here is because my father was...
No. The way he saved her. I mean, I could never do anything like that. That was something. I mean, the reason that people treat me like I'm nothing is because I'm nothing.
That's not true. You're everything.
You don't understand. I mean, for somebody like me, last month I'm eating jujubes just to keep alive. This month I got women stuffing diamonds down my pockets. I'm bouncing on shit. As quick as that, I could be down there again.
No, it doesn't have to be that way. It's not supposed to be that way.
I've never known anybody like you. You look at the world and you think that you can make it better. You see somebody's lost and you find them. Somebody's bleeding and you just...
find my daddy. Real brave, like you said.
That took a lot of guts to go to him. I mean, you are not scared of anything.
Me? I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of what I've seen. I'm scared of what I did and who I am. And I'm most scared of walking out of this room and never feeling, for the rest of my whole life, the way I feel when I'm with you.
I can't even laugh. That's just a good scene.
It's just a good scene. Yeah.
I'm like, is it over? Like, do I know?
Hell no.
That's the thing. It's
like if you were any closer, I would just softly take that hat off so I can see your eyes.
I'm ready to see you guys kiss. And that's just me, though. That's just me. If I'm just gonna sit here, can we have a kiss in there?
I'm picturing like James Franco and Sean Penn in Milk. It's like it's very intimate.
It's very intimate. It's very tender. It's a very tender moment.
Yes. Like
we're
gonna do this again.
Zenobia
and I are gonna switch seats. I'm gonna end up in the other camera. All right, you guys. That is our show. We thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate you. We're gonna see you guys right here next week on Lights Camera Cocktails.
Like, subscribe, give these guys some love.
Yeah. Aerosmith concert.
Yeah.
Top priority of this fucking summer.
Hey, they're touring again right now.
I'm down to go see
Yes,
them.
they are.
I'm not against them.